local hospital and is in stable condition. The suspect was then spotted running into woods along Maddox Road. They were quickly taken into custody after a foot pursuit. Police are now trying to figure out a motive. Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
A teenager is recovering after a shooting on Briar Knoll Road in DeKalb County. Police say it may have started as a fight. The teen is now in critical condition. No one else is injured. A man and woman are arrested and charged with murder after a body is found in Covington. The Newton County Sheriff's Office says the body of 46-year-old Irma Valdez was found yesterday in some woods off Stevenson Road. She knew both of the suspects. The Sheriff's Office is trying to determine a motive. There is some good news for Georgia's job market.
Georgia's unemployment rate now stands at 3.5% for May. The latest numbers from the state labor department find the rate dropped a tenth of a point from April and is now 0.7 lower than the national average. Georgia's jobless rate had held steady at 3.6% for almost a year. State Labor Commissioner Barbara Rivera Holmes says Georgia's business-friendly environment and competitive workforce have helped it hit an all-time high of 4,988,000 jobs. Judd Hickenbotham, 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta hosts the second Club World Cup match today, and Deputy Atlanta Police Chief Charles Hampton says they are ready for the crowds.
This is not new to us. As you all know, in January we hosted the National College Football Championship, so we enjoy doing big events.
APD says their Joint Operations Center is up and running during the matches, and they have additional officers around around Mercedes-Benz Stadium. They urge everyone going to the games to plan ahead, and if you see something, say something. Good news in the search for a missing 91-year-old man with dementia. Atlanta police say Linton Lowe has been found and is in good health. President Trump is again extending the deadline for a TikTok sale. The popular video-sharing app's China-based owner ByteDance now has until September 17th to sell or face a possible ban in the U.S. This is the third time Trump has extended the deadline. It is now 3:03. The Von Hessler Doctrine begins in less than 2 minutes. Right now, it's live team coverage of traffic and weather. In the 24-hour traffic center this afternoon, it's Ashley Frasca.
Hey, good afternoon, Bill. We certainly have some delays up from the south side the entire way through Henry County. 75 northbound, stop and go Locust Grove all the way to Jotico Road, filling in downtown on the connector south through Midtown. Northbound delays on the connector. They begin around University Avenue, and look out for a stalled truck in the left lane. 285 south at La Vista Road. That's got you on the brakes leaving Doraville and Buford Highway. I'm Ashley Frasca, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. Partly cloudy, high 89, but watching for a line of thunderstorms to roll through this afternoon. Some of these storms may produce damaging wind gusts, lows tonight in the low 70s. Drying out tomorrow, mostly sunny, high 91. Sunshine and turning hotter for Saturday, high 92.
Right now it's 79 in Stone Mountain, 81 in Lithia Springs, and 72 in Hampton. Storm Tracker radar shows most of the rain now well off to the east of Atlanta. There are still some spotty showers around. More news at 3:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
These people just make noise and basically waste our time.
Dear members of the media and the public, I welcome you.
Live from the heart of Atlanta, Georgia, Hour 1 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. Your lovable, huggable host is off the rest of the week, but don't worry, the Doctrinaires are here. I am Tim Andrews. Autumn Fisher joins us. The man behind the glass, George Clark, is here as usual. English Nick is here, but I haven't addressed him yet, so no speaking.
You kind of just did address me.
I know, I was hoping you would jump in there. And the handsomest whatever and whatever, Jared Yamamoto.
Hey, Tim, what's going on, buddy?
Well, I mean, you're more than your looks.
I appreciate that.
That was a compliment. That wasn't
the handsomest. Whatever.
Yeah, you're more than your looks.
Also, Eric's never confirmed where the land of producery actually is.
Well,
you know,
I think it's in. Where is it? South America?
Yeah, is that so. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, get on back there before ice gets you.
It explains my.
You gotta go back, Jared.
It explains my Bolivian roots there. It explains why I'm so close and the handsomest producer of all our producery. But guys, you know what I'm excited about?
What are you excited about that you're not really excited about?
No, I am legitimately excited.
You are?
About this
okay.
Because we are this close, and I mean this close. I'm literally like pinching right now. I'm pinching. We are this close to summertime. Today is the last day of spring.
Yay.
We celebrate freedom on this last day of spring. Happy Juneteenth.
Happy Juneteenth indeed.
Those two things go together every year, or
Not every
spring
year.
fluctuates?
It just happens to be the case this year. The solstice actually happens tomorrow.
Okay.
So first
So
day
you're
of summer.
celebrating your freedom from spring?
Yes, I am celebrating my freedom from spring. Exactly.
Spring is renowned all over the world as being universally the best of the seasons.
Oh, no. Fall is the
Fall
best
for
season.
sure.
Or
'cause
autumn is the
less
best of the seasons.
allergies.
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
I have the ragweed pollen.
Oh.
And, in the falling leaves and all, yeah, they're all bad for me. The only thing I really enjoy is winter. But you brought up Juneteenth. There's still things to do today if you want to celebrate. There's a couple of things going on in the city still. 5 o'clock for a couple of places. Fill us in, Jared.
Yeah, Sandy Springs, City of Sandy Springs Juneteenth celebration will happen 5 to 8 at City Springs. Family-friendly event is free and open to the public. Smyrna is going to honor Juneteenth at the Village Green Park. The event is free and open to the public. That starts at 5 as well. And Stone Mountain all weekend long is going to have a light show that tributes to Juneteenth, which all weekend
It's a weird
long.
place to hold a Juneteenth thing.
Yeah, it's not like the old Stone Mountain Autumn.
Okay.
It's a new Stone Mountain. It's
Yeah.
Okay.
And Hyde Museum, free admittance.
That's
by the
pretty
way.
cool. That's pretty cool.
I
That is
would do that. I would do that.
This holiday, when did it become a national holiday? 2021?
I believe so, yeah. That sounds right.
Yeah, 2021. I've always been confused why it wasn't a national holiday forever.
From the get-go.
Yeah, and here's
Yeah,
why.
I had never heard of it until like the 2020s, I guess.
Well, there were a lot of states
No idea.
where it was a state holiday, primarily Texas, where I think it came out of, right?
That's correct. Yeah, Galveston, Texas. The slaves were the last to find out about Lincoln's Emancipation
Yes.
Proclamation, and hence this date is what it is.
And what I think is so awesome about this holiday, and I got up this morning and because I always look at social media, unlike Eric, I'm not a normal person. I just get on there and start scrolling. What's going on? What's going on?
I think you are a normal person.
Well,
most people do
that's
get up and start
debatable.
scrolling at their social media tip.
Well, yeah. Well, I run right to the toilet and then I start doing the Trump thing. But you see all these snarky comments from these. I don't even want to pin them down as being Republican or Democrat, whatever. They're
Sure.
just these clout chasers on social media is like, I'm not celebrating this. Why? Because you're a jerk. It is a holiday that celebrates freedom and emancipation, and to have it so close to another holiday that celebrates independence is really cool. And I like that they're close together, and I think everybody should celebrate it because it's very important. One celebrates freedom for everybody, finally, and another celebrates independence for the country. They're not mutually exclusive. I think those things go hand in hand. Now, the country celebrated its independence in 1776 by declaring, English Nick, independence from
Yeah, that's all right, man.
from the Limeys.
I wasn't alive for
I
a
know you
long
weren't,
time
but
before.
your ancestors were. But you really put it in context. Think about it. Freedom. It took however many years, almost
2 years. So
no. It took
You mean
almost
from the time?
100 years from the establishment of the country. And even then, it took a long time for other things to happen. But really, it's just an amazing thing. So celebrate it as an American, freedom for everybody, and then independence, celebrate as a country.
Amen,
So
Tim.
put
Amen.
those
I mean,
things
if
together.
you don't like freedom, there's something wrong with you.
Yes.
I think that you have to look yourself in the mirror. If you're one of those people and you're typing, I'm not going to celebrate Juneteenth.
Well,
you
no,
need to look
people.
in-
It's not the people that don't want to celebrate aren't saying they don't want to celebrate freedom. They just feel like this holiday isn't important. I
It
guess?
doesn't represent me. Of course it does, you idiot.
Right? Yes, it represents humanity.
Exactly. You
Amen.
should be proud to live in a country that honors the freedom of everybody inside of that country. But, there are fireworks on the 4th of July. Should have told him to cut the drum solo at the beginning. That's my fault. But yes, we do need a war update on what's going on between Israel and Iran, and not yet any U.S. involvement, but what is the president saying?
Well, number one, Donald Trump is denying a report that he has approved American attack plans against Iran. So that came out of the Wall Street Journal.
We don't know. Well, I might not.
Mr. President, you've been very clear that you're like, nobody knows what you're thinking.
It's all in my, I'm just waiting for, the people that really control the country to tell me what to do, and then I might, I'll have to do it, or they'll release the Epstein files. Yeah, just kidding. I'm not in them.
And then Caroline Leavitt, your press secretary, came out just moments before we got on the
Isn't
air.
she beautiful? My goodness, she's beautiful. And the good thing about her, Nick, she
what's the
likes
good
old
thing about
men.
her?
She likes, she's in her late 20s, I think, maybe, right? George knows, I don't know.
Yeah, 27.
She's 27 years old, and her husband's 60-something.
Wow.
Isn't that beautiful?
Is he in politics?
I don't know. Probably.
Tim
Tim doesn't know, but I'm sure Donald Trump does.
Or does he own an NFL team or something like that?
No, he's in
Those
politics.
NFL team owners seem to get them young.
Yeah, or the coaches.
Or the coaches.
He's
Yeah.
59.
Wow, isn't that beautiful?
Hey, he's younger than his 60s, though, guys. You know, it's at least a little more socially appropriate. But she made this news right before we came on the air.
Regarding the ongoing situation in Iran, I know there has been a lot of speculation amongst all of you in the media regarding the president's decision making and whether or not the United States will be directly involved. In light of that news, I have a message directly from the president, and I quote, "Based on the fact that there's a substantial chance of negotiations that may or may not take place with Iran in the near future, I will make my decision whether or not to go within the next 2 weeks." That's a quote directly from the president for all of you today.
It's Iran. Please say it the right way. Everybody knows
Yeah,
it's
you don't have to be
Iran.
like Iran.
No.
But don't say Iran.
Iraq.
Iraq.
I like how part of that statement was he's going to decide whether or not to go. He means not go himself personally. He means to go to war.
Oh no,
right?
I'm going to lead our troops. I'm going to get on a,
I'm just wondering.
Is that what he meant?
No, I got a big Arabian
gonna
horsey that I'm going to ride
You'd
on.
be there with a big saber in your hand.
Saber rattling, a big old horsey. Giddy up, let's go to war.
George, you might know this. The 2 weeks is significant in internet culture, especially with the meme culture or with sort of the MAGA people who post on certain websites like Reddit and 4chan and stuff like that. But the 2 weeks meme means it's never going to happen. So if you ever, sure, it'll happen in 2 weeks. So if somebody ever says 2 weeks to you, they're either trolling you or they're unaware of the trolling culture.
I've never heard of this before.
Oh, yeah, Google it. You'll find out. Or don't Google it. Go to
I won't.
an AI or something because Google just
I'll just
gives
ask
you
Grok.
2 weeks
Grok,
lawn
what is the
care.
2 week rule?
Yeah, Grok won't tell you. So who knows? He said 2 weeks. It could be tomorrow. You don't know.
I appreciate so much what he's doing now. He's really looking.
You do?
Looking, yes.
I'm looking at everything.
You're looking at everything. I really thought.
I'm dotting all the I's and crossing the T's.
2 days ago, Mr. President, I thought you were.
Lowercase J's.
Yes.
That's right, Autumn.
Oh yeah, J's have a dot, right?
Lowercase J's, yes.
Look, nobody ever talks about that. Dot your J's.
Dot your J's?
Right.
Yeah, the lowercase J.
Right.
But
great Sesame Street song.
I appreciate this so much because I really felt like we were in. We were going to war. It felt like, and even after this morning while prepping for the show, I had Fox on and they're like, these are all the reasons why we got to go. These bunker busting bombs must be used. And he's saying, I don't know if these bunker busting bombs that we have can even reach these potential nuclear
Who's saying
sites.
that? Donald Trump?
Trump was alluding to that.
Well,
so.
I don't know if these bombs can drop down there.
I don't think he's the one making the decisions, which Eric can expound on when he comes back.
Who's making the decisions?
I said Eric can expound on that when he comes back.
But who do you think?
Who do I think? Nobody cares who I think. I think the same people.
I care.
I think exactly the same way that Eric thinks and that most people think is like, I don't believe that Trump wants to go to war and waste our treasure and get bogged down and have a bunch of Americans killed. But I don't think he really has the option. I mean, he is the commander-in-chief.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. We've just been since 1991 in my lifetime, 1991. Okay,
Which was the first Iraq War, right?
It was the first Iraq War. We have been over there in a constant state of war. So that's a long time. That's 34 years we've been over there. So do you think anything's going to change now? I don't know. I hope so.
There was a lot of talk today about is America in the business of regime change, right? They want to change, but
we don't do a very good job of it when we try it.
I don't. From gathering from what I've read today and what I've seen today, I don't think we want to send any kind of invasion, or we don't want to.
Oh no,
invade.
you'll get bogged down there. You think Afghanistan was bad?
Yeah, we don't want to do that. So it sounds like we want to make sure that if we do attack, that it is a precise attack and it knocks out all of the uranium.
Well, a lot of that stuff is buried way deep into the ground,
and that's
which is why they need those bunker buster bombs.
And that's why, again, some of the suggestions are saying that these bunker busting bombs that even we have can't reach them.
Well, here's one thing that he thinks about more than a lot of people don't think about. When you blow up nuclear material, what happens to that
fallout
material?
from it,
There's
right?
fallout from it. He doesn't want to kill hundreds of thousands of Iranians if he doesn't have to.
Yes.
He doesn't want to get involved in any of that. He obviously doesn't want the country getting involved in wars. But I'm sure that Lyndon Johnson didn't want to get involved or stay involved, but yet he couldn't get out of Vietnam. And it took Nixon quite a while to get us out of there, too. In fact, they didn't really leave until Ford was president. So it takes a while to get out once you get in.
That's why you have to appreciate, at least so far, that the fact that we have not made any kind of move. I know we're definitely helping the Israelis with intelligence. There's no doubt about that. I mean, anybody that says, oh, we're not doing that, I don't believe that for a second. But I do appreciate that we're kind of sitting ready, looking at the situation, evaluating, and then making sure that we make a calculated, correct decision before getting bogged down again.
You should work for me. I love your optimism and positivity.
I'm very happy with you right now. So at the
thank
moment,
you, Jared. I love you too. I'll see you at Chick-fil-A with Shelley.
I love you too.
I love you too.
Now this other story though.
So we're done with war now.
Done with war.
Yay.
Let's put the war in our pocket.
Officially?
No. We're done talking about it.
Just for now, unless something breaks.
War's
Obviously,
over?
of course, we'll cover
if
it
you
here.
want it.
Stick it in your back pocket.
Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to bring up, now this is something you're not happy about, Trump, and you got to be better about this.
What are you talking about?
There's a new Fox News poll that came out that calls out, it polled Republicans and Democrats, and Republicans are upset right now with the big beautiful bill, and they're also upset with just the way the border has been handled at this point. So kind of an interesting poll, and you're going after Fox News now. So you're not happy. You went on Truth Social and posted multiple posts being upset with them.
I'll tell you what. I'll talk about it more at 5 when we do Trump Up, Trump Down.
Ooh.
I like that tease right there. I like that. Now, so I guess our next story is going to be the songs of the summer then. And have you had a chance to see what the songs of the summer are
I saw you
going to
posted this story, but I'm sure I'll hate every single one of them. So why don't you go ahead and tell us what they are? I have a summer song in
Can
mind.
I guess one?
That
Is
I do
one
like.
of them the Sabrina Carpenter song?
Yes.
She's really popular.
What's it called?
Man-Child. That song is huge.
She's coming up in Toodle Pip. There's a tease for you.
There you go.
Yeah.
Sabrina Carpenter, who did the album cover where she's being dragged by her hair.
The new album cover,
Yeah.
Smell the glove.
I love it that we're getting
It's a
back
man's
to
world,
old
and they're
school
going to grab my hair or something.
Old school album covers where women are
Yeah.
being disrespected.
What I like about this
The good old days.
Yeah.
what I like about this article is a lot of the categories for Song of the Summer, they're like, well, this is the Song of the Summer that came out in January, and it's Bad Bunny's Nueva Y'all, which I think that's actually a really good song.
I'm sure it is.
Then you've got it is it's really good.
Tim's not going to do any research on this one. No, I don't.
I hate modern
I know
music.
who Bad Bunny is, but
I know
don't
who
do a
Bad
dive.
Bunny is. It's a man, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a good bunny that lives in my driveway, a wild rabbit that runs up the driveway
Do you
at
have
2
a
o'clock
garden?
in the morning. Well, in the backyard.
Yeah, does the bunny get back and eat the stuff in the
He
garden?
gets back in the neighbor's yard, which is...
Oh, you need a 20 gauge.
He's a good bunny. No.
You're a good boy.
He is with the rabbit.
Then so you go over to like the trends and stuff. Then you go over to TikTok and they have like the best breakup song of the summer, which is Lord, What Was That? So
Lord is back?
Yeah, Lord's back. She did a pop-up show in New York City a couple months ago and is back.
Congratulations to Randy Marsh.
Oh yeah,
Randy Marsh.
South Park is
Yes.
Lord.
Is Lord? Is this Lord's song a collab with like Charlie XCX? Or
That's
something?
what brought her back. Was
I saw her get on stage with her.
This song is not the collab song, but yes, Charlie XCX brought Lord back. Even Drake's in this list too. Nokia is the name of the song.
Oh,
So,
Kendrick Lamar's letting him release a song. That's crazy.
Well,
Nokia?
I'm kidding. I love Kendrick.
It's called Nokia?
It's called Nokia, yes. And the ones that I disagree
I
with
love my
here-
Nokia phone.
Is
I
it
love
about
my
the
Nokia
phone or is it Nokia cars? Is he making
Yeah.
a stand against those
I
cars?
think that's what it could be.
Nokias.
Yeah, he doesn't want them in Canada.
Maybe he knows someone named Kia,
Yeah?
Maybe?
and he doesn't like her.
Yes, Hyundai is the next single.
Nah, Dodge.
F Ford. That's
Silly
getting
Chevy.
blue. That's getting blue. So all these songs are horrible, but which one's going to end up being the song of the
I
summer?
actually think, again, Man-Child from Sabrina Carpenter is pretty good. The person who I don't like as an artist, Addison Rae, Fame is a Gun, that song actually
Who's he?
She.
Addison Rae is a she.
She's the one who does shows in her underwear, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll
and
have to
she started.
no.
Tim's all over that.
Interested.
She started as an influencer and has now crossed over into the pop music world. And that song actually is pretty good. I listened to Luther a couple weeks ago from Kendrick Lamar too and SZA. That's probably going to be it.
Well, yeah, you're speaking. You're like you're just talking about people off the street I've never met. I don't know
Kendrick Lamar and SZA?
No, I know Kendrick Lamar. I don't know who Luther is.
That's a song.
Luther is the song.
Oh, is it about Lex Luthor?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No, it's that cop that what's his name? Idris Elba plays. Isn't he Luther?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Luther. You know, I love this, though, because it's relatable to our listeners because their kids listen to this stuff.
Well, it's summer holidays, isn't it?
Oh, yeah,
Vacation.
yeah.
Yeah,
Keep them
that's
up
true.
to date. Make them hip.
There you
We
go.
got to know about these things. I mean, this one's going to be huge too. It's going to be hard. I mean, the problem with Morgan Wallen is that
He sucks?
he's a controversial figure,
Yeah.
and some of his music sucks. I'll
Most
give
of
you
it.
that. But some of it's good because he actually can write good country. But then he chooses to go for the bro country sometimes. But he
wants money.
Oh yeah, he knows how to get the young ladies to buy into his.
How come Chris
Ew,
Stapleton
how
is the
dare you? Dudes like that stuff too.
the bro?
more dudes do than women? But how
Yeah.
come a guy like Chris Stapleton can do traditional country and not do all those effects and be popular, but a guy like Morgan Wallen who can do that doesn't?
Morgan Wallen's audience skews younger.
Oh, they do.
And that's why this collab with Tate McRae, What I Want.
Tate McRae, that's my name. Tate McRae.
Hey, you can go ahead and Tate McRae.
she is a little tiny Canadian girl, by the way. Tate, you expect her to
I
be
thought it
some
was a
kind
guy.
of I
Avril
know,
Lavigne,
see?
like
That's
a country
the-
Avril Lavigne.
She's not even country. She's pop. That's the crazy thing, right? You would expect when you hear the name Tate McRae that it would be some kind of country star. It's not. She's actually a Canadian pop star. She's exploded over the last 2 years. And doing a collab with Morgan Wallen has helped
Listen to
her.
me, I'm Tate McRae.
I like
Find
the
out what I'm all about.
yeah a boot.
Does that
That's
band
what I'm a boot.
Turnstile have a song on this list? Because they're pretty hip right now.
I'm not-
Turnstile, they're an emo band who've gone pretty commercial. New album just came out. People are raving about it.
I don't know. The dog likes them.
Turnstile. The dog loves Turnstile.
Yeah, well, the dog likes it because it can go under the turnstile and
Yeah.
doesn't have to jump over it and skip the fare.
Stupid dog.
Wily dog.
Yeah, it is a wily dog.
Charlie XCX Party for You. I've actually heard that one too. For me,
What
my
about Messi? Is Lola? Is that her name?
I don't
I'm
see
too
her on the
messy.
list.
What about Dua
And
Lipa?
I'm
She
too
got a song for the
clean.
summer?
Dua Lipa?
Dua Lipa?
Yeah,
No.
I don't know who these people are.
I know who she is.
No, she's not on this list.
No.
But what this one's going to come down to, I'll tell you exactly. So the Kendrick Lamar
Lola,
SZA
she
song, Luther, that's going to be up there. Man-Child, Fame as a Gun, Addison Rae. I didn't like Boots on the Ground that much. I've listened to that one, and I don't think that one's going to
And
be
we're
that
back
I
to
really
war.
liked
We're back to
was,
war with boots on the ground.
Was
And then-
Cloud
no boots on
Keys.
the
I
ground.
like that one.
Cloud Keys? What's that?
Oh yeah, it's a real cool song. So was Water Bottle Top. I liked Dirt in the Shoes.
Oh, she's just
like-
making.
She's
uh,
having
She's
a
making
What
laugh.
it sounds like. Tim,
See,
is
this
that,
is the
isn't that what it sounds like to you?
Broken Zipper.
Yeah. Oh man, did you hear "Broken Zipper" by
dude. Taint McRae.
Clueless? By Tate McRae.
I like Taint McRae.
Taint this, taint that.
I would follow Taint McRae.
You know
around.
what? You guys are just haters. That's what it is.
I'm
You
not
guys-
a hater. I'm old.
No, we're just old.
Yeah.
It's okay to expose yourself to new music.
I
Some of these
expose
are good.
myself all the
Some of
time,
these
but
are-
not to new music.
Some of these are really good. And
How can they be? Listen, you start playing them in here, and I can't do it. I can't do it. That horrible way that they're produced and the way they're processed. It gets in my ears, and it feels like somebody's stabbing me with a knife. What is this? Is this
Music.
taint?
Sabrina
this is the new-
Carpenter's Man-Child.
Yeah,
All right,
this
this
good.
is kind of
Yeah, when
careful.
she always
It does-
talks. She's like,
It does have cussing in it. Be careful.
Let's listen.
I got the clean version.
Okay.
Ooh.
all right. Cute voice,
she's really like
cute singer.
cute.
Yeah.
Her whole thing is being like sexy cute.
Can
Yeah.
we all remember that this is meant to appeal to kids as young as 5 years old and adults in their 20s and 30s? It's not meant
They're
for
all on TikTok.
You know,
They're all on
That's true.
TikTok.
I know,
Skibbity
that's what I'm saying.
toilet and Italian whatchamacallit.
Obama, Ohio, Rizzler.
Yes.
when I was driving Toodle Pip Girl around, who's 8, and her friend the other day,
Yeah.
they wanted not the new Sabrina Carpenter. They wanted the espresso and all that stuff on, and
Okay.
the chaperone, and
All right.
so I get it. You know.
Well, do we have time for the best summer song of all time?
What's the best summer song?
Summer
of all?
Guy.
Oh, Summertime Guy from last year?
Yeah.
Okay. Can we bring back a new...
Who's that by?
Well, Jared used to call himself, and still does, I'm a summertime guy, so I made an AI song about it.
That's why I'm so excited for tomorrow.
Re-release.
When summer officially...
Well, why don't we just play it tomorrow since
Remix
it's
it.
summertime?
Re-release
Yeah,
I'm
let's
not
do
gonna-
tomorrow since it'll be the
Yeah, tomorrow's officially
solstice or
summer.
whatever.
You sure?
Yeah.
I kind of want to
I
hear
don't
it.
know. Should
Well,
we?
we're
Yeah,
about to go
sure.
to break, so...
Want to go to break with it?
Sure.
You get a little bit anxious, though, knowing that every day from this
No,
day
you don't
forward...
get it. It's just...
they get shorter.
Who gets anxious about that?
I get a little anxious.
Well, we still have the entire summer to look forward
That's
to.
true. That's true. And I'm just a summertime guy, and I know that means,
He's a summertime guy.
I'm a summertime guy.
Hey,
And I'm just a summertime guy.
I got my boat in the water, got my feet in the lake. I'm so ready for summer and the sun that will bake. Her skin so smooth and tan, she's on her 15th year. Morgan Wallen crank so loud, gonna puke in Lake Lanier. It's that white boy summer, and I'm a summer guy, acting like I'm a teenager when I'm really 35. It's that white boy summer, and I'm a summer guy. When that summer sun goes down, it really makes me want to cry.
And I'm just a summertime guy. You get a little bit anxious.
After that summer solstice, and the earth starts tilting back, I have to take a handful of Xanax, or else my mind will crack. Lord, when them leaves start changing, I really start to lose my mind. And them falcons start circuit, drink enough gin to make me blind. It's that white boy summer, and I'm a summer guy, acting like I'm a teenager when I'm really 35.
Hey, it's Belinda for the board-certified plastic surgeons at Marietta Plastic Surgery. I've trusted their team for years. Doctors West, McNeil, Hanna, and Biswas have been serving the Atlanta area for over 25 years with expert surgical and non-surgical care. With warmer weather on the way, are you summer ready? Marietta Plastic Surgery is here to help you look and feel your best. They now offer awake liposuction, a less invasive way to sculpt your body with less downtime. And their med spa still has all your go-to treatments like Botox and fillers, microneedling, diamond glow, hydrofacials, and Morpheus 8 for radiant, glowing skin. Looking to restore thinning hair or reshape your hairline? Marietta Plastic Surgery is the only practice in the region that offers the gold standard in hair restoration, the Foundation Aesthetic Hair Restoration Method. Visit MariettaPlasticSurgery.com to schedule your consultation today.
We are here with CFP Matthew Decker of the Vincent Financial Group and host of Retire ATL. And Matt, you've said that income is the outcome that matters the most in retirement. But what income streams require the most attention?
Yeah, so if you've got a pension or if you're living off of Social Security, you kind of know those income streams show up in your mailbox. That's mailbox money. It's almost like you're still working, and it doesn't really require that much attention. But most people that come into the office today, they are having to use their 401ks, their IRAs, SEP Simples, 403Bs that are invested in the market to generate income. And anytime you're going to use a market-linked asset where you have to go in and decide when you're going to buy and sell to generate your income, it takes a ton more effort, energy, and attention to get that piece of the puzzle right. But it doesn't actually have to be that way.
So, Matt, the number one fear of adults in retirement is outliving their money. How do we get started building income today?
Well, you can get started today. You'd call us for a no-cost, no-obligation retirement roadmap. We want to build a GPS for you that's going to help navigate retirement, and it's going to have a focus on building and preserving income. 770-280-1488. We've got a representative standing by to talk to you right now. 770-280-1488. Our home office is in downtown Woodstock, but we are available across the metro Atlanta area to meet with you at a time and place that fits your schedule. Again, 770-280-1488 or online at retireatlradio.com.
The team at Vincent Financial Group want to help preserve your assets while building retirement income that lasts as long as you do. Call today for your complimentary retirement roadmap, 770-280-1488. And you can always get more at retireatlradio.com and join us for Retire ATL Sundays at 6 p.m. right here on WSB.
Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor. Neither the firm nor its agents or representatives may give tax or legal advice. Individuals should consult with a qualified professional for guidance before making any purchasing decisions.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic,
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 3:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by Vincent Financial. Our top story, President Trump issues a timeline today for when he'll decide on a possible attack on Iran.
Based on the fact that there's a substantial chance of negotiations that may or may not take place with Iran in the near future, I will make my decision whether or not to go within the next 2 weeks. That's a quote directly from the president.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says in the meantime, Special Envoy to the Middle East, Steve Witkoff, is leading negotiations between Israel and Iran. A barrage of missiles from Iran hit a major hospital in southern Israel, injuring dozens of people. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu speaks after visiting that hospital.
They're targeting civilians because they're a criminal regime. They're the arch terrorists of the world. They want to have nuclear terrorism, which will put the entire world under nuclear blackmail, and they would use these weapons.
Netanyahu says Iran will pay a heavy price for the attack on the hospital. A wild scene at a Clayton County skating rink ends with a 14-year-old boy shot. He's now in stable condition with gunshot wounds to his chest, shoulder, and forearm. Clayton County police respond to the skate zone on Mount Zion Road, where there was a large group of juveniles gathered in the parking lot. A suspect is in custody. A suspect is found hiding in the woods after a deadly shooting in DeKalb County. Police say they were called to Loveless Drive near Boulder Crest Road just before noon today after a man in his 40s was shot. DeKalb police are now trying to determine a motive. Today is Juneteenth, a federal holiday honoring the end of slavery.
Even though Abraham Lincoln had signed the Emancipation Proclamation over 2 years prior, it was not until June 19, 1865, word reached some slaves in Texas they were free from bondage. The federal holiday was declared in 2021.
This is something that should be celebrated by all Americans. For me, it unofficially marked the beginning of what I would call freedom season from Juneteenth to July 4th.
Atlanta City Council member Michael Julian Bond says a number of events are planned across the city today. Sandy Springs and Smyrna have programs at 5 p.m. Graham Carroll, 95.5 WSB.
It's now 3:32 and time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. In the 24-hour traffic center this afternoon, it's Ashley Frasca.
Thanks, Bill. We've been watching delays on the inner loop 285 eastbound leaving Doraville now. Crash reported right before I-85 there in DeKalb County. We've had a left lane blocked down at La Vista Road, Hero behind a stalled out tanker truck. Traffic Trooper Heather let us know of an overturned tractor trailer. They've uprighted it, though, blocking all of Sugarloaf Parkway westbound at Lawrenceville Highway southbound. And big delays south into the city continue. 75 south from before Howell Mill and 85 south from before Georgia 400. I'm Ashley Frasca, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Partly cloudy, hot and humid, high 89. Watching for a line of thunderstorms to roll through. Some of these storms may produce damaging wind gusts that can knock down a tree or two. Then drying out for tonight, lows in the low 70s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, hot with a high of 91. Heating up to the low to mid 90s for the rest of this weekend.
Storm Tracker radar shows most of the rain is cleared out to the east of Atlanta, but there is another band of rain in Alabama heading this way. It's 75 in Conyers, 81 in Brookhaven, 82 in Ackworth. More news at 4 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
How easy is it to save energy and money in seconds? Power down unused devices. Swap out traditional bulbs for LEDs. And adjust your thermostat for the season. Get more tips at georgiapower.com/energy efficiency today. Ready, set, save.
You know the best part about hot weather is walking into a cool, comfortable house, right? Dave Baker here for Coolray Heating and Cooling. Summer is here. Don't let HVAC problems ruin your fun. Coolray is offering up to $2,250 in rebates and free installation with the purchase of a complete home carrier system. Ready to stay cool this summer? Visit Coolray.com to book your appointment today and keep your home cool and comfortable all summer long. Coolray and Carrier. Turn to the experts.
With 5 miles of private beach and endless outdoor activities, Sea Island is summer at its best. Book today at seaisland.com/summer and enjoy 30% off August stays plus a $250 resort credit. Terms and conditions apply.
Don't let pneumococcal pneumonia break your stride. If you're 50 or older, you're at increased risk. So be proactive with Capvaxive pneumococcal 21-valent conjugate vaccine to help protect against invasive pneumococcal disease and pneumonia caused by certain types of pneumococcal bacteria. Capvaxive helps protect against the strains of bacteria that cause about 30% more IPD cases than any other pneumococcal conjugate vaccine in adults over 50, according to national-level CDC stats. Regional variations may exist. Don't get Capvaxive if you're allergic to the vaccine or its ingredients. Tell your doctor if you have a weakened immune system. Common side effects include injection site reactions, feeling tired, headache, muscle aches, and fever. Capvaxive does not protect against all strains. For more information, call 1-800-927-8888 or visit capvaxive.com. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Capvaxive. Need help paying for your Merck vaccine? Visit merckhelps.com. Sponsored by Merck.
Oh, popsicle drips, muddy shoes, and summertime messes, don't let them take over your home. Call Zero-Res Carpet and Air Duct Cleaning. Zero-Res uses their ZR water technology, no dirt-attracting soaps, no harsh chemicals, just a truly clean, healthy home. Right now, take advantage of their summer sale. Get 15% off all services, that is carpets, air ducts, rugs, tile, and more, all 15% off. Just mention Chris Chandler or book now at ZeroResAtlanta.com, and yeah, they do commercial cleaning too. Zero-Res, all they leave is clean.
Dramatically improve the look of your home and make your neighbors say wow with a new garage door. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage and Entry Doors. Replace that ugly, outdated garage door with a beautiful, modern, energy-efficient door that will add to your home's value and curb appeal. At All Four Seasons, we offer fast service, affordable prices, and a huge selection of styles, colors, and custom features. When trust matters, trust us. All the number 4 seasonsgarages.com.
Well, he's here, and you've heard him speaking for the last half hour, so let's do this.
It's English Nick with Toodle Pip.
Toodle Pip!
I saw our little Toodle Pipper here the other day.
She was here, came to work with me on Tuesday. She's coming to work tomorrow because tomorrow it's Bring Your Dog to Work Day, and we're bringing one of the dogs. No, we're bringing one of the dogs.
Oh, okay.
She wants to come along.
Okay. So Bring Your Dog to Work Day
She gets to choose
tomorrow.
which one it is.
How many dogs are going to
3.
be in the building?
I have one I'm going to bring.
Yes.
But I own 3.
Okay.
You're not going to bring all 7.
I'm not going to bring all 3.
No, just one.
The other 4 can stay at home.
You can't bring any pet that you want, so I was thinking about bringing my cat.
Well, your cat's going to be so miserable.
Don't do that.
He's going to
Cat
love
will
it.
be cowering.
Buddy, the cat's going to love this.
Is he?
He's going to
You're going to let him roam around?
Anyway, yeah, she have fun
Man,
here.
you're lucky Eric's not here.
Well, he's lucky because he would drive him nuts tomorrow if he was here.
If Eric was here, I'd bring the dog in here early. So he
Get
could
it
see.
out of here!
Why do people have to bring their dogs?
We got a couple of employees who bring their dogs off and on.
I know.
all the
I
time
love it.
anyway.
I love the pet.
I love
you know,
it too.
it's very calming to the cute little puppy.
It's great until
petted doggy.
it's great until you step in some poop in the hallway. And then,
Well, yeah.
no, I'm kidding. That doesn't happen. People are very responsible around here.
Not everyone, I've heard. Anyway, and not the people you're talking about. It's somebody else.
Yeah.
Hit us with a story.
All right. So Ozzy Osbourne, he's getting ready for this big show in Birmingham, July
I am.
5th. It's the Black Sabbath Back to the Beginning tour. They're from Birmingham, England.
They're from
Thus,
Birmingham, England.
Back to the Beginning. They're
Is
playing
Ronnie
Villa Park.
James Dio going to be there?
No, he's dead, Ozzy.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
too bad. How about, no, he won't be there, will he?
No, he's not there.
That's terrible.
The thing is, there's so many great bands on the bill, right? Metallica, Gojira, Mastodon, Anthrax, Tool.
Who's Gojira?
Gojira are a French metal band
Yeah.
who played at the opening of the Olympics.
Okay.
With that crazy
it's a
fire.
take on the word gorilla.
Oh, I thought it was Godzilla because that's how they say
Godzilla.
it. in
Maybe
Japan.
it's Godzilla.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Sorry,
the big show's happening. But one of the ways they're promoting it is they've got together with Liquid Death. They're selling limited edition iced tea cans with Ozzy's DNA. So he's drank from these 10 cans.
peeing in every vat.
That's what I was going to say. He's drank from each of the 10 cans, I guess, so they say. And so you can get the DNA. So in the future, when you're allowed to, recreate somebody using their DNA,
Clone
them.
yeah.
Clone them, yeah.
There you go.
So there's a great video where they show what would happen if there were different Aussies. Do you have it?
I have actually the full package of the story here.
The full
Let's
Aussie
listen to this.
package?
The Prince of Darkness, Ozzy Osbourne, is teaming up with Liquid Death to sell empty iced tea cans he's drank from.
There will never be another Ozzy Osbourne unless you have his actual DNA.
Yes, that's the commercial, and each can was also signed by Osbourne. The cans were $450 each. Were because they already sold out. The 76-year-old told those who bought, "Clone me."
As well as his handwritten signature.
Matt Piper, CBS News.
Clone me? How do you do that? You find a bug in amber, right? And then we take the DNA out of me and make it like an Aussie dinosaur.
We'll mix your DNA with the DNA of a bat, make an Aussie bat.
And then I could eat myself.
Yeah, exactly.
He never really ate a bat, though, did he?
He just bit
No,
it.
it was the dove.
He bit
He
it.
took the head off a dove.
No, yeah, two. There was two instances.
Yeah.
Yeah, one
So-
was on stage, one was in an office.
The bat was on stage. Yeah, and the dove was at a
Oh, I
press
thought
conference.
the bat didn't happen.
No, what happened was he was at a gig. Somebody threw what he thought was a rubber bat on stage. He picked it up, bit into it. He's like, "Oh, that's
it's a
real."
real bat.
And then he went and got a tetanus.
So
after
this,
that.
this would be a way to give back to the bat community. As
Sure.
you use some of Ozzy's DNA.
Here's the thing, Jared. I think he's done the bat community a favor over the years. Bats don't ever get spoken about until you bring up that incident. So I don't think he needs to give back.
bat is what caused all the bats to have the fungal thing that's killing all the bats.
Maybe.
So replace them with Aussie bats. Instead of bats flying around and squeaking like they do at night, the radar and all that, they just go,
So if you're interested in the Back to the Beginning show, it's obviously sold out in minutes.
Yeah, but you can watch it, right?
You can stream it for $25, and all the money goes to the charities that all the money's going to anyway, which is like a Parkinson's charity in England.
Does Ozzy have that?
That's what he's got. Yeah,
I
he's
didn't
got
know
a form
that.
of Parkinson's.
Yeah, okay.
Something is up with the diagnosis of Parkinson's because
Something's
I
up.
feel like every old man is getting diagnosed with Parkinson's. I feel like they've widened the criteria.
There's
of what
different
Parkinson's
types
is.
of Parkinson's.
That's
isn't
because
there?
they got the mRNA shot.
There we go.
Is that what it was?
No. He may think so, but that's not what
Did you see? I don't mean to steer us in a weird direction.
Steer
but did you
away.
See, thank you. Did you see RFK Jr. coming out of a tanning salon?
No.
Really?
Yeah, and then you look at him and you're like, oh yeah, he's
Makes
really
sense.
tan.
Yeah.
Well, I don't use the spray on. I just use the UV light. So.
But isn't that terrible?
Well, yeah. If he's talking about health, it's obviously not healthy to use a tanning bed. That's not Maha.
No, it is not.
Oh yeah, he came out of. I'm looking at the video now. He came out of a Palm Beach tan.
He's laying in there with the bikini briefs on and those stupid
With the
glasses.
little things on his eyes.
Yeah.
All right, this is from today.com. Sabrina Carpenter, who we mentioned earlier,
That's right.
she's considering banning cell phones at her concerts because she recently went to a concert, somebody else's concert, where the phones were locked away in the pouches.
Yeah.
And she was like, it felt like I was back in like I was in the 70s because there was
Just
no
like her
distraction.
album cover.
So, yeah. So anyway, she's considering it.
I
she
think
said.
that's a smart idea. I think all artists should do that.
Well-
and if you want to hold a light up, get a lighter and bring that in. Well, no, they won't let you.
Here's what I think.
Put it in your shoe like I do.
Here's what I think about it. If you're an established artist and you're doing okay, you don't need that promotion that you get from people's social media posts.
No.
If you're a struggling artist, it can help you a little bit.
Sure.
It can help
Yeah,
you,
but
I
if you're a
think.
big time artist like that, and Dave
Yeah.
Chappelle does this when he does stand up.
Yes, he does.
You have to lock it up, and I totally support that.
Lock it up.
Because Chappelle will do, and a lot of comedians will do new material, or they'll
Right, they
do
don't want
one-off
it to
things.
be-
Right, they don't want it leaked out. So
And especially when the jokes aren't ready yet.
Yeah.
And then like nobody likes them or they don't work and then they're recorded and then they're put out online as like, look, he sucks.
I experienced this for the first time recently going to a premiere. They've locked our phones away, and you don't realize like that's your clock and everything. So wear a watch if you're going to a
a movie premiere.
Yeah, or no, not it was a premiere for a show, but yeah, but they locked the phones up, and you realize like I don't know what time it is.
What am I
don't know
gonna
anything.
do?
You're lost.
I don't have my money, your cards on your
How
phone.
am I going to play Angry Birds during the show?
Exactly.
Sabrina's onto something there with that. I think that more artists would benefit from that, and I wonder if it would translate over into, like, I guess the festival circuit, because at least
That'd be impossible.
I think it would be tough, but if you got everybody to turn in their phone the second they walked in the festival, and then when they left the festival, they got their phone back, it could maybe work. It couldn't work for a camping festival.
I don't think festivals are able to coordinate something like
No,
that.
and I don't think they would care either.
When Jack White did it, Jack White's done it, and they lock your phone in the pouch so you can still have the phone with you. That way, let's say you got a babysitter at home, there's an emergency, you can step out of the venue, they unlock the pouch, and you can
How about this?
deal with it.
How about this? If you use your cell phone during a concert, you go to El Salvador and spend a couple of months in that prison. Sounds like a good idea to me.
That'll teach him, Mr. President.
Then he says that, and then every artist is like, "Bring your cell phones to the show."
Show him. He's no king.
Nick?
Sorry, I was looking. Oh, I thought you guys were
He was
going
reading.
No, I'm getting to the story. Speaking of cell phones, Tinder is now, they're going to have this group dating feature to win back the Gen Zers. This is basically where you can go on a dating on Tinder and you can all swipe as a group, as couples or whatever.
Oh, so
on different
is that what
phones.
Gen Zers do? They all go out together on one date?
Well, what's funny,
Like a group date?
Double dating.
I would say that the art of double dating isn't a new thing, but what's funny, what Tinder is jumping in on is, do you guys remember the app Grouper that came out? Grouper.
Is it about the fish?
That's a different one.
Okay, no, I don't.
This one was...
I haven't used a dating app since 2015.
But even like, I remember us talking about it on the Von Hassler Doctrine. Grouper had the same concept. It was all about like double, triple, even quadruple dating.
Mhm.
And since they are now a defunct app, Tinder is now jumping in this game.
Well,
here.
they used to have one called Tinder Social, which failed. Now they're doing Double Date. So
A double date.
a double date, mate.
See, I don't understand that. I don't know any Gen Z people, and I just don't want to walk up to somebody and go, "Hey, you're Gen Z. What are your dating habits?"
Put a mic in their face. So you see how they respond. Just go.
Yes. Well, they and I get together with the other days, and we go out here, and I'm old.
What I think's interesting. Oh, go ahead, George.
Well, you could start a polycule with this kind of thing.
What's a
Like-
polycule?
A poly what?
Sam Bankman-Fried was in with that young lady that
Yeah.
he got
Oh.
caught. You know,
It's just an open relationship,
That
but
young hottie?
everyone is involved with each other.
I see. And she was. I mean, you could tell why people were just clamoring to get to her.
To activate Double Date, users select up to 3 friends to create a pair with. Then they can browse and like other paired users.
So you have to be friends with a couple other people already, and then you go in there and go, let's find 3 other people.
When both pairs like each other, a group chat opens between all 4 people to coordinate plans.
And what do they do together?
Just call each other. Why'd you need the app?
Well, I mean, if they're all going to go out, what would you do? Would you go to McDonald's?
Go to Jenny's, get some ice cream?
I think this is a way for Tinder to stay alive right now.
Yeah.
Because
Tinder's dying?
These dating apps are not doing well. I'm actually seeing a lot of encouragement from our young Gen Zers in the dating sphere. They're talking to each other at bars now. I'm seeing a lot more encouragement out there. It's good to see.
Meet in the wild.
When news breaks,
Israel strikes Iran's nuclear sites and military leaders while Iran counters with drones.
We've got it covered. The president encourages Iran to, quote, make a deal before there is nothing left and save what was once known as the Iranian Empire.
Tune in often for the latest.
If there are any of these groups in the United States, I can pretty much guarantee you they've been infiltrated by the FBI.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's breaking news station.
Dave Baker for Beaver Toyota of Cumming. Looking for a new truck and looking for a great deal? Simply go to beavertoyotacumming.com/Dave's Deals and save money on a new Toyota Tundra. The Toyota Tundra from Beaver Toyota of Cumming is the official truck of the Home Fix-It Show.
Here at Massey, we've seen the damage termites can cause. That's why we've protected homes from termite damage for almost 100 years. Our termite protection program doesn't just protect your home from termites, it gives you peace of mind. That's why our termite protection guarantee covers your home and all the things in it. When we protect against termites, we protect families. Schedule your free inspection today at MasseyServices.com. Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
Market volatility isn't slowing down. If you're nearing retirement, now is not the time to wait and see. Every day of uncertainty can put your future at risk. It's time to diversify. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and I want you to know you can create certainty, locking in guaranteed income for life. This means predictable, stable cash flow, even in turbulent times. You've worked too hard to leave your retirement to chance. Right now, there are options to receive up to 30% upfront or annual growth of up to 10% for retirement income. That's up to $30,000 upfront or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't wait. Call 404-390-4000. That's 404-390-4000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Any examples provided are hypothetical. Annuities are issued with prospectus and sales brochures and should be reviewed carefully before funding as features and benefits vary. DBA in most states as Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
Home improvement projects can be a stressful guessing game. Trust the Plus. Painting Plus, the highest level of communication. The Plus means siding, gutters, windows, decks, porches, roofing, and of course, painting.
Hi, I'm Charlie, owner of Painting Plus and the Plus family of businesses. We'll make you comfortable and keep you informed with every step of your project.
If your home's exterior has it, the Plus can improve it. Painting Plus, siding, gutters, windows, decks, porches, roofing, and more. Trust the Plus. PaintingPlus.com.
How easy is it to save energy and money in seconds? Power down unused devices, swap out traditional bulbs for LEDs, and adjust your thermostat for the season. Get more tips at georgiapower.com/energy efficiency today. Ready, set, save.
When everyone in the family wants something different from this year's vacation, there's only one thing to do. Plan for Pigeon Forge. From gorgeous mountain views, shows, and shopping for leisure lovers to coasters, a 200-foot swing, and hundreds more rides for adventure seekers. Plus Dollywood's epic array of fun. There's plenty of variety for the whole family, all in one place. Unique experiences, quality time, and memories for years to come. Find your personal favorites. Plan your getaway at mypigeonforge.com.
Hey, it's Belinda for the board-certified plastic surgeons at Marietta Plastic Surgery. I've trusted their team for years. Doctors West, McNeil, Hanna, and Biswas have been serving the Atlanta area for over 25 years with expert surgical and non-surgical care. With warmer weather on the way, are you summer ready? Marietta Plastic Surgery is here to help you look and feel your best. They now offer Awake Liposuction, a less invasive way to sculpt your body with less downtime. And their med spa still has all your go-to treatments like Botox and fillers, microneedling, diamond glow, hydrofacials, and Morpheus 8 for radiant, glowing skin. Looking to restore thinning hair or reshape your hairline? Marietta Plastic Surgery is the only practice in the region that offers the gold standard in hair restoration, the Foundation Aesthetic Hair Restoration Method. Visit MariettaPlasticSurgery.com to schedule your consultation today.
English Nick, we still have toodles to pip here on the Von Hessler Doctrine, so please toodle our pips.
All right, American Tim. This is from al.com.
Al,
Alabama.
Okay.
And yes,
Alabama.com. You
You
got to read it like with a southern accent.
This is from the Alabama. Well, I do have a British southern. No. This is from the Alabama Life and Culture section. Country music star Luke Bryan forgets words of one of his favorite songs in the middle of a performance.
Do we have clip?
We sure do.
Yay.
It's called Strip It Down, by the way.
I totally forgot all the words. I got it. I want to drop the cell phone now.
Oh,
recovered okay there.
You know, I can empathize with him because I forgot the entire song.
I forgot he exists.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I know who he is.
You know what? Believe it or not, okay.
Does he sing that Springsteen song, or is that some other horrible country singer?
That's Eric Church
Okay.
that sings Springsteen. Luke
Taint Church.
Tate McRae is a Canadian pop
Tank
star.
country.
That's for sure.
Morgan Wallen at least has got standout songs, but he caters more to women.
Yeah.
Luke Bryan, the thing about him is that if you go to his shows,
He's the guy from American Idol, right?
yes,
Yeah.
he's on American Idol, and he's from Georgia. He actually has got a decent sound to him.
He does.
But he panders to the bro country a little bit. He does.
Well,
I know that
that's-
pisses off the people that like
They got
Blue Ray.
money. They got the money, the bro country guy.
But his show is not like, I actually was entertained. I went and saw him at Lakewood a couple years ago, and I was entertained. It actually was a good concert at Lakewood.
Yeah, I saw Britney Spears at Lakewood once. I was entertained too.
But Luke Bryan and Britney Spears in the same category?
Well, when he starts juggling knives in his bikini, then I will.
I'm really surprised that you see a lot of bands in big shows now who will have the teleprompter, right?
Yeah, well, you got to
And
remember the
it's,
words.
It's there just in case. It's not. They don't use it all the time,
Right.
And when they walk by it, they can remind. I mean, why not just do it
You know, the Dead and Company
in the
do
stadium
that.
thing?
Dead and Company do that.
Well, that's because they can't remember anything
Why?
because of all the damage they've done over the
They're
years.
not all druggies. You think John Mayer is
Yeah, but
stoned
does
out of his
John
mind?
Mayer sing with Dead and Company?
Yeah,
He does.
Sings
Yeah.
a lot. Unfortunately.
Really?
Oh no, he has a great voice for his style of
I think
music.
I'm not a big fan of his music. I think he's one of the most talented guitar players.
When he sings his songs, I think he's fantastic.
Oh, he does his own songs with Dead and Company?
No, let me finish.
Oh.
When he sings Jerry Garcia's songs, I don't think he sounds at all like Jerry Garcia, and it's distracting to me. And there aren't enough drugs in the world to make it better.
But you know
So-
how Jerry Garcia sounds these days?
Dead.
Silence.
Yes. 30 years now.
So,
Thanks for reminding
you
me.
choose.
Yeah.
You know what? Tim's a dead purist. That's what he is.
No, I get it. I get it.
He's a
I get it.
purist.
Yeah.
And I agree. I don't think John Mayer's voice, it doesn't do it for me either. I get it. But
I said, I told you that I like him singing his songs.
Talented guy.
I do not like him singing Grateful Dead songs. That's it for me.
I know John Mayer's voice does it for your wife, Jared, because she's always posting videos of him.
She loves John
She
Mayer.
loves John Mayer.
As a musician, he's incredibly talented.
Miss Modo.
All right, now you have to
Mrs.
get out
Modo.
of here, and I don't want you to get out of here without doing this. Why do the Brits hate a certain type of American candy?
It's not about hating the candy. The powers that be don't like it because it's got all the wrong ingredients. It's got these. It's the Jolly Rancher, right?
Yes, which is a
Correct.
jolly good. It's British, right there. Jolly good.
And the
Jolly Rancher.
UK, the United Kingdom's Food Standards Agency announced a stern advisory against Jolly Rancher candies on June 11th, and they said that it's the MOA and the MOSH. MOA is mineral oil aromatic hydrocarbons.
Okay, those
and
are good for you.
MOSH is mineral oil saturated hydrocarbons. So saturated.
So it's made from oil.
Anything saturated is probably not good for you.
Well, hydrocarbons.
They don't even carry Skittles in England because of
Oil.
what's in that, because of the food dye.
I think they're changing.
I've heard that Skittles are awful for you, but I love
Skittles
I've
are
heard
so
that.
good.
They're so good.
Well, don't worry, England. I'm going to make everybody change their formulas, and you'll be able
Is
to
it,
buy our
aren't,
garbage.
sir, aren't you banning a lot of the dyes in this country now?
Yeah, they're going to have to use beet juice to dye Fruit Loops and Apple Jacks.
Nothing
Yeah.
wrong with some beet juice. I like that.
Beet juice is
delicious. Good for you.
Yes, it's tasty. It's sweet. Very earthy.
I love beets.
Because beets are grown in the ground and they taste like dirt.
But beets always remind me of when I was a kid and my grandma.
you got a lot of
my
beetings?
grandma Susie, no, she had the biggest vegetable garden and she would grow the freshest, most amazing beetroots.
Isn't that nice?
Ever.
You could go. My grandparents had a garden in their backyard, and then they had one right outside the kitchen window, so you could go out and just yank a beet and some Swiss chard and make yourself a salad.
There you
I
go.
like it.
It is.
Well.
It is shocking to me when you
A
go
window.
when you go over to Britain. Number one, how I guess in Europe in general, how you go and whether it's the vegetables that like you guys are talking about or the candies, how different it does taste from what we have here in the States. And I do think it is. The candies are not as good.
Oh,
but man,
where?
the veggies.
There?
I think our candy's better
No,
personally.
no, Jared,
But
you're wrong.
but the veggies and the fresh food in general are better here, or it's better there. Excuse me.
Thank you, English Nick.
I'm going to bring Jared a Mars bar next week.
Please
I'm
do
excited.
it.
Please.
Greg is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Hi, I'm Greg. I'm not an actor. I'm just a regular person. 8 years ago, I just didn't feel like I was on my game. I started taking Prevagen, and I want people to know that Prevagen has worked for me. Give it a try. I want it to help you just like it has helped me.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
If you are 50 or older, it is recommended that you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia, a potentially serious bacterial lung disease that can disrupt your life for weeks. If you're an adult 19 to 49 with certain underlying medical conditions like asthma, diabetes, chronic heart disease, or COPD, vaccination is also recommended. Talk to your doctor about vaccination today and learn more at lung.org/protectyourself. Furnished by the American Lung Association in collaboration with Pfizer.
The big focus in America today is on your health, and more people looking beyond pills and steroids and surgery. Hey, it's Mark Aaron for QC Kinetics. At QC Kinetics, they've been on the cutting edge of this medical revolution since 2018. Using regenerative medicine, they have helped tens of thousands of people get lasting joint pain relief using natural treatments that harness your body's own healing power. The truth is, regenerative medicine used to be an alternative treatment. Now it's mainstream, and QC Kinetics is the nation's leader. They're well-respected protocols include potent and powerful cellular-level treatments to revitalize and restore damaged joint tissue. They're not masking the pain. They're going after the very source of it. Yes, you can say goodbye to that chronic pain and live your best life. Learn more about this revolutionary treatment and get a free consultation. Call QC Kinetics now, 770-285-8026, 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026.
At Kroger, we've lowered prices on over 1,000 items across our stores so you can save even more. Whether you're shopping in-store or online at Kroger, we've lowered prices on thousands of the items your family wants and needs. And with lower prices, your dollar goes further every time you shop with us. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Right now, Kroger brand 80% lean ground beef is on sale. 16-ounce packages are only $4.99 each with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
How easy is it to save energy and money in 30 seconds? Let's count the ways. Power down unused devices.
Swap out traditional bulbs for LEDs. Adjust your thermostat for the season. Change your air filter. Move furniture away from your vents. And turn off the lights when you leave a room. Georgia Power's more than just your power company. We're your saving sidekick. Get started at georgiapower.com/energy efficiency today. Ready, set, save.
WSB Atlanta, WSBB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk. News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
At 4 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by Hoffman Financial Group. Our top story, no decision yet on if the U.S. will attack Iran. President Trump says he'll decide soon.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, quoting directly from the president.
I will make my decision whether or not to go within the next 2 weeks.
When asked to clarify how close Iran is to having a nuclear weapon,
Iran has all that it needs to achieve a nuclear weapon. All they need is a decision from the supreme leader to do that, and it would take a couple of weeks to complete the production of that weapon.
In the meantime, there are indications Iran wants to negotiate, even though the 60-day window for talks has passed. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, Washington.
As President Trump considers possible military action against Iran, Georgia Congressman Rich McCormick says he hopes it doesn't come to that.
If Israel can take care of the job, by all means, let Israel take care of the job, even if we have to supply the weapons to do so. I'd rather not be involved directly.
He calls the posturing by the regime in Iran very alarming. It is 85 degrees in Atlanta after today's rain. It is about to get much hotter. Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. A suspect is arrested after a teenager is shot multiple times outside a skating rink in Clayton County.
3 minors, including the 14-year-old victim, were being picked up at the Skate Zone skating rink on Mount Zion Road. The Clayton County Police Department says once they got in the car, the suspect fired multiple shots at them, hitting the victim in the chest, shoulder, and forearm. That teen was taken to the hospital and is in stable condition. Shortly after, a 911 caller reported seeing the suspect running through a wooded area on Maddox Road. Police responded and quickly arrested the suspect after a foot chase. No word on a motive. Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
Another teenager is recovering after a shooting on Briar Knoll Road in DeKalb County. Police say it may have started as a fight. The teen is in critical condition. No one else is injured. A man and a woman are arrested after a woman's body is found in Covington. The Newton County Sheriff's Office identifies the victim as 46-year-old Irma Valdez. Caitlin Jett with the Sheriff's Office says the suspects are both facing murder charges.
The preliminary investigation into this incident determined that the suspects, Firmino and Abrego, were a couple.
The suspects apparently knew Valdez, who was reported missing from Conyers June 16th. Her body was discovered yesterday in some woods off Stevenson Road in Covington. Atlanta police are confident in their security plan as Club World Cup matches are held in Atlanta over the next few weeks.
Monday's match went on without incident, and Deputy Atlanta Police Chief Charles Hampton says they are ready for today.
This is not new to us. As you all know, in January we hosted the National College Football Championship, so we enjoy doing big events.
APD officials say their Joint Operations Center is up and running during these matches, allowing for seamless communication between local, state, and federal agencies. They also have additional officers around the stadium to provide enhanced security. They urge everyone going to the games to plan ahead, and if you see something, say something. Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
Some all-time highs in the latest job numbers in Georgia.
For the first time in almost a year, Georgia's unemployment rate fell, dropping a tenth of a point in May to 3.5%. And that's according to state labor officials, who say the rate had held steady at 3.6%. Georgia jobs total hit an all-time high of 4,988,000, with 3 sectors seeing record unemployment: financial activities, healthcare and social assistance, and government. Overall, Georgia's unemployment rate is now 7/10 lower than the national mark. Judd Hickenbotham, 95.5 WSB.
In an effort to raise awareness about sickle cell, today is International Community Awareness Day. Tabitha McGee with the Sickle Cell Foundation of Georgia says there is drug and gene therapy to treat the disease, but there are side effects and it is expensive.
Sickle cell doesn't mean that a person have a crisis every day. It doesn't mean they have one once a week.
It just means that they may. And there is no hard, fast rule on when a crisis would occur.
About out of every 365 black Americans develop the disease, and about 1 in 13 is born with it. Good news in the search for a missing man with dementia. Atlanta police say 91-year-old Linton Lowe has been found and is in good health. He was found by deputies in Butts County between Atlanta and Macon. It is now 4:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather, and triple team traffic begins with Ashley Frasca.
A travel advisory in DeKalb County leaving Dunwoody, 285 eastbound. A crash at the ramp to I-85 northbound. Only the left lane of 285 open. Right now, the beginning of the ramp to 85 north is blocked as well. So the worse that gets, you can use 400 south to 85 north to avoid Doraville. And just watched on the jam cam, they cleared a stalled tanker out of the left lane. 285 south at La Vista, lanes opening there. A crash in a right center lane. 285 north at Covington Highway. And finally clearing up an overturned tractor trailer on Sugarloaf Parkway westbound, soon to open at Highway 29. Checking the downtown ride, it's Kobe Dawkins.
And 7585 northbound, seeing the brake lights pack in at Langford Parkway, getting past Spring Street. 85 southbound, heavy volume beginning at the Georgia 400 merge. And 75 south, you're slow starting before Howell Mill Road, both getting to I-20. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Storm tracker radar is clearing up after the storms moved through earlier this afternoon. Right now, there is no rain activity in the metro area. All the rain seems to be fizzling out into Alabama, moving over in this direction, and the heaviest rain is well to our south and east right now. It is going to get much hotter with temperatures climbing into the mid-90s in the days to come. Right now, it's 84 in Duluth, 85 in Powder Springs, and 77 in Stockbridge. More news at 4:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 2 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now with this, also known as the Headline Hopper.
It's time for the Headline Hopper.
I hate that one. Just kidding. Jared, what's in the Headline Hopper? I'm sure there's plenty in there.
Yeah, I kind of teased this a little bit in the first hour. So there's a brand new Fox News poll that came out, and it's been critical of Trump on a couple things, including the border and the Big Beautiful Bill. Number one, most Trump supporters do not like the Big Beautiful Bill, which is surprising. He went on Truth Social and he's like, I cannot believe this. Fox News just hates MAGA, blah, 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 blah. And then with the Big Beautiful Bill, with the border, only 50% support the current status of the border. And he's like, that's ridiculous.
Are they polling Trump supporters, or are they just polling GOP voters?
They're polling everybody across the board. And those that lean Republican are the ones that are even saying that, so that are alluded to that. So, of course, he went on Truth Social and he went off on them. And this has always been, in my opinion, a weak spot for Trump. Because,
what are you talking about?
Well, because he allows one poll from what he considers to be a friendly outlet to just dictate how he feels about things.
I think he's known for 8 years that they're not a friendly outlet.
Fox News? I mean, the Fox that I was watching earlier today.
The pundits are. The polls that they do aren't. And then the regular news that they do, that's not. You remember Shep Smith? He left.
Yeah.
He got out of there because he's not a part of that whole thing. It's all about who they poll, what the questions are, and then when they put it out there, and first of all, he's responding to it, which is dumb because nobody even knows, nobody paying attention to it at all. It's like CNN polls or MSNBC polls. People don't go out every day and think about polls. You know who that you go and ask the people that are working someplace that own a business or things like that. You don't just go, hey, you voted for Trump. We found you on a voter roll. Let's get your poll. They're dumb. They're a waste of time. But him responding to them is also a stupid waste of time.
What I really struggle with, Tim, is the idea of there being a friendly site towards him. Like if a Newsmax poll came out and it came out negative, I guarantee you that he would respond the same way. Like, Newsmax is, just hates MAGA.
Have they done that yet?
Or One American News. I don't think Newsmax has any credible pollsters there.
Now, if you're going to give him the benefit of the doubt about what he's doing or why he's complaining about it, it doesn't matter who's in the – if there's a Democrat in the White House, there's uniformity. And as you saw with Schwarzenegger yesterday, there's a message that liberal-leaning television shows and networks have. In the Schwarzenegger case, from being on The View, when he's talking about immigrants and how they need to respect the country that they're in, and you're a visitor and be nice and all this, that's not what they're talking about. and you even saw Sonny Holston put her hand on his arm to try to get him to shut up.
Yeah.
Which he did not do. But and then after he left or whatever, they all started blathering, their hen circle. What do they call that?
The View.
No, I know they call the show The View. Autumn, what is it? A hen? What is it? A hen convention? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think so. It's like the Music Man. Pick a little, talk a little.
Yeah, they just blather on about dumb stuff. I don't even think Whoopi believes half the stuff she's saying. But their goal is to be completely against anything that Trump did. Trump could walk out and say, I had a dream last night and I cured cancer in the dream, and you know what? It actually worked. They would say, well, I would rather get cancer. Because that's their role. That is what they do. And that's what MSNBC does. I think CNN to a lesser degree. And Fox just exists as it is. And, of course, there's a lot of neocons there, and they're going to push against him a lot of times. But you're right. Him throwing a fit, he should just ignore it.
Yeah, he should. He
doesn't know how to do. He doesn't know how to
doesn't.
not give power to other things.
Yes.
Right? Like I don't understand why, but.
Well, I think it's because he's playing 4D chess, but,
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people. Now, again, and what I'd like to remind Trump, and I grabbed these cuts from earlier today, is just while, everyone is trying to portray that MAGA's eating itself alive right now. There's two factions. And
They're fighting about the war, but other than that, I don't see much.
And I think overall, it's good to have healthy disagreements within your party. I think that's actually signs of a healthy party. You shouldn't agree 100% on every single thing. And
to that point, you're right. To that point, what you see when you have they're calling it the MAGA Civil War, and they're salivating about it in the news media. But what happens is that they're having disagreements. They're having discussions about what they disagree. And, of course, on social media, some of the influencers are calling each other names. You have guys like, I bring him up all the time. Cat Turd is this guy who's got hundreds of thousands of followers. He's a complete moron. But you see in the Democratic Party, they don't do that. They don't do it. And if you drift away and maybe have your own idea like John Fetterman will do, they all pounce on him and start screaming at him. You're getting out of line. We're all in the same line. Republicans don't do that, as you're seeing this week and last week.
That's true. And, especially last week with the Rand Paul, Thomas Massey, all that stuff that happened last week. I mean, I think overall it's signs of a healthy party to have different ideologies being thrown around within the party.
Sure.
And
it really is. We should not be listening to news outlets and their opinions on what any party is doing.
Right.
Because they're just creating more dissension by saying like Republicans are eating themselves alive, or there's the Republican Civil War. It really is just, it seemed like there were a lot of really diehard Trump fans, and some of them are getting bitten by some of his decisions.
Yes.
And that's what's happening. We can just have like making it so like they're eating themselves alive reminds me of like rats or something, right?
What?
Like dumb people, and that's not what's happening.
My fans
They're just
love
people who are. There are people. I'm just saying the way that it's depicted.
You mean lemmings following each other off a cliff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't like the depiction.
Yeah. It's because nobody can again. Nobody marches in lockstep.
Yeah, and that's why it's encouraging. And I know this might seem controversial to some, but it is okay to say, I disagree with Trump getting mad at this Fox News poll. But I agree with what he's doing by not jumping in immediately in the Israel-Iran conflict now. It is possible to say, I agree with him on this, but I disagree with him on this.
Yeah, because that's normal. That's normal.
And I think most people do think like that. But
I'm
for
sure
some
they
reason,
do.
though, if you're not 100% pure, then it's like, that
But that's
guy's
not
an idiot.
true.
Yeah, that's
But
social
that's not
media.
real.
That's social media
Yeah.
living the life. But
That's
you have
social
clips.
media. That's news. That's comments. That's not real life.
Right.
I mean, you could also see this. It's not necessarily the base is turning on Trump, but Trump, said one thing during the campaign.
Yeah.
And it's kind of
How
turned
dare you
against-
bring up the fact that he changed his mind?
But
Trust the
he's
plan.
turning on his base, a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah, a lot of people feel that for sure. But what I wanted to highlight is there are a couple of viral moments today on the opposite side of the aisle. So as much as the news media is trying to portray the Republicans are in a civil war, as you were alluding to there, Tim, this is what's going on the.
I don't really think they are, but that's what they're calling it.
That's what they're calling it, exactly. And this is what the Democrats are talking about. This is Representative Jasmine Crockett here.
Oh,
When you think about it, Kamala Harris, light years ahead of Donald Trump as it relates to qualifications, as it relates to her overall resume, and as it relates to the fact that she was a lot younger. Everybody said that they wanted to get rid of Joe Biden because he was too old. Then you had a younger, qualified, non-felon candidate, and somehow the people still chose the old white man.
Yeah, shouldn't that tell you what people thought about Kamala Harris more than what they thought about Donald Trump? They had the same argument with Hillary Clinton. Yeah. People voted for Donald Trump because they couldn't stand the idea of Hillary Clinton being president. People voted for Donald Trump this last time because they couldn't stand the idea of somebody like Kamala Harris becoming president. Even go backwards, think about the fact that they didn't have a primary. They just anointed her the candidate. Yeah. Now, if you're a Democrat, like I used to be, a diehard, by the way, for years and years and years, what happened in 2016 was you had Bernie Sanders leading in every poll. He was going to sweep a lot of these different states. Some of them were definitely going to go to Hillary. But they just pushed him aside. Superdelegates weren't going to allow that to happen. Hillary gets the nomination and loses. This last time, Biden waited too long. Biden should have said in December of 2023, I'm not going to run. I just don't have time to turn it over. And then they could have had a primary. And you know what would have happened? Kamala Harris would not have been the nominee because the last time she ran for president, she dropped out before New Hampshire because nobody liked her or cared about her.
Exactly. You would have gotten a different candidate, and who knows, potentially.
And Jasmine Crockett's a big phony anyway.
Well,
it would have been nice for Kamala to be more qualified.
Yeah, but she wasn't. She was
right,
just vice
and she
president.
wasn't. And that doesn't mean that, Trump was necessarily the best choice. It was just the only other choice.
What are you talking about? I'm the only choice.
That's the thing. That's the thing with our two-party system.
Ron DeSantis.
There's no way to.
Here we go. The parliamentarian wants us to have European-style government.
There she is. That commie mommy.
Ashley Frasca says there are updates on the traffic situation on 285.
Much better news if you're rolling out of Dunwoody and Doraville. That crash 285 eastbound at I-85, that is cleared. All lanes are open. A little slow getting past that. Earlier trouble at La Vista Road. That has gone off to the shoulder as well. 285 east and northbound. That ride will improve up from Flat Shoals. Had a crash in a center lane at Covington Highway. That is cleared. Now live on the jam cam, some delays through Fairburn with a left lane crash. You'll find that on 85 north past Sonoy Road. Updating the ride in the northwest, it's Kobe Dawkins.
And it's looking sluggish, 75 northbound starting at the North 120 loop, getting to Way Green Road in Kennesaw, and 575 northbound, you're on and off the brakes getting into Woodstock, and also over in Gwinnett County, Sugarloaf Parkway at Lawrenceville Highway. That rollover crash has started to clear, but westbound lanes remain blocked while they work to clear up that debris. And this report is sponsored by Whole Foods Market. Save at Whole Foods Market, get 20% off, no antibiotics ever, 80% lean ground beef with Prime through June 24th. While supplies last, shop in store or online, terms apply. From the Cool Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
When traffic hits.
I-75 completely shut down north and south between McDonough and Locust Grove.
The Triple Team Traffic Center has you covered.
Brake lights fill in on 316 westbound at Sugarloaf Parkway.
Your source for Atlanta's traffic.
Heavy police fire department activity.
Brought to you by the Cool Ray Lifetime Parts and Labor Warranty.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Every year for the 4th of July, my family invites over friends, and I get a big box of burgers and franks from Omaha Steaks, and we grill out. It's going to be the same this year. Right now, for the 4th of July sale, you can get 50% off site-wide at Omaha Steaks. Just like me, I don't get a special. I take the discount as well, and you can use the promo code ERIC at checkout and get an extra $45 off. So it's already 50% off site-wide, and then you put in ERIC as your promo code, and you get $45 extra off, minimum order required. You get unparalleled quality from Omaha Steaks. It's deliciousness. Get the burgers, get the gourmet jumbo franks. You can get the sides, everything you need. You can even get steaks. We do this every year. It's become a family tradition. Start your own family tradition with Omaha Steaks. Again, 50% off site-wide right now. And if you go to omahasteaks.com, with the 50% off site-wide, you get an extra $45 off if you use ERIC, E-R-I-C-K, at checkout. omahasteaks.com.
You should never need financing for a simple garage door repair, but it's happening here. Out-of-town companies have invaded Atlanta for a cash grab, charging outrageous prices. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage, Entry Doors, and Windows. Stay local and stay on budget for every opening of your home. All Four Seasons, trusted in Atlanta for over 25 years, exceptional customer service, and fair, honest pricing. When trust matters, trust us. All the number 4 Seasons Garages.
For many of you, it's happening. Your hair's thinning, your crown's disappearing, and maybe hair loss has you feeling your identity is lost altogether. Well, I got good news. It's Advanced Hair's incredible yet simple one-day treatment that starts regrowing your own natural hair the very next day, and it's guaranteed to grow for life. It's Mark Aaron back with you. We've all seen the pills and lotions that come with monthly subscriptions. They help retain what you have, but what about regrowing your hair permanently in specific areas? From Advanced Hair's state-of-the-art facilities to their world-class physicians, it's not maybe your hair will regrow. It's guaranteed that your new hair will grow. You decide how much, how thick, and where. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, and I've seen their results, friends. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts, call 470-660-HAIR. That's 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
I'm consumer investigator Dale Cardwell, and for over a decade, I've trusted America's best choice for windows, doors, siding, and decks.
Spring is the perfect time to update your home, and America's Best Choice makes it easy with these spring specials. Highest quality, energy-efficient windows starting at just $299. Take 10% off a new deck and create the outdoor oasis of your dreams. No pressure, no gimmicks. Visit abcwin.com today to schedule your free consultation.
The guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate is the easiest way to sell your home. Now you can save time and make the most money and eliminate all hassles this summer. Hey, Sean Hannity, Mark Spain Real Estate can sell your home with the strongest all-cash offer in the industry and help you move on your timeline. And with their guaranteed offer, there are no showings, no open houses, and no costly repairs. One listener, Ryan, he said Mark Spain Real Estate exceeded our expectations by helping us achieve significantly over our asking price. Now, we received much more than we ever anticipated, and we cannot recommend Mark Spain Real Estate enough. With over 67,000 satisfied clients, you can trust the most experienced real estate team in the U.S. to sell your home fast. Choose when you want to move with the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate and close in as little as 21 days. Simply go to markspain.com, find out what your guaranteed offer would be. There's no obligation. That's markspain.com and start packing.
All right, Jared, hit us with some more headlines.
Well, talking about the divisions between the Republicans and Democrats, they're trying to create this idea of a civil war on the Republican side. We've heard all about that.
Yeah, we just heard Jasmine Crockett.
And then Jasmine Crockett, she's becoming one of kind of the leaders of the Democrat Party. And
Good
then
for them. That means they'll never win again.
James Carville, remember him? He was
I do remember
I love
him.
James Carville.
Pundit now. I guess
scared
he was
him once.
part of Clinton's campaign, right?
Yes.
You scared him.
I scared him on the streets. I was coming out of a bar
Why'd you scare him?
New Orleans at like 2 a.m, and I was really drunk. And he and his wife were crossing the street together. And I went, "Oh, look who it is!" And he went, "Hello," and kept walking.
See, he always seemed like a likable guy to me. But
yeah,
he
probably didn't want to be accosted by a drunk guy at 2 a.m.
Probably not, no. He was on Fox News, and he said this about the Democratic Party, the current Democrat Party, believe it or not.
The Democratic Party has been the most effective political party in the history of the world. It started Social Security. It brought civil rights. It brought women's rights. It brought gay rights. It brought the last party to bring a balanced budget to the United States of America. Okay? It shepherded the United States through the greatest age of prosperity it ever had, the 90s. The Democratic Party really does not need me to defend it. It has a record.
It does.
As good as you can imagine in the Depression.
Who's that guy?
That's the host on Fox News. I can't remember who exactly he's talking
Oh,
about.
he does. I don't know. He's just parroting a bunch of things he's always been saying. But civil rights, I believe, was mostly a lot of Republicans voted for that.
Yeah.
I believe.
To say that it's the best political party in the history of the world is pretty. It's a pretty bold statement.
Well, you're discounting the Whig Party.
Yep.
The Whig Party, man, they did some stuff.
The Know Nothings. There's a lot of parties out there.
Don't forget libertarians. Come on, the
People
Green
love
Party.
to party.
Don't forget the Democratic Party were the ones who led the secession from the United States in the 1860s.
That's right.
It's a different party back then, but it's true. If you're the greatest party of all time, then you've always been the same party. So at one point you said, well, we don't want to have freedom for everybody, so we're just going to secede.
Yeah.
And then we're going to have a big war. And then we're not going to be allowed back in Congress until we're playing nice with everybody. But, they're different parties now. But anyway, yeah, James Carville's just going to do what James Carville does.
His rhetoric has changed over the past couple of months because I follow him. I actually enjoy.
Well, he was critical of Joe Biden quite a bit.
Yes, he was, and I appreciate his commentary because he's kind of an old school Democrat, and I appreciate the new school Democrat that's out now is a little too progressive for my liking.
Well, James Carville is a liberal.
For sure.
Like an old school Democratic liberal, but he's loyal to the party. Like a lot of liberal people around 2015, 2016 left the party. A lot of them started voting for Trump. And I think it's funny because they're the ones who will call Republicans rhinos when these Republicans have been consistent for 30 years. And I think it's funny because it's like the MAGA people are the ones who are the actual rhinos. Not an insult, but they're just Republicans in name only because they're a coalition of independents and ex-Democrats and, more I don't want to say nationalistic. That's not the right word.
Patriotic.
Nativist.
Nativist. That's better.
Nativist type Republicans. Yeah. But they're not rhinos. They're just regular old Republicans.
Right.
Who've always been like, we got to go fight more wars.
Well, and while the Democrats are kind of trying to figure out who they are now, it is Carville kind of represents kind of like that old school Democrat.
But they don't listen to him anymore.
That's always been there. That's always been kind of a fundamental part of that party.
Yeah.
And for a while, he was saying we just kind of need to lay down and die and let Trump mess up. But now, obviously, the message from the top has changed, and now he's going out there and he's saying things like, look how great our past
We're
is.
so great here that we are. Look, I mean, we done everything in the world. We invented the time machine, and we went back and fixed everything that we did wrong before we were liberal. And we also created China. We invented the moon. We the Democrat Party, the greatest party in the history of everything. So we created space.
Who changed that gear there, James? What changed you there, man?
Oh, they called me and said I can't go on TV no more unless
he just does what he wants.
I think the Obamas called them. I think the Obamas are in control of the party now.
Yeah, they're not doing anything.
When we come back, we've got a story about a toxic foot-long worm that's invading the United States.
Never heard of it. Ashley Frasca says there are downtown delays.
It has been a stop-and-go ride on the downtown connector 7585 North up from 166 Langford Parkway, trying to clear Freedom Parkway, and sluggish certainly through the heart of Midtown on 7585 South, getting past William Street. Delays on 85 South begin down from Georgia 400. Things getting better on the perimeter now. That crash 285 East at the ramp to 85 North has cleared on and off the brakes on the Interloop 285 South down to Clarkston, getting past Highway 78. Updating trouble in Fairburn from the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Kobe Dawkins.
And it's a crash, 85 northbound just past Sonoya Road, exit 61. It blocks one left lane, causing delays getting into Union City. And also seeing delays leaving Locust Grove, 75 northbound. Those delays start before Highway 155, getting to Jodico Road. And this report is sponsored by Echo Park Speedway. Experience the Quaker Steak 400, available at Walmart Saturday, June 28th. Under the lights in Atlanta. Get your tickets now at echoparkspeedway.com. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
This is Scott Slade, and nothing takes the place of time when it comes to spotting problems with your health, especially cancer. The earlier the better. That's where virtual imaging comes in. Virtual imaging's LDCT body scan can be invaluable, giving you more time for you and your loved ones to take charge of your health. They can detect tumors as early as precancerous virtually anywhere in your body, and aneurysms you may not even know are there. Due to overwhelming demand for a limited time, their $995 core body scan offer has been extended. It's a $2,495 value. Early detection saves lives, and now it's more affordable than ever. Virtual Imaging has gotten such great response to this offer that they've opened up more times in both offices, but appointments will fill up fast, so don't wait. Some minimum requirements may apply. Early detection is your best protection. To schedule your virtual imaging $995 core body scan, call 770-678-SCAN. That's 770-678-SCAN. Or make an appointment by visiting their website at virtualimagingatl.com.
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Styling. Or possibility number 24, the latest software. Upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
And 62225. New customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
Hey, it's Belinda. I've been living in my house for 20 years, and let me tell you, it's been bug-free thanks to Arrow Exterminators. Summer's here, and so are the usual suspects: mosquitoes, ants, roaches, and spiders. But with Arrow Exterminators on my side, I don't even have to think about it. And guess what? June is Home Ownership Month, the perfect time to protect your biggest investment. Arrow's been family-owned for over 61 years, bringing experience, reliability, and the most effective and environmentally friendly solutions right to your doorstep. And they back it all with a 100% customer satisfaction guarantee. Don't let bugs ruin your summer fun. Take back your yard for barbecues, pool parties, and evenings under the stars. Call Arrow Exterminators today for your free home or business pest inspection at 888-GO-ARROW. Or visit arrowexterminators.com and tell them Belinda sent you.
With 5 miles of private beach and endless outdoor activities, Sea Island is summer at its best. Book today at seaisland.com/summer and enjoy 30% off August stays plus a $250 resort credit. Terms and conditions apply.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather, traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 4:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by QC Kinetics. Our top story, the White House says President Trump will decide about possible military action against Iran within 2 weeks. Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says the president is allowing talks with Iran to play out.
The president has made it clear he always wants to pursue diplomacy, but believe me, the president is unafraid to use strength if necessary.
The U.S. is beefing up military forces in the Middle East. Pentagon correspondent Charlie D'Agata says one aircraft carrier, the USS Carl Vinson, is already in the area.
We don't have 2 carrier strike groups there yet. The second one is still in the Indo-Pacific region. It is headed there. That might figure into the calculus of the timing should something happen.
There's been speculation of the U.S. using bunker-busting bombs to take out Iranian nuclear facilities. It is 85 degrees in Atlanta. Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. And after today's rain, get ready to sweat. Metro Atlanta is about to experience a heat wave.
As temperatures hit the 90s over the next week, Dr. Ashley Brule with Children's Healthcare of Atlanta says it's more likely people will experience symptoms related to heat illness.
It's hard for your body to actually sweat out that heat and to get rid of it. So you're at much higher risk of heat-related problems.
She recommends having kids drink water if they're playing outside for under an hour, but supplement with a sports drink if they're outside any longer than that. She says also try to limit activities and sports practices to early mornings and evenings to avoid the hottest part of the day. Jennifer Perry, 95.5 WSB.
Fulton County Sheriff Pat Labatt files a new lawsuit against commissioners over purchasing ordinances passed last year he says get in the way of him doing his job. The complaint filed this week alleges the county has ignored, obstructed, or delayed requests for essential items. Labatt's attorney Chris Balch tells WSB the sheriff is supposed to be independent.
What the Board of Commissioners is trying to do is usurp the sheriff's state constitutional authority to perform those duties to which he was sworn into office and elected by the citizens of Fulton County.
A spokesperson for the county declined to comment on pending litigation. 2 teens are recovering after separate shootings in Metro Atlanta. One happens during a gathering at a Clayton County skating rink. A 14-year-old boy now in stable condition with gunshot wounds to his chest, shoulder, and forearm. Clayton County police respond to the skate zone on Mount Zion Road where there was a large group of juveniles gathered in the parking lot. A suspect is in custody. Also, a teenager is in critical condition after a shooting on Briar Knoll Road in DeKalb County. After a rash of AED thefts, MARTA is reassuring passengers and emergency help is still just a heartbeat away.
MARTA once had publicly accessible automated external defibrillators in all 38 train stations, but thefts of the devices led MARTA to move AEDs in 21 stations to more secure spots.
That may be a break room, a staff room.
Stephanie Fisher with MARTA says fears of losing critical time during a heart attack looking for staff to get the machine are unfounded.
They would very likely alert a station agent or MARTA police officer anyway.
Fisher says the worst scenario is to need a public AED and find out it's been stolen. Steve Summers, 95.5 WSB.
A new report ranks Atlanta near the bottom when it comes to the safest cities for drivers. Atlanta number 189 out of 200 cities on Allstate's annual list. The insurance company analyzed collision data and finds the average driver in Atlanta will experience an accident about every 6 years. Allstate says Brownsville, Texas is the safest for drivers. The most dangerous is Boston. The Juneteenth holiday is today. An Atlanta City Council member calls it the beginning of freedom season.
June 19th was the day in 1865 slaves in Texas finally received word they were freed by President Lincoln's proclamation in 1863. Michael Julian Bond says from now until the 4th of July, it is a time of reflection and appreciation.
It should be more than just a day to barbecue and to take off. It should be a day of recognizing and examining the precious freedoms that we have here in America.
Juneteenth celebrations are planned in several metro communities, including Smyrna, Sandy Springs, and at Adair Park 2 in Atlanta. Graham Carroll, 95.5 WSB.
It's now 4:34. Time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. And triple team traffic begins now with Ashley Frasca.
A little more than a tap of the brakes through Fairburn with a left lane crash on 85 north past Sonoy Road, exit number 64. As you're traveling home into Gwinnett County on 85 northbound, you do find some brake lights up from Old Peachtree, sluggish in spots getting to 985. That earlier truck crash, Sugarloaf Parkway at Highway 29 has cleared. And now we see a stalled dump truck getting into Doraville, 285 east at Peachtree Boulevard. That's blocking the far right lane. Updating I-20, it's Kobe Dawkins.
Well, starting on the West Freeway, seeing 20 eastbound, seeing a little bit of brake lights from Thornton Road getting to I-285. Over on the East Freeway in DeKalb, 20 eastbound, it's slow starting at the perimeter, getting past Panola Road. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Partly cloudy for the rest of this evening. Overnight lows in the upper 60s to low 70s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, an isolated pop-up shower possible, high 91. Sunny skies on Saturday, heating up to a high of 92.
After all the rain earlier this afternoon, storm tracker radar is now clear in metro Atlanta. 81 in Snellville, 82 in Union City, 85 in Milton. More news at 5 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Now is the season to have AquaGuard Foundation Solutions save your crawl space from the bad things down there and make the air you breathe in your home healthier with a crawl space encapsulation. Simply set up a free inspection at aquaguard.net. Remember,
AquaGuard. Hey Braves fans, this is attorney John Foy. After an accident, you want help, you want answers, and we're available to get you both as quickly as possible.
Injured? Call the Strong Arm. Attorney John Foy and Associates, proud partner of the Atlanta Braves.
JIC, Flat Face Seal, BSP, and DEN. If you know what these are, then listen up.
I'm Victoria Holloway. We can replicate hose assembly on site with Mobile Hydraulics of Georgia.
Call 770-HYD-HOSE or try our website, HYDHOSE.com.
When everyone in the family wants something different from this year's vacation, there's only one thing to do. Plan for Pigeon Forge. From gorgeous mountain views, shows, and shopping for leisure lovers to coasters, a 200-foot swing, and hundreds more rides for adventure seekers. Plus Dollywood's epic array of fun. There's plenty of variety for the whole family, all in one place. Unique experiences, quality time, and memories for years to come. Find your personal favorites. Plan your getaway at mypigeonforge.com.
It's happening, guys. Your hair's thinning, the crown's disappearing. Hair loss might have you feeling you've lost your identity. It's Mark Aram here. Thankfully, there's Advanced Hair Simple One-Day Treatment. You decide how much, how thick, and where. It's your own natural hair that begins regrowing the very next day, and it's guaranteed to grow for life. I've seen Advanced Hair's incredible results with my own eyes. Get your free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts. Call 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
Jared Yamamoto, you have some open mics for us, you say.
Yeah, weighing in on a lot of things we've brought
Are
up
they good?
Here on the, I think they're good. You're going to like this first one.
Eric's not here, so you're not gaslighting anybody.
That's true. Not gaslighting anybody.
Thank you, Lord.
This open micer loved your take on modern country.
Tim Andrews.
Yes.
Going in on the Turd Nugget Country Singers of today. I love it. I'm here for it. My God.
Turd
Morgan Wallen, Eric Church, Luke Bryan. Turd nuggets, dude. Turd nuggets.
I like
Turd
that
nuggets.
expression. That maybe we're not going to call the show that today, but it might be the descriptor. But yeah, that's cool. Thank you for the support. I'm here for you. I'm here for you and the good music police.
When you pander to the bro country people, I agree with that guy. But there is some good country music out there. I promise. I think it's the most popular music genre at the moment now.
Hank Jr.
What?
Hank Jr.
Hands down. What's more popular than country music right now, Autumn?
Crappy pop music.
Other pop, yeah.
Pop.
Lots of pop music.
There's a lot of crossover between pop and country now. And
but not that country stuff. I'm talking about I keep talking about Lola. No one's talking about Lola. I love her.
Who's Lola?
She said, I'm too messy and I'm too clean.
That is a good song.
Told me get a job, then you ask where the hell I've been.
I'm sure I'll never hear it.
No, it's a really great song.
Okay.
But then, there's lots of cool stuff. There's a lot of cool stuff
There's
out there
a lot of
that's
cool
not
stuff.
country.
But I think that right now, if you're going to go off all popularity, there is a massive crossover between that style of country music and pop. And it changes. I mean, in the past, it used to be rap and pop. It's been electric and pop.
It's been pop and pop. It's been rap and pop. It's been hip hop and pop, hip hop.
P-pop, that's my favorite. What's the other open mics you got?
This guy. We got this guy's weekend going here.
Hey, this is Scott from Woodstock. And I just got to say that I've been having a rough week, but after hearing Summertime Guy, I'm ready to start the weekend early. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
That's right. We'll play it again Friday.
Absolutely.
Which is tomorrow.
Tomorrow is the start of summer.
That's right.
And one more open mic here, if I could find. Here it is.
What's crack-a-lackin', Doctrinaires? Nate over in Winder, even though I'm driving through Bankhead right now. Sketchy. Hey, just wanted to see if you guys had seen the teaser trailer for Spaceballs 2 or the trailer for the new Naked Gun movie with Liam Neeson. Just absolutely hilarious. Wanted to know what you guys thought of it.
Yeah, we saw it, and we talked about the trailer for Naked Gun. And we had a discussion about it, I think it was on Tuesday, when Bill Crane was here. He was looking forward to it and thinks it's funny. I also think it's funny. Eric doesn't like it. And I understand what he's talking about. And I also watched some of the original creators of not only Naked Gun, but, the TV show that it came from, Police Squad, and also the Airplane movies. They kind of got pushed out of the creative process by McFarlane and his people. But I think when it comes to McFarlane, that he will be true to the original material as much as he can, but he'll also put his spin on it. The trailer for that was very, very funny. Now, Autumn, did you see it?
She said your internet just dropped out, unfortunately.
But the dog's able to speak. Well, you get on that. But it's I don't want.
I watched it, and as somebody that's never watched it before.
You never watched any of the Naked Gun movies?
I haven't watched a single one.
I thought you were a huge O.J. Simpson fan.
Oh yeah, big O.J. a big O.J. guy.
He's great in those movies, by the way. He's very funny. He plays Nordberg.
Do you suggest for me, Tim? Do you think I should just go back and watch them from the beginning
You
before
don't have
seeing
to.
this one?
You don't have to.
I mean,
There's no continuity.
Okay, so it's just like it's its own self story for each movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, the first three. There's three movies. Naked Gun, I forget the name of the second one. And 33 1/3 is the third one, which has O.J. and Anna Nicole Smith. Rest in peace to both of those. But then he also brought up Spaceballs, which I was hoping Autumn would be on for because she loves Spaceballs.
Spaceballs is great.
And when I saw it in the theater, I thought, okay, it's great. And then subsequent views, it's never been one of my favorite Mel Brooks movies. So I have to watch it again. The trailer that I watched, the teaser trailer, makes me very happy because Rick Moranis is coming out of retirement after 30-some years.
Right.
He hasn't been in a movie. His wife had gotten ill, I guess, and he took over raising the kids. He quit Hollywood, and he didn't have to quit Hollywood, but he did, and that's a big sacrifice.
Now, he did the Honey, We Shrunk the kids and stuff, right? He was part of the.
He did Honey, I Shrunk the Kid. He did all those movies.
Okay.
But before that, he's in Ghostbusters.
That's
Ghostbusters
right. He
2.
is in Ghostbusters.
He's also in Strange Brew, which is an 80s cult comedy based off of their characters they did on SCTV. He's a very talented and very funny man. In fact, the last time he made the news before this was he got attacked outside of a hotel. Somebody punched him in New York City a couple of years ago, which is weird. But Rick Moranis is awesome, and knowing that he's in the movie as well as some of the other original, a lot of people are gone, of course. John Candy is in it. He's not going to be around, obviously. Dom DeLuise, who plays Pizza the Hut, he's long since passed. But there are a lot. Queen Vespa's father was Dick Van Patten. He's gone. But the Queen Vespa's back. Lone Star is back. You got to figure out. the theory that I have, and a friend of mine came up with this, is that Josh Gad is going to play Barf's son.
That would be pretty good casting. I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because obviously, that's John Candy, and that was my favorite. And also the robot that was supposed to be C-3PO, I don't remember the name. That was Joan Rivers, and of course she can't.
Supposedly Mel Brooks is going to play Yogurt.
Yeah, he's going to play Yogurt. May the Schwartz be with you.
And I like the little teaser trailer. It was kind of bashing all the remakes and
It was good. It was. I mean, it's enough where I'll go to the theater to watch this one.
It's pretty cool. A bunch of comedies are coming out. It felt like there wasn't any for a long, long time, and now they're back. Like I know Nate Bargatze's got a comedy coming out with Sandra Bullock. And
If you want to get people back into the theaters, especially older people that grew up with the comedy genre, this is what you got to do. Because we'll go see these movies.
Yeah, there's no better theater experience than a comedy where
Right,
everyone's
where
cracking.
everybody's laughing.
Where everybody's laughing,
I
exactly.
was talking about the first time I saw There's Something About Mary, which is, I think, a very funny Fairley Brothers movie, right? And there's something about seeing that in a theater, like George said, where everybody's cracking up. And there's a scene in that movie. You guys have both seen it, right? There's Something About Mary.
Yes.
Where Ben Stiller first meets Matt Dillon's character, and Matt Dillon's sitting down in an office, and he stands up and his pants are unzipped. I'm the only person in a crowded theater that laughed at that. I found it to be super hilarious, and I burst into laughter. And then I wasn't embarrassed because I was in a theater with people, but people were looking at me like, why is that funny? It was just odd and out of place.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean, where you find something particularly funny that not everybody else does, and you start cracking up alone.
Yes, but again, the theater problem, getting back in the theaters, make movies people want to see. People don't want to see more Marvel crap. People don't want to see more Star Wars. And if they do, they can watch it on your stupid Disney app.
I think one of the issues that the theaters have, too, and I know this is going to come across as unpopular, but I feel like when they do release new movies out, whether they're comedy, horror, you name it, no matter what the genre, sometimes if they don't have a successful first week, they immediately pull it. And I get that theater space is limited, but if you leave it in the theater for at least 3-4 weeks, I think there is a chance that some of the older generations will go and see the movies because they're not as...
Get a little word of mouth going.
Yeah.
Well, we'll go see Spaceballs 2 the day it opens.
Yeah, and I said Nate Bargatze's coming out with a movie with Sandra Bullock, but it's Mandy Moore. I just want to correct
Okay,
myself.
well, 601.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Comedies are coming.
Mandy Moore's a good actress. My friend Rob just texted me, and he said his Spaceballs theory is that Lewis Pullman, who is Bill Pullman's kid, is going to play a Kylo Ren type of character.
Oh, that would be cool.
So that's a great theory. I hadn't even thought about that, but Bill Pullman is the main guy. Right. He's Lone Star and much older, but he was in a lot of classic 80s
There are a lot of
comedies.
directions they can go with this. They could really mess this movie up, but I have a good feeling about it. I'm going to the theaters to watch Spaceballs 2. I will not hold back.
I bet you and I could go together, but I don't think that'll happen. Ashley Frasca says there is a slow ride downtown.
You're absolutely right on the downtown connector. Pretty filled up beginning before University Avenue on 7585 northbound, trying to get up around that Grady Hospital curve and pushing your way past Freedom Parkway. Pretty jammed on 85 south, slow in spots from Georgia 400, and especially slow going on the connector south, trying to get past William Street. There's a stalled dump truck. Look out for that in the right lane. And Doraville 285 east at Peachtree Boulevard, but slow leaving I-85 down that east side, 285 south to Highway 78. Uncovering new trouble on the West Freeway, it's Kobe Dawkins.
And that's correct. It's 20 eastbound right at Fulton Industrial Boulevard, exit 49. It's a stalled pickup truck blocking one center lane, causing some delays getting to I-285. From the Cool Lake Area Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
When news breaks,
major escalation in the Middle East. Israel and Iran have traded attacks.
We've got it covered.
Iran has launched missiles at Israel, including in Tel Aviv and Jerusalem.
Tune in often for the latest.
An American official now confirms the U.S. is helping Israel intercept the missiles.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's breaking news station.
Some things get better with age, but not your home siding and windows. If your house is showing its age and needs a facelift, it's only going to get worse. New siding and windows are the perfect fix. Dave Baker here for my siding and window experts, Nelson Exteriors. With Nelson Exteriors, you choose the window that's right for your home and budget from many top-rated manufacturers like Andersen and MI. And Nelson is a licensed and insured James Hardie Elite Preferred Siding Contractor. For unmatched quality and craftsmanship, Google Nelson Exteriors.
Buying a car shouldn't be a mystery. Hi,
Hi, I'm Stacey Ellis, Vice President of the Jim Ellis Automotive Group. At Jim Ellis, we believe in complete transparency because you deserve to know exactly what you're getting. That's why we show you all the numbers, no hidden fees, no surprises. We explain every option clearly so you can make the right decision with confidence. And if you ever have questions, we have answers. Our team is here to guide you, making sure you're informed and in control every step of the way. At Jim Ellis Automotive, we don't want to sell you just any car. We want to help you buy the right car because doing the right thing for you is what matters most to us. Experience car buying the way it should be, honest, straightforward, and built around you. And don't forget, Jim Ellis buys cars too. It's the safe and easy way to get maximum value for your car. To get started, visit one of our 21 convenient locations across Metro Atlanta or shop online at jimellis.com. The quick, easy, and convenient way to search and compare more than 5,500 cars, trucks, and SUVs. Jim Ellis Automotive, where you can always expect the best.
Cancer upends your life. We're doing all we can to change that. At Winship Cancer Institute of Emory University, we're reimagining the care experience to ease the burden of cancer with experts in your cancer and the research, trials, and treatments you can only get here. All so you can focus on what matters most, the best chance of living a full life. Winship Cancer Institute of Emory University. Cancer care designed around you and your life. EmoryHealthcare.org/Winship.
This is Jonathan Geller at D. Geller & Son Jewelers, Atlanta's engagement ring and wedding band destination since 1939. Why? Hand-picked diamonds that just shine brighter at a value that can't be beat. An unbelievable selection of engagement rings and wedding bands. And because we've been jewelers for generations, we can bring your dream ring to life with full custom abilities. So when it's time for the next chapter, come see Atlanta's most trusted jeweler since 1939, D. Geller & Son, in Kennesaw and Sandy Springs, and online at dgeller.com.
I'm Brian Parks, head of commercial banking in Atlanta for Ameris Bank. I've been in banking for over 30 years, and my team and I know that businesses have the best results when they work with local bankers who know the Atlanta market. Bankers who will work to understand your business operations and bring good ideas to the table. At Ameris Bank, we do that. I invite you to reach out so we can start a conversation. Visit amerisbank.com/yourbusiness or a local branch near you. Ameris Bank, fiercely yours, member FDIC.
Greg is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Hi, I'm Greg. I'm not an actor. I'm just a regular person. 8 years ago, I just didn't feel like I was on my game. I started taking Prevagen, and I want people to know that Prevagen has worked for me. Give it a try. I want it to help you just like it has helped me.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
If you are 50 or older, it is recommended that you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia, a potentially serious bacterial lung disease that can disrupt your life for weeks. If you're an adult 19 to 49 with certain underlying medical conditions like asthma, diabetes, chronic heart disease, or COPD, vaccination is also recommended. Talk to your doctor about vaccination today and learn more at lung.org/protect yourself. Furnished by the American Lung Association in collaboration with Pfizer.
All right, Jared, give us another headline.
Well, go on and change your passwords on these sites. 16 billion compromised passwords from Apple, Facebook, Google, and other sites. What could go wrong?
Really, that is a good question, because what does this mean? What do they do when they get all these? Do people get robbed? Do they go in and download apps for free, and then you have to pay? I don't know. What happens when these things happen?
Yeah, I mean, if somebody wanted to go into your stuff, they absolutely could. But in terms of like picking you out amongst the crowd, like my joke is always when I hear about data being compromised, I'm like, good luck. Now you get to deal with my problems. So go ahead, log into my accounts. Go right ahead.
Yeah, but I don't understand I don't like changing my password, for one thing.
It's so annoying.
I don't like doing it. I get why you have to, but I don't like doing it. I have certain ones that I remember, and then I got to think of something else, and it just drives me crazy. But again, I ask these questions when all these passwords and login credentials get hacked. What do they do with them? You hear, they sell them on the dark web. What the hell is the dark web, and what do people do with them? I don't recall ever being attacked. You know, the only times I've ever really been, and it's been twice in the last 2 years, I've had money deducted out of my account because there was a skimmer on a gas station pump.
That's right. You did have that happen to you.
One time it was $800. The next time it happened to me, somebody bought some stone. like a mason bought all the things from a mason place. I don't know what they're called. So I called the mason place, and the lady's like, "Hey, how you doing, so-and-so Mason?" And I said, "Yes, I had an order for X $100, and I didn't order this stuff. I think somebody got my card number somehow." And she goes, "What's your name, darling?" And she goes, "What's your card number?" And I said it, and she goes, "Well, that wasn't the person who signed for it." She told me the person's name and gave me their phone number.
Oh, wow.
And then she deleted it. She goes, "It'll be back in your account in no time. Thank you." And it was. So then I used a spoof app and called the guy, and he answered. And I said, "Hey, man, you're going to have to find another way to pay for that masonry stuff." And he got all upset and hung up.
Wow. Did you report him?
Yeah, but the police aren't going to waste their time on that. There's not really anything they can do.
You know, I think what they do with your information is they sell your address, your phone number.
Yes.
Yeah, stuff like that. Because then you get put on mailing lists. You get sent emails that you didn't sign up for. You get texts from people saying like, "Hey, the party's tonight. Are you coming?"
Yes.
Stuff like that.
Where is it?
Hi, I'm lonely.
Yeah, I'd love to come. Let's go.
Yeah, or the phone call. "Hi, don't hang up. I've been driving through your neighborhood, and I'd love to buy your house."
Yeah, this is the worst.
And you
I
can't
haven't
call
gotten
them.
one of those.
You haven't? Oh, God, you will now.
Yeah, they're in Georgia.
I want to call them back and prank them, but when you do, the number's been spoofed, so there's nobody answering. I love doing
they
that.
rotate numbers really fast.
Yeah, they buy them. There's too many numbers. Let's get rid of the numbers.
When you were skimmed, Tim, did you tap your card at the gas pump? I'm so curious about this.
No, I used it. The skimmers usually work where you put it in and pull it out.
Okay,
so
all right.
Put a little device in there that just.
Gotcha. So I wonder now if tapping is safer. You know, most cards and most gas stations, honestly, most places allow you just to tap your card to pay. I wonder if that's now the safer way to go.
I would think so.
Instead of actually putting the chip in. Yeah, or cash.
They can't skim your cash.
It's true.
I've used cash a lot this week, and every clerk I go to looks at me funny. Gives me a dirty look. Not necessarily a dirty look, but "Why are you using cash" look. Because I like to use cash, and I like to annoy you. Make change. The thing tells you how to make change. You don't have to learn how to do it like I did when I ran a cash register at McDonald's. You had to know. And
You
then
didn't have the cool like coins that fell down that thing. I think that was at Wendy's actually. You know, it was like the coins would come down, fall down this little chute, and then it would land in the little tray.
You had to know how to count everything back, and there's no way I'd be able to do it now. But I used to be able to do it, and then count all the money at the end of the night.
I feel like now there would be a major issue with counterfeit bills because so many of these places don't take cash. It would be so easy to give them counterfeit money.
No, they all look at them. If they're bigger than a 20, they'll look at them.
Because what you do is you take a larger denomination and then buy something small with it, and then get the change so you get real money real fast.
Yeah, right. But if anything over a $20 bill, the clerk will look at it.
You think so?
Really? No, I've seen him do it. Ashley Frasca says more trouble on the south side.
Today has been the day of rollover crashes. That is for certain. And the latest one you'll find in South Fulton. We just cleared up a crash on 85 North past Sonoy Road. And now another crash has happened. Looks like a truck carrying sod is on its side. So only the left lane is open there, getting past exit 64. Cleanup may take a while. You want to use Highway 29 up through Fairburn. 85 northbound, you're starting to see the brake lights fill in, leaving 285. Slow in spots to Jimmy Carter Boulevard, still crowded, leaving Old Peachtree almost to 985. And the crowd building in Marietta, rolling 75 north into Kennesaw. Update us on Georgia 400, Kobe Dawkins.
Well, it's a little slow, Georgia 400 northbound as you leave I-285, getting to North Ridge Road, and then you are free and clear getting into Alpharetta. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age system, maker, model. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Quit your itching and eliminate mosquito-borne viruses in your yard with Breda. If mosquitoes come back within 30 days, Breda will treat again for free.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
With 5 miles of private beach and endless outdoor activities, Sea Island is summer at its best. Book today at seaisland.com/summer and enjoy 30% off August stays plus a $250 resort credit. Terms and conditions apply.
It's Jeff Jr. from Trajan Wealth, and I've got something important to talk to you about, your 401k. If you have changed jobs, there are 2 very important considerations. You don't want to leave your 401k behind, and you don't want to roll it over into your new company plan without consulting Trajan Wealth first. 401ks will often have limited investments or age-based options. Since companies have to make choices to suit all employees, they may not be suited to you, which could cost you fees and money. When you roll over your 401k into an IRA, you not only keep your money growing tax deferred, but you also gain access to a world of investment options specifically designed for you. Trajan Wealth and our fiduciary advisors have helped thousands, and we can do the same for you. Call 404-390-4000. That's 404-390-4000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor.
Hey homeowners, it's Eric Erickson. You wouldn't trust Mac with a jack to fix your home's sinking foundation problem, would you? I certainly wouldn't. Serious issues need serious experts at Engineered Solutions of Georgia. Their skills are unmatched, so are their foundation solutions. When these guys repair a problem, it's the last time you'll have to worry about it. Done once, done right. Start today with a free inspection. Go to ESOGrepair.com. That's ESOGrepair.com.
Dial 678 ESOG now.
Buying a car shouldn't be a mystery. Hi, I'm Stacey Ellis, Vice President of the Jim Ellis Automotive Group. At Jim Ellis, we believe in complete transparency because you deserve to know exactly what you're getting. That's why we show you all the numbers, no hidden fees, no surprises. We explain every option clearly so you can make the right decision with confidence. And if you ever have questions, we have answers. Our team is here to guide you, making sure you're informed and in control every step of the way. At Jim Ellis Automotive, we don't want to sell you just any car. We want to help you buy the right car, because doing the right thing for you is what matters most to us. Experience car buying the way it should be. Honest, straightforward, and built around you. And don't forget, Jim Ellis buys cars too. It's the safe and easy way to get maximum value for your car. To get started, visit one of our 21 convenient locations across Metro Atlanta or shop online at jimellis.com. The quick, easy, and convenient way to search and compare more than 5,500 cars, trucks, and SUVs. Jim Ellis Automotive, where you can always expect the best.
WSB Atlanta, WSBB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
News,
weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 5 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by D. Geller & Son Jewelers. Our top local story, Fulton County Sheriff Pat Labatt sues the county. He's claiming new county purchasing ordinances interfere with his ability to do his job. Here's a report, all new at 5 o'clock.
According to a statement from Sheriff Labatt, the complaint filed this week alleges the county has ignored, obstructed, or delayed requests for essential items like Narcan or for repairs inside the troubled county jail. Atlanta Attorney Chris Balch represents the sheriff and says, simply put,
the Board of Commissioners is seeking to usurp the constitutional authority of the elected sheriff of Fulton County and make him little more than a department head within county government.
A spokesperson for the county declined to comment on pending litigation. Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
86 degrees in Atlanta. Rain moves out. Now brace for a heat wave. How hot will it get? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. A teenager is shot as gunfire erupts outside a Clayton County skating rink.
The Clayton County Police Department says it happened at the skate zone on Mount Zion Road. A 14-year-old was at the rink with two other minors when someone went to pick them up, and when they got in the car, the suspect fired multiple shots at the vehicle. The 14-year-old was hit in the chest, shoulder, and forearm. The teen was taken to a local hospital and is in stable condition. The suspect was then spotted running into woods along Maddox Road. They were quickly taken into custody after a foot pursuit. Police are now trying to figure out a motive. Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
A DeKalb County teen is in critical condition after a shooting in a Lithonian neighborhood. A neighbor tells Channel 2 Action News he and his fiancée heard 2 rounds of gunshots around 2 o'clock this morning.
Next thing you know, I just see sirens, hear sirens, see lights, come downstairs. There's a young lady, wailing, screaming, and they start working on what I guess is a young man.
Police say the shooting on Briar Knoll Road may have started as a fight. A man and woman are arrested after a woman's body is found in Covington. The victim identified today as 46-year-old Irma Valdez. Caitlin Jett with the Newton County Sheriff's Office says the suspects are both facing murder charges.
We do know at this time that Valdez knew the suspects, so I cannot speculate on exactly what their relationship was.
Valdez was reported missing from Conyers June 16th. Her body was found yesterday in some woods woods off Stevenson Road in Covington. New today from the White House, President Trump wants to give diplomacy a little more time before launching airstrikes on Iran.
The White House says President Trump is waiting to make a final decision on whether to attack Iran. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt read a direct quote from the president this afternoon.
There's a substantial chance of negotiations that may or may not take place with Iran in the near future. I will make my decision whether or not to go within the next 2 weeks.
Multiple sources tell CBS News the president believes disabling Fordow, Iran's most secure nuclear site, is necessary. Erica Brown, CBS News, the White House.
There's good news for Georgia's job market.
Georgia's unemployment rate now stands at 3.5% for May. The latest numbers from the state labor department find the rate dropped a tenth of a point from April and is now 0.7 lower than the national average. Georgia's jobless rate had held steady at 3.6% for almost a year. State Labor Commissioner Barbara Rivera Holmes says Georgia's business-friendly environment and competitive workforce have helped it hit an all-time high of 4,988,000 jobs. Judd Hickenbotham, 95.5 WSB.
President Trump is again extending the deadline for a TikTok sale. The popular video sharing app's China-based owner, ByteDance, now has until September 17th to sell or face a possible ban in the U.S. This is the third time President Trump has extended the deadline. Today's International Sickle Cell Awareness Day. It commonly impacts African Americans and those with South American and Caribbean heritage. Tabitha McGee with the Sickle Cell Foundation of Georgia touts the Shine the Light on Sickle Cell campaign.
Everyone should get a sickle cell test if they do not know their status, and most people are not aware of their status.
McGee says this is a big issue, especially when people want to get married and have children. She says there is a drug and gene therapy to treat the disease, but there are side effects, and it is very expensive. It is 5:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather. Triple team traffic begins with Ashley Frasca.
You'll find delays getting out of Beaufort and Gwinnett County on 985 northbound. A rollover crash pretty widely scattered on 985 north just past Friendship Road, exit number 8. You can take Highway 13 to avoid that southbound slow with the onlooker delays. A second rollover crash, this on the south side, 85 northbound, past Sonoy Road. Only a left lane is open. They're cleaning up logs that rolled out of the truck that overturned. And a stalled dump truck, it cleared to the shoulder in Doraville, 285 east at Peachtree Boulevard, but now they're blocking that 285 eastbound exit ramp to Peachtree Boulevard north. Updating I-20, it's Kobe Dawkins.
And I'm seeing brake lights as you leave Lithia Springs 20 eastbound starting at Thornton Road getting to I-285. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official air conditioning of Atlanta. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Partly cloudy, breezy this evening as a frontal boundary passes through. Lows tonight in the upper 60s, low 70s. Some areas of fog or low cloud cover for tomorrow morning. Then sunshine for tomorrow afternoon, high 91. Staying dry with sunny skies both Saturday and Sunday. Morning lows in the 70s, daytime highs in the low to mid 90s. Heating up on Monday, mostly sunny, high 95. Potentially reaching the mid to upper 90s by the middle of next week.
81 in Lawrenceville, it's 86 in Decatur, and 79 in Fayetteville. More news at 5:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 3 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. Autumn, are you back? I know you've been having some storms. Yay!
Yeah, we had some power outages and kids are screaming.
Man, they get scared when it
They
rains.
weren't scared. They were having a good time. They're like, oh God, blah.
I have to. Gilbert, my son, thinks that getting on the couch will save him from the thunder and lightning, so that's good. Like,
Oh,
why
he's
don't
like
you?
a puppy.
Well, he's like, why don't you come over here? Well, I did weird things like that when I was a kid. I was always afraid of lightning. The thunder didn't bother me so much. I was worried about the lightning.
Smart kid.
But then I'll pick him up, and that'll save him too. And then I do reassure him. Both his mother and I reassure him that, lightning's not going to get you. We have a lot of trees, but you can't explain the science of having a lot of trees around you. So, but eventually he'll calm down. Jared, you're going to the Braves game tonight. Jared, you can always tell when Jared's going to a Braves game because he's wearing a jersey.
Oh, yeah.
Now, whose
of course.
jersey is that?
This is Acuna's.
Acuna's, and he's playing, yes? I haven't followed any baseball this year.
He has been on fire. The Braves have the possibility of sweeping the Mets tonight. I'm taking my old man out for a little belated Father's Day gift. So
you meeting him there, or is he picking you up?
He's going to meet me there.
Okay.
He's coming from Woodstock, so it's a little easier for me.
So we left at 2 p.m. yesterday.
Yeah, the traffic from Woodstock, I'm sure it's going to take forever. Ashley Frasco knows that very well.
When you go to a Braves game leaving here, what time is the first pitch?
It's at 7:15.
So how much do you miss of the game? Just like the first inning?
I've knock on wood, every time that I've gone to a Braves game, I've made it right on time.
All right,
first
let's
pitch.
hope we don't just jinx it.
I know. Because Uber.
Way to go, Tim.
Uber does a great job of dropping you off right there by the main gate.
Oh, you're taking Uber.
Yeah. So I'm going to go Uber.
Yeah. You don't have to park and walk and all that crap.
When you park, usually I miss the first inning. But if I Uber, I get dropped off right there at the gate. Usually everybody's in the stadium because the game's about to begin.
Yeah.
And I usually can just get in there right as the first pitch is
So
going
they've
on.
taken 2 from them?
We've already taken 2. Going for the sweep tonight.
That'd be cool. I don't like the Mets, as you know. I do like
you're
the
a
Braves.
Yankees guy.
Well, I'm a Yankees guy, but, secondary, I'll root for the Braves.
Yeah, your favorite NL team.
Sure.
Everyone was doubting the Braves this year, and I know that.
Well, I'm still doubting them, but
well, we haven't had a great first half of the season, but if we can turn this around, I'm telling you, I feel like what happened 2 days ago. There was a moment where Marcell Ozuna, our designated hitter, we were down 4-1 in the 8th inning. Bases were loaded, 2 outs. He hit a bases-clearing double to tie the game, and then we ended up winning in extra innings. And that felt like the moment that could turn the season around. And I still believe in them. I know I'm a hopeless optimistic, but when you look at the Braves roster from top to bottom, it's a damn good team. So.
Everything you just said, what do you think out of everything you just said? What do you think stands out to me as being odd?
Winning in extras.
No, not at all. It's still weird to me that in the National League they use a designated hitter.
Yeah, it is a strange thing. And I kind of miss the pitcher being able to, I miss the strategy that's
what I liked
it.
about it. The manager had to pay more attention. Usually they would bunt or sacrifice. And if they were a good enough hitter, they would actually swing away.
In the little baseball that I've watched this year, I've noticed some of the small game coming back, which I think it's good.
Well, there's a lot more base stealing now, thanks to the because I loved for a while there was none or very, very little. And when I grew up in the 80s, so you had Ricky Henderson and Vance Coleman and these guys who were really good at stealing bases, and they get a lot done. Like I think Henderson has over 120 in 1 year. And then I watched him.
Oh my God!
I think so. Can you verify that?
That's a ton of stolen bases. Wow!
And then he has the most of all time. And I remember the game they cut away from whatever game they were showing to show him steal it and win
130
in one season.
Yes.
Now I don't know if anybody's
1982.
stolen 100 bases in the last 20 years. I don't know that.
Yeah, I know Acuna a couple years ago stole 70, and I thought
That's pretty high.
I'm like the Braves are not known for stealing bases. So when he stole 70, I was like, wow.
It was an important part of the game. Sometimes Ricky would do second base and then third base, and it just kept the game interesting.
So he was just that fast compared to everybody else.
Fast but daring. You got to have both of those things.
It'd be nice if they shut out the Mets tonight.
What?
You'll get to rub it in Greg's face.
Oh, yeah, Greg Russ tomorrow.
That's true.
I don't care. I don't care. I have my Braves hat on now.
Yeah, well, again, everybody that's jumped off, and I mean, if you jump, again, it's the same thing as politics. I joke that the political junkies are the same as the sports enthusiasts out there. There were so many people that when the Braves were 10 games under 500, like, it's over, guys, it's over. I'm like, guys, we're not at the All-Star break yet. It doesn't look
What's
good.
that, 2 weeks?
Yes,
2
2
weeks.
weeks.
Going?
I want to go to the home run derby. That's
Can
always
you get
been
in?
a dream.
It's probably not sold out. Like you can get into that, right?
I could, but they're really expensive. It's
Really?
like I want to say $460 for a pair, and they're like not even. It's like in the nosebleeds behind home plate. Which if I'm going to home,
there's nobody in upper management that can't hook you up with a box or anything.
that would be nice. You know what?
Maybe
upper
30 years
management
ago.
here at WSB. If you're listening, I would love to go to the home run derby. That's here in Atlanta. It'd be
I wonder
easy.
how much they are for the tickets in the outfield where the guys are hitting the balls.
They were very expensive. I think I saw the cheapest were maybe $800 for a pair. I'd have to double check. Again, this is resale sites here, so
but it says that Juan Soto's doing it or something like that, or one of these big guys that hits lots of home runs, or Aaron Judge. You get a couple of theirs out there, then you can resell them.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a reason why so many people want to sit out there, and that's because there's a high likelihood that you're going to get a home run ball. And the home run derby's always been cool. Like when you look at all the different all-star games, And I'll throw the Pro Bowl in there, even though it's not technically an all-star game.
It used to be.
I think the Home Run Derby is one of the better events.
They should get rid of the Pro Bowl. You know what they should do? Have them play Madden.
That would be fun.
Because they're not going to get hurt. It's just kind of dumb. It was cool, and it was a thing where they would go to Hawaii and play the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
And, anyway, they don't do that anymore. All right, what are we doing here? We are doing.
You know what?
We haven't done this in a while.
We have not done this in a while. In fact, I don't know how this sounds here, so bear with me.
It's time for the Trump Dump on the Von Hessler Doctrine.
Hey, what do you mean by that?
That's not bad. When did you make that, Tim?
I don't know. When he wanted to do the Trump dump, I don't know when that was. We don't-
Yeah, you make it 2 seconds in a studio.
yeah, that's my style.
Well, it's funny. We have everything archived from the Von Hessler Doctrine in our 10 years of existence now, and I'm just like, you know what? I bet we have a sounder for this segment. And sure
I
enough,
thought we
sure
did, but I forgot that I'd made that. Because what are we calling it when we do the Trump up?
Trump thumbs up, thumbs down.
Yeah, which is basically and no thanks.
Correct.
Everything's the same.
That's all right. Consistency, right? But the Trump dump, we're just going to, there's tons of Trump stories every
Yes.
single day, and I thought we could corral all of
Yeah,
them.
and we talked about Israel and Iran earlier in the 3 o'clock hour. If you want to listen back, you can grab the podcast version of this show. Wherever you get your podcast, look for the Von Hessler Doctrine. But one big thing that we haven't gotten to, we've been talking about this week. We knew this was coming, but now it's official. Trump has extended the TikTok ban deadline for a third time. I believe it lasts until September 17th.
Yeah, 90 days.
September 17th.
How is he able to get away with this? This is a congressional law that was made, and the President Biden signed the bill.
Taco.
Trump always chickens out.
Well, what is he chicking out?
No, I'm just
I know,
giving
but
him a hard
I've seen
time.
that. I've seen that. People love TikTok.
Yeah.
People love it. Young people like it. Old people like it.
Fat kids, skinny kids, kids who climb on rocks.
That's right. Everybody digs TikTok. Not
I will
everybody,
never
but a lot of people do.
I will never forget when the first deadline hit. I was in Asheville, North Carolina, and we were at a late night bar.
It did shut down for a weekend.
Yeah. And we were there when it shut down. We looked around at all the tables around us, and people were like trying to open the app, and they're like, "Oh no, like it's not working." And then my wife, she's like, "Well, I'm gonna try it now." And so she tried to open it up. It couldn't work. She actually deleted the app and has not re-downloaded it since. And
she's brave.
Yes, she is so brave.
So brave.
And then mine of course went blank too, and it was just odd looking around the bar and seeing so many people trying to open up TikTok and they couldn't at the time.
Autumn loved TikTok way before any of us. Well, maybe Jared, I don't know, but way before me. And you found a way to deal with the ban by finding a couple of other communist Chinese-owned apps, right?
Yeah, just the one.
Just the one.
Xiaohongshu.
Yeah. AKA
It's
Red Note.
Yeah, Red Note. It's the same thing as TikTok, but Chinese. And it's it was really interesting. It was a bunch of different type of content, and then also much more meticulously delivered content. It was
Now,
interesting.
do you still go back to it, or are you back to TikTok?
I haven't. There was a time when I was on it more often than TikTok because after that blackout period, it came back, but it changed. Like you weren't getting as much news. The ads were increasing, and now it's. I don't know. I guess I just kind of got used to it.
Well, I think you should give me a big thank you. I know you don't like me very much, Autumn Fisher.
Yeah.
Autumn Fisher, not a big fan of Trump, and that's fine.
No, not.
Can't get everybody. Not everybody's going to like me as much as like George or Shelley Winter. But, I mean, you got to give me credit for keeping TikTok going, right? I mean, I'm violating congressional
there you go,
law.
Autumn. See, that's he's been helping. Your president's been helping you out.
I am not like the media, right? Where it's like you have to be one-sided all the time.
Right.
You can't ever differ. Yeah, it's like, okay, cool, thank you.
You're
but
welcome.
Also,
That's
go
all
away.
I need is a thank you.
You can
I
go.
love you too.
I love you too,
Yeah, all right.
Autumn. I even like your
Okay,
dog.
love
If you work for me, your dog could bark all the time. I would not
thank you.
care.
That'd
I
be nice.
wouldn't care at all.
Ashley Frasca says there are trouble spots that keep popping up northeast. I'm not good
Yeah,
at
if you're trying to
reading.
get home into Gwinnett County, it's been a struggle this afternoon. 285 eastbound, that inner loop is crowded through Doraville. They put out a vehicle fire, and they're blocking the 285 east exit to Peachtree Boulevard northbound there, exit number 31. And then 285 east and west through Spaghetti Junction. Those ramps getting onto 85 north started to back up. Trying to get my eyes on a crash. I think it's in a right lane or two around Pleasantdale. And a travel advisory getting out of Gwinnett County on 985 northbound, at least 3 miles of slow traffic. A scattered crash on 985 northbound past Friendship Road. Left lane blocked past exit 8. A rollover crash on the south side. Kobe Dawkins.
Yeah, it's a travel advisory 85 northbound past Sonoya Road, exit 61. It's blocking all but one left lane. You can avoid the delays by taking Highway 29 as an alternate. And this report is sponsored by Whole Foods Market. Save at Whole Foods Market. Get 20% off no antibiotics ever, 80% lean ground beef with Prime through June 24th. While supplies last, shop in store or online, terms apply. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Topical.
I feel for you if you've been working from home.
Local.
They're suing the landlord. The lawsuit filed in Cobb County Superior
Getting
Court.
you through your morning.
It's good stuff for this show. It's good stuff for the radio station.
Mark Arrow.
That's about all I ask.
Mark Arrow.
Tomorrow at 9 a.m.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Is your old garage door a real clunker? Overhead Door Company of Atlanta is paying cash for your clunkers now. They'll haul away your old garage door and give you instant credit towards the new insulated doors. $200 for the first garage door and $100 for each additional door. Get $200 cash for your old entry door too. It's cash for clunkers now at Overhead Door Company of Atlanta. Convenient, free in-home estimates. Schedule online at overheaddooratlanta.com or call 404 USA Door.
I'm here with Chris Hoffman, the founder of Hoffman Financial Group and host of Money Unleashed. Chris, with all the things we're reading, seeing, and living through these days, from rate cuts, election season, and now a new administration, now seems like a great time to make sure we have that comprehensive plan in place. You know, the one that covers all our financial bases.
There are occasions throughout the year where I feel like it's critical for people to engage their financial lives and get the information that they deserve from a financial advisory team. And this is one of those times, to be quite frank. So we ask that you call us if you have a minimum of $500,000 in your full portfolio. But we're going to do away with that minimum so that those folks can have an equal opportunity to understand what's in their portfolio as well. Now, you have to have some money, right? I can't help you to build your wealth at work, right? But I sure can help, I believe, with your 401k, IRA management. There's probably 2 or 3 things that'll surprise you that you may want to take action on. So the next 10 people that call in, we'll work up either a portfolio x-ray, or if you feel like you need a full retirement plan, go to unleashyourmoney.com, click on portfolio x-ray, or click on full retirement plan. We think you'll be impressed enough, and we want you to become a client. There's no question about it. We believe that we are a very competent fiduciary advisory team, and we want to offer that to our listeners. Let Hoffman Financial Group actually show you how we perform, and I believe we perform at the pinnacle of this industry.
Call the Hoffman Financial Group at 404-737-3858, 404-737-3858, or online at unleashyourmoney.com. Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Wealth Advisors, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Hoffman Financial Group Incorporated, Georgia Insurance License number 163546.
Mosquitoes bite, but Breda bites back. Christina Edwards here. Nobody is better at beating mosquitoes because 1, only Breda will come back and retreat your yard within 30 days, even after rain. 2, Breda will knock down the adults and go after those mosquito eggs to stop future generations. And 3, every Breda technician is licensed to safely treat your home. Breda bites, mosquitoes back.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
Oh, we're doing Trump Dump. All the Trump stories all in one place.
Boy, oh boy, these are good-looking guys.
Thank you very much. And ladies as well.
Thank you.
Let's not discriminate, Mr.
Yeah,
President.
guys.
I love you too.
There you go. He loves autumn.
Thank you.
What else?
The U.S. Doomsday plane that can withstand nuclear blasts landed in Washington, D.C. as Trump mulls Iran strike.
You mean like that plane that Bill Pullman had on Independence Day?
I believe so, yes.
That's the Doomsday plane?
Yes.
I wonder if the one from Qatar will have that same technology.
I assume that once it's ready, it will probably have that same kind of technology.
It's going to be ready for a while.
So the Doomsday plane, and it's landed in Washington, D.C. What does that mean? Does that mean we're definitely going to war?
No, I think it's just precautionary. That's what I think.
Err on the side of caution.
Can withstand nuclear blasts, cyber attacks, electromagnetic effects, and is equipped to even fire retaliatory missiles.
Does it have a PlayStation?
I'm sure it does, Mr. President. Anything that you
As
need.
a PS2 though, because it never was updated.
Well, that's all right. Baron will play that. I mean, he'll be bored, but he'll still play it anyway.
Best system ever. Come on.
Wi-Fi.
I mean, I agree.
Why is it better than the other ones, the ones that came out after it?
What, the PlayStation 2?
Yeah.
It has the largest library and coolest art style, in my opinion.
PS2 was a beast.
What?
I don't know. I thought I heard something.
Yeah, PS2 was a great console.
Epic console.
I like the Atari. You haven't
Okay,
lived.
old man.
You haven't lived until you've played Kaboom with the little round paddle.
I have not played. Okay, well now that's on my list of games.
Go
that I
home
need
and
to
find
play.
an emulator.
I will find an emulator to play.
Or Pitfall. Do you ever play Pitfall?
I've never played Pitfall.
Pitfall is dated. It's not as fun. You know, there is a Czech website that I use for an emulator. It's called Retro Games. You should check it out.
Is it easy?
Yeah, it's so easy. You just like search for stuff and it's all there.
Oh, okay, cool. Smurfs?
Yeah,
that was on ColecoVision. I played that all the time.
The Smurfs?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
What did you do? What was the point of it?
Well, you had to, I don't know, you're just walking along as a Smurf. And you had to jump things. Gargamel would throw bats at you and things.
Oh, gotcha.
And I think you had to fight Gargamel, but the thing that sucked about that game is it was just la, 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 the whole time.
Oh, the whole song? Oh.
Yeah, but constantly. It never shut off. So if you wanted to enjoy it, you had to turn the sound off.
So when did you stop getting consoles there, Tim?
My last was a PS3.
Okay, all right. So you had a decent amount of consoles. I think the biggest divide for kids was probably the N64 PlayStation divide. That was probably the biggest one. Which team were you on at that time?
Depends on what generation you're from, because my biggest divide was the Super Nintendo versus just NES or Sega.
That's true. Oh, yeah, the three then.
I got a Wii for Christmas one year, and then I sold it.
That's what everyone did with their Wii.
Yeah, it is. I don't like this. I'm not going to exercise.
You like Wii tennis? Come on, Wii tennis.
I didn't like any of it.
Wii bowling?
It's fun for a sec.
Yeah, but you know what I liked? The money that I got from it. All right, we got to get to the stories here.
All right,
so the Doomsday plane, we don't really know what it means. It's there.
It's ready to go just in case.
So the big one happened. Nobody knows why. Nobody knows how.
Don't ask questions.
Just get inside, wash your clothes.
You know, all the conspiracy theorists with the summer solstice happening right now, they think that something big's going to happen because...
What, a volcano?
No, just that because they think that the government has like a secret religion and they follow like the sun's calendar.
They don't?
And stuff. What?
Of course they do.
Of course. I mean, me and you are in the know, but...
Right. Masonic Illuminati.
Well, I mean, George, you did bring up yesterday that, again, this is going to be the most eventful year since 1941. So in the conspiracy news
Year
desk.
of Doom.
Yeah, the year of doom. That's right.
1996 was pretty eventful for me. I don't know what y'all are talking about. Any more stories?
All right, the just launched Trump Mobile. You heard about that earlier this week with the new T1 phone and
47 plan.
That's right, 47
It's
plan.
working out well.
$47.45, I think, is the starting rate for most plans.
But it's $800,
Get it?
right? Yes, I get it. Everybody gets it. What about the
Hilarious.
46?
I thought it was $49.90. Not $49.
Where'd you get the Biden phone? It's 2 tin cans with a string in between. Corn
You can only
pop?
call Corn Pop.
Yeah, that's right. Hello? Corn pop here.
Corn Pops on speed dial.
Yes.
Well, the new Trump Mobile is being mocked over their Gulf of Mexico coverage gaffe. It should be
The Gulf of America. What a beautiful name.
Oh, the maps on it say Gulf of Mexico?
They do, and you would
We
think
gotta
that
fix that.
you would think Trump Mobile would have.
The Gulf of America. What a beautiful name.
I tell you, by the end of the week, it's going to have that. By the way, it doesn't have Truth Social on it. It only gets Blue Sky. That's weird.
Sounds like you're going to have to tell somebody you're fired.
I'm going to have to call the developers in China and the manufacturers in China and say, hey, fix the Trump phone.
Ashley Frasca says there is a travel advisory out of Buford.
scattered crash in the median and a car on the shoulder on 985 northbound past Friendship Road. Exit number 8, authorities still blocking that left lane. About 4 miles of slow traffic getting out of Gwinnett County. Slow stuff begins back at Buford Drive. Exit number 4, take Highway 13. And you've had trouble getting onto I-85, leaving Dunwoody and Doraville. A car fire being put out 285 eastbound. They're blocking the ramp to Peachtree Boulevard northbound. Those delays begin back around Ashford, Dunwoody. And a crash in a right lane or two on 85 north at Pleasantdale. Updating a couple of trouble spots on the south side, it's Kobe Dawkins.
And we're seeing delays getting into tomorrow due to a crash. Travel advisory 75 southbound past Terra Boulevard, exit 235. 2 left lanes are blocked. Seeing delays beginning to stretch to I-285. Use Highway 1941 as an alternate. And also in Fairburn, another travel advisory 85 northbound past Sonoya Road, exit 61. It's another crash knocking out 3 right lanes. Use Highway 29 as an alternate. Triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Dave Baker for Beaver Toyota of Cumming. Looking for a new truck and looking for a great deal? Simply go to beavertoyotacumming.com/Dave's Deals and save money on a new Toyota Tundra. The Toyota Tundra from Beaver Toyota of Cumming is the official truck of the Home Fix-It Show.
Cancer upends your life. We're doing all we can to change that. At Winship Cancer Institute of Emory University, we're reimagining the care experience to ease the burden of cancer. With experts in your cancer and the research, trials, and treatments you can only get here. All so you can focus on what matters most, the best chance of living a full life. Winship Cancer Institute of Emory University. Cancer care designed around you and your life. EmoryHealthcare.org/Winship.
I love my home, and now I found a company that loves it as much as I do. TE Certified Electrical Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. It's Chris Chandler here. These folks have done work in my home, and boy, it didn't take long to realize I could trust their expertise, their attention to detail, and what I think you'll find, just as I did, an amazing level of service. TE Certified has more than 20,000 five-star reviews, and it's been serving Atlanta for decades.
TE Certified, we love your home.
Everyone needs to have at least one person in their corner in life. When you don't, it's an extremely lonely and frightening place to be. But knowing you have that one person gives you peace and hope. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Since 1988, myself and my firm have been in so many corners for so many clients for so many years. We became the largest injury firm in the world for a reason, and it's not even close. We fought like hell for you. We fight the bullies, automobile insurance companies, the makers of unsafe products, medical providers who injured or killed their own patients. It has been such an honor and made my life complete. If you ever need us, it's easy. On your mobile device or computer, visit forthepeople.com, and then we get to work 24/7. Whether you're hurt in a car crash, injured on the job, or have questions about your Social Security, we're here for you. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Morgan & Morgan Atlanta, 191 Peachtree Street, Atlanta, Georgia. Dial #law. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
With 5 miles of private beach and endless outdoor activities, Sea Island is summer at its best. Book today at seaisland.com/summer and enjoy 30% off August stays plus a $250 resort credit. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, if you got weekend plans, make sure your home is ready for them. I called Wise Guys Pro Wash, and boom, the house, driveway, and patio were spotless. They even cleaned the roof. I didn't even have to be home. They are truly professionals using the top equipment in the industry, and their soft washing kept my home safe and damage-free, and the results, incredible. Wise Guys has more than 2,000 five-star reviews, and I know why now. So mention me, Chris Chandler, for $70 off your next service. Book today at wiseguysprowash.com.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 5:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by Overhead Door Company of Atlanta. Our top story, President Trump issues a timeline today for when he'll decide on a possible attack on Iran.
Based on the fact that there's a substantial chance of negotiations that may or may not take place with Iran in the near future, I will make my decision whether or not to go within the next 2 weeks. That's a quote directly from the president.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says in the meantime, Special Envoy to the Middle East, Steve Witkoff, is leading negotiations between Israel and Iran. As President Trump considers possible military action, Georgia Congressman Rich McCormick is asked about the tensions in the Middle East.
I don't have all the information that the president has. I don't know exactly what they know, but I can tell you that the posturing
and the verbiage and the weaponization of that regime is very alarming.
He says he'd prefer it if Israel can take care of the job, even if the U.S. supplies the weapons to Israel. He'd rather not get directly involved with the conflict. It is now 88 degrees in Atlanta. Rain to heat. How hot will it get in the next few days? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. As temperatures climb into the 90s over the next several days, keep an eye on your kids.
When it gets this hot, it's hard for your body to sweat out the heat, so Dr. Ashley Brule at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta recommends if your kids have to be outside for summer camps or sports practices, have them get used to the heat gradually.
Also being mindful of what time of day we're doing activities. So doing things earlier in the morning, later at night, having shady breaks.
She says water is fine for kids playing outdoors for under an hour, but have a sports drink ready for any activities longer than that, and watch for signs of heat stroke like confusion, drowsiness, and vomiting. Jennifer Perry, 95.5 WSB.
Fulton County Sheriff Pat Labatt sues the county. He claims purchasing ordinances passed by commissioners get in the way of him doing his job. Labatt's attorney, Chris Balch, says the state Supreme Court has upheld one principle many times.
Sheriffs in Georgia are creatures of the state constitution. They are independent of the Board of Commissioners except for the funding of their offices.
The county is not commenting on pending litigation. A wild scene at a Clayton County skating rink ends with a 14-year-old boy shot. He's now in stable condition with gunshot wounds to his chest, shoulder, and forearm. Clayton County police respond to the skate zone on Mount Zion Road, where there was a large gathering of juveniles in the parking lot. The suspect is in custody. Thefts of expensive life-saving machines are not stopping MARTA from keeping them at all train stations.
Automated external defibrillators can cost thousands each, so when the publicly available devices were being stolen out of MARTA train stations, many were moved into staff break rooms.
Somewhere that the public doesn't move in and out of.
Stephanie Fisher with MARTA says passengers usually don't end up using AEDs anyway.
A MARTA staff member, police officer, station agent is the one who's using and operating the AED.
Fisher says the worst-case scenario, needing an AED and finding out it's been stolen. Steve Summers, 95.5 WSB.
If you filed a claim after the 2017 Equifax data breach, you may be eligible to receive more money. WSB consumer expert Clark Howard says it's not much.
There's a supplemental fund, you may get a notice of it, that will pay you somewhere between, you ready for this, $2 to maybe capping out around 40.
The Equifax breach compromised the personal information of 147 million customers, including social security numbers, birth dates, addresses, and driver's license numbers. The feds are investigating anonymous pizza deliveries being sent to homes of lawmakers across the country. House Speaker Mike Johnson says Democrats and Republicans have received the deliveries. Authorities are concerned the sender may have bad intentions. Capitol Police say the deliveries are troubling given the heightened threat landscape we currently live in. It is now 5:34, and this news is sponsored by John Foy and Associates. Time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Triple Team Traffic begins with Ashley Frasca.
The really slow rides through downtown continue on the connector 75-85 northbound, heaviest beginning before University Avenue past Freedom Parkway. Very slow going on the connector south through Midtown. Finally starts to break loose around Edgewood Avenue. And brand new trouble into Buckhead. It's a crash in two right lanes on 400 northbound between Sidney Marcus and Lenox Road. Again, two right lanes blocked there, leaving only a left lane open. And a travel advisory out of Gwinnett County. 985 northbound, a left lane crash past Friendship Road, exit 8. Has you on the brakes leaving Highway 20, Buford Drive. A little bit better news on 85 on the south side. Kobe Dawkins.
And it's in Fairburn, 85 northbound past Sonoya Road, exit 61. Rollover crash now blocking just two right lanes. You can avoid it by taking Highway 29 as an alternate. And also dealing with a travel advisory getting into Morrow, 75 southbound past Terra Boulevard, exit 235. It blocks two left lanes. And seeing heavy delays stretching to I-285, use Highway 1941 as an alternate. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Partly cloudy, breezy this evening as a frontal boundary passes through. Lows tonight in the upper 60s, low 70s. Some areas of fog or low cloud cover for tomorrow morning. Then sunshine for tomorrow afternoon, high 91. Staying dry with sunny skies both Saturday and Sunday. Morning lows in the 70s. daytime highs in the low to mid 90s. Heating up on Monday, mostly sunny, high 95, potentially reaching the mid to upper 90s by the middle of next week.
Right now it's 81 in Loganville, 83 in Roswell, 81 in Lovejoy. More news at 6 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Summer is stacked with festivals, ball games, concerts, and special events. Our roads are already jammed. Mix in these crowds of partiers, things can really get dangerous. Hey, it's Smiling Mark McKay. If a negligent driver crashes into you, don't go it alone. You need the guys I trust, the strong arm, John Foy and Associates. With zero upfront costs, they'll protect your rights and your wallet against big insurance companies that want to pay you as little as possible. Call 24/7 for your free case evaluation. JohnFoy.com.
That's it. No more showers for anyone.
Honey, what's happening?
Our water bill is higher than the mortgage.
If your water bill is very high, you've got a leak. Call Delta Plumbing, the educated plumber. With over 50 years' experience, they are the leak experts. Using state-of-the-art leak detection technology, they'll find and fix your leak without guessing games.
How fast can you get here?
Leak detection at educatedplumber.com. Problem solved.
Steel Horse Law has mastered riding our Georgia roads and the twists and turns of Georgia law.
At Kroger, we've lowered prices on over 1,000 items across our stores so you can save even more. Whether you're shopping in-store or online at Kroger, we've lowered prices on thousands of the items your family wants and needs. And with lower prices, your dollar goes further every time you shop with us. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Select 24 packs of Corona or Modelo lagers are just $29.99 with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Must be 21 to purchase. Drink responsibly. The Kroger Co., Cincinnati, Ohio.
It's happening, guys. Your hair's thinning, the crown's disappearing. Hair loss might have you feeling you've lost your identity. It's Mark Aram here. Thankfully, there's Advanced Hair Simple One-Day Treatment. You decide how much, how thick, and where. It's your own natural hair that begins regrowing the very next day, and it's guaranteed to grow for life. I've seen Advanced Hair's incredible results with my own eyes. Get your free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts. Call 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
Jared, what are we doing here?
I think we're doing a little trending now.
We're done dumping. We're done Trump dumping.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it's about Israel and Iran, and rightfully so, but we talked about it in the 3 o'clock hour.
George is itching for you to do that Laura Loomer story.
Oh, I know. Laura is his girl. Yeah.
Laura Loomer.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know anymore.
Well, she ghosted you.
She ghosted me. That's true.
You don't have the keys to power like she's hobnobbing with J.D. Vance.
If I had the key to the White House, Elon Musk or somebody, maybe.
Yeah. Well, he's not going to talk to her either. All right. Well, let's do with this other thing. Then.
Willing to mate, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe we'll get updated from Laura Loomer in the 6 o'clock hour. But in the meantime, there's a lot of things that are trending now. And from the Economic Times, World War III is trending on social media, and Gen Z is coping one meme at a time. So it's been funny to like jump in there and see, especially on Threads.
That's all we can do.
And X. And yeah, you just have to have fun with it.
What does it mean that it's trending on, let's just say TikTok, right? That's where all the Gen Zers are. What does that mean that it's trending? Like they're talking about it? Yeah. They're worried about it? What are they hoping that it'll happen?
There are some people that you can tell are serious about it, but then there are some people that are turning it into a place where they can have fun with it, right? They're like, oh, yeah, well, you know, if I...
Fun?
If the world's going to end, can it at least be before the workday? Like I saw that one on TikTok.
Yeah, do I have to pay rent?
I have to work. That's a good one, too. I've seen that one before.
Have you been saying this on him?
No, I haven't. I did see something came up on my For You page about if a nuclear bomb, like different types of nuclear bombs, if they were targeted in different cities, like how much damage. And I was like, all right.
Yeah, you don't want to get too wrapped up in that.
Yeah, that no. I've seen a lot where it's like, oh, yeah, all these cities would be gone. And I'm like, oh, great. And of course, you know, Atlanta was on the list. I'm like, awesome. Okay, I'm going to make sure I don't see any of these kind of videos anymore.
Well, one thing you want to think about, maybe it'll help you think about, is perhaps many of them won't work.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. There's hope.
And there is also a conspiracy. I don't know if it's real or not. It's sort of like the birds aren't real conspiracy because we know that birds are real. We can see them. But there's a theory that, not even a theory, but there's this meme going around that nukes aren't real.
Oh, like it's all the emperor has no clothes?
Right, but that's absolutely fake because we have seen them used and we've watched them explode.
Well, we've
So-
seen those used, but we
Yes.
don't know because they're supposed to be like buried under like strip malls and stuff, right?
Nukes?
Oh no, not nukes. What am I thinking of? They're like all over the country and no one knows where they are. It was in war games.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm assuming it's nukes. Yeah, nuke
Like
silos
missiles,
would be.
I guess.
Oh, they're not buried under strip malls. They're in silos, and a lot of
Right,
them
that are
yeah.
hidden under places.
But they're also they're in planes and they're in submarines and stuff like that. So, yeah, I don't know. I try in the 80s I was anxious about World War III every single day because we heard about it all the time. There were marches about it in West Germany when West Germany was a thing, and then it was Russia and the Soviet Union in the United States, the nuclear race, and this and that. And it was just all you heard about, and it was scary. And they had movies about it on TV that I watched 2 minutes of, and then I had to turn my light on. I couldn't go to sleep. So ridiculous anxiety about that. And then around 1992, 1993, nobody talked about it anymore.
It was environmentalism and stuff at that point.
Right, but then countries started getting them, like North Korea, India, Pakistan, and I think those are the big three that have them that probably shouldn't have them. And, it would come up again, and I would start getting that anxiety again. But the rest of the country, nobody cared.
And I think that the best way to approach this, because we have zero control over it, is probably to just try to, be aware of what's going on, inform yourself with what's going on. But I do like...
You're right, though. That's a good point. We have no control over it. We have nothing we can do about it.
There's nothing that you and I can do about what Pakistan decides to do, North Korea, Israel. There's nothing that we can do. We can stay informed about it. We can make sure...
hang on a minute. Nobody knows. We don't have any. What are you talking about?
You have 90 binge...
France has them. The UK has them.
Yeah.
Germany has them.
Most countries do have them. And I appreciate memes like this one where somebody said, I was in elementary school in the 60s, and I'm well trained to survive World War III. And inside the image, it shows people hiding under their desks.
Yeah, the desk thing. Yeah, that was huge.
Yeah, which, of course, that's not going to do anything.
I did that.
No, it does.
What does it
do? It doesn't protect you if it's right outside your door. But people that were in the blast zones, I think, for like Hiroshima, people who were in shadows of buildings did better than people who weren't.
Really?
Yeah, there's a really small margin of how hurt that you can get.
Hurt?
How hurt?
How hurt?
A lot of people got turned into shadows as well.
I would say
that's true.
The bombs that countries have now are probably significantly more powerful than the ones that were dropped on Nagasaki and Hiroshima.
Not the countries that have recently developed them, though, because they don't have the kind of technology that we have or that Russia has. But who knows? Russia could have thousands, which they do, thousands of nukes. Who knows if they're operational?
Yeah, it's a big question.
They can't even beat Ukraine in 3 years.
Right.
It's a smaller country, but they are fighting everybody on the planet other than Russia.
Yeah, basically they have Ukraine's got EU intelligence, our intelligence, everybody else helping them out in that war.
It was kind of interesting because of that Tucker Carlson, Ted Cruz thing. They were talking about the population of Iran, and it was like something around 9 million. And I was just thinking,
30 million.
No.
I think it's 9.
9?
Yeah, 9.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't have Wikipedia like Tucker Carlson.
But I looked up Ukraine just to see, so that that war has gone on for so long and it's been a hard-fought battle. They have a smaller population than Iran, so it kind of gives you an idea of how long this thing could play out if we do end up going to war with.
If you invade, especially, which I don't think
invading Iran would be the dumbest thing to do. Certainly, Israel can't do that because they don't have enough, ground weaponry to do it. You would have to have a full United States. The EU, you'd have to have a whole bunch doing it at the same time. And I don't see that being something that the UN would approve of.
No, which by the way, where has the UN been? Has anybody seen anything from the UN?
The only thing I've seen is that China wants the Security Council to discuss what's going on.
I'm sorry, it was 90 million Iran and then around 36 million for Ukraine.
9 million sounded sort of low.
Yeah, my bad, 90.
Sorry.
A huge
I agreed.
country.
I heard the 9. That's all I heard.
Well, you always agree with George.
But I thought it was interesting.
George is always right.
Yeah,
well, not this time.
But to invade a country like Iran, where probably the majority of the people don't even like the regime that they have, or the secret police they're called the Basij, they don't like them. But if you invade their country and start killing their countrymen and women, they are going to unite because that's what people do when you invade their country.
Yeah.
So
it's a difficult thing. We have an Iranian friend that has lived in the United States for most of her life, and you hear what she's like, we're loving people, I promise, don't believe like what the government of Iran is about. That's not who we are as people.
Yeah.
Like, thankfully, her mom and
No,
her
I
dad
would never
are here.
believe a government what they have to say about their own citizens.
I think some people do though. Autumn, I think it's a sad
I
thing.
know, but those are idiots. Those are called dum-dums.
Yeah, like North Koreans, they have no choice because they don't have access to the outside world. We are told. I'm sure that some of them do, and they're like, oh, God, I got to go do this again.
Yeah, understanding some of the propaganda that I have believed throughout the years, and then rewatching some of that North Korea stuff, I'm like, I wonder how much of this is now propaganda for me as an American to think that I don't totally trust like the government of North Korea, obviously, but it's like, hey,
why would you at all?
What is real? I can't tell anymore.
There he is, commie mommy.
Question everything.
Question it all.
Hey, let's give some stuff away. 2 tickets to see Dave Matthews on Wednesday, June 25th at Ameris Bank Amphitheater. Be calling number 10 to 404-872-0750. Tickets are on sale now at livenation.com. Ashley Frasca says, bad news, both South Side interstates are screwed.
That's right, Tim. No loss for words there because I-75 southbound, we have a travel advisory getting home into Morrow. 2 left lanes blocked with a crash on 75 south past Terra Boulevard, backed up to 285. Best if you exit 1941 and take that south to avoid the backups. And a travel advisory through South Fulton and Fairburn. 85 northbound, a truck carrying logs overturned. They're blocking 2 right lanes past Highway 74, Sonoy Road. And live on the Jam Cam, better news with the travel advisory out of Gwinnett County. Lanes are now open. That long-standing crash 985 north past Friendship Road, but still 5 miles of slow traffic. Use Highway 13. Updating trouble in Buckhead, it's Kobe Dawkins.
Well, I'm tracking some better news. Georgia 400 northbound before Lenox Road, exit 2. Crash cleared off to the right, but then we're also dealing with some trouble getting into Gwinnett County. 85 northbound at Pleasant Dale Road. Crash blocking at least 1 right lane, seeing delay stretching back to Chambly Tucker Road. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
When news breaks,
Israel launches strikes on Iran.
We've got it covered.
People are hunkering down in those bomb shelters.
With news at the top and bottom of every hour. And when it breaks,
Iran will decide they have nothing to lose. It's pedal to the metal.
Tune in often for the latest.
They're going to build a bomb.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's breaking news station.
Creation displays such a beautiful landscape. You deserve to see it all. Don't let your old, big, and bulky windows block your view.
It's Jonathan and Ted from North Georgia Replacement Windows. Brighten your home with more daylight and bigger views with Infinity from Marvin fiberglass windows.
Our windows come with narrow frames giving you more light. Experience the Infinity from Marvin fiberglass difference at your home or in our new Alpharetta showroom.
Infinity from Marvin, replacement windows, yeah!
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Styling. Or possibility number 24, the latest software. Upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
And 62225, new customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
For many women in our community, support for our physical and mental health feels out of reach.
When your workday is long.
And your budget is tight.
And your village is busy.
And the road between home and help is a 6-lane highway with no crosswalk.
Northside Hospital believes women deserve better.
Northside is rolling up our sleeves and getting to work.
We got your house call.
Heard.
Learn more at northside.com/heard.
As we dive into summer, it's good to know that Georgia Power has a variety of resources to help you save money and find assistance for your energy bills. This is Scott Slade. The Georgia Power My Power usage alerts can send you email updates on how much energy you're using. Just go to georgiapower.com/usage and log into your account. For income qualified customers, there are discounts available when you meet certain criteria. There's even a community assistance and resource locator that can help. Find out more at georgiapower.com/assistance.
This is Monica Pearson for Superior Plumbing, the honest plumber. Like me, Superior Plumbing has been doing business for more than 40 years. Trust me, to last that long takes dedication to doing the job right and building trust with your customer base. I've used Superior Plumbing for years, and owner Jay Cunningham is committed to making you a customer for life, too. Next time you need a plumber, visit thehonestplumber.com.
Greg is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Hi, I'm Greg. I'm not an actor. I'm just a regular person. 8 years ago, I just didn't feel like I was on my game. I started taking Prevagen, and I want people to know that Prevagen has worked for me. Give it a try. I want it to help you just like it has helped me.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
If you are 50 or older, it is recommended that you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia, a potentially serious bacterial lung disease that can disrupt your life for weeks. If you're an adult 19 to 49 with certain underlying medical conditions like asthma, diabetes, chronic heart disease, or COPD, vaccination is also recommended. Talk to your doctor about vaccination today and learn more at lung.org/protectyourself. Furnished by the American Lung Association in collaboration with Pfizer.
Congratulations to Justin Valley, or Vale. George doesn't seem to recall, but that's okay. He's from Marietta, Georgia, and he won a pair of tickets to see Dave Matthews on Wednesday, the 25th of this month at Ameris Bank Amphitheater. Don't worry if you didn't win. One more chance tomorrow, and of course, they're on sale now at livenation.com.
Well, along with World War III, since we're in the middle of trending, let's go to something happier. Hot dogs are trending this summer, Tim. It is not
Everybody likes hot dogs. Aren't they always trending?
I think they're universally liked. But this year, the different spin on hot dogs is that people aren't just eating them, they're wearing them.
Like real meat?
Well, not the real meat, but they're just putting I guess the signage for just little hot dog images.
You mean the artwork?
Yeah, on their clothing. So that you see like little hot dog purses, hot dog shirts, hot dog pants.
What is this story?
Well, we're doing trending, and apparently this is trending.
Oh, boy.
I haven't seen it at Target yet. I guess that's when things are done trending. They're at Target.
That's right. There were a couple reality stars that rocked hot dog purses at New York Fashion Week back in February, and it has since picked up.
They did? Does anybody know who they are outside of reality television
I don't
fans?
know. I don't know Browen Newport. I don't know who that is. And Judith Lieber. I don't know who they are, but they are
socialites or something.
They are reality stars.
Okay.
And
so now everybody's rocking the hot dog.
And now, Gen Z has really kind of jumped into it, and you see other people kind of rocking it as well, too. I have not seen...
How old are Gen Z people?
Gen Z is probably 28 till, I
guess,
18.
It's like, it's
that
the young
old?
adults.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, 28 to 18, I would say.
Man, I am old. Oh, 18 to 28. You went backwards. So 18 to 28, like that group?
Yeah, maybe a little bit younger on the other. Maybe we'll say...
Like our kids are Gen Alpha.
Okay. So
does that do anything? Does that tell you anything?
Not really, but the reason I ask about the Gen X age kid, because I guess just things go so fast because, when we started the show, Gen Z kids were kids, right?
Yeah.
And now they are adults. And
many of them in their mid to late 20s.
And we got to find a way to bring them into radio, so that's why we're doing so many stories about them today.
Oh, is that...
Maybe they'll hear about it. Or their parents will tell them,
they were
talking about your generation today on the radio.
I've never seen you rock a hot dog before.
On the what?
What? Yes, a hot dog.
That thing in the car that makes noise?
Yeah, no. So they're wearing the hot dogs. All right, well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of apparel that references food items.
No?
I think I don't know. It just makes it seems like low class to me, I suppose.
Well, how about a beer?
Yeah,
Coming from the skinniest guy on the show, that makes sense. You know what? You're just envious. You don't eat.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Now, what about a Hooters t-shirt? Not necessarily
No,
food,
that's
but it's a
class.
restaurant. It says Hooters.
As Autumn said, that now you're talking class.
That is class.
That's class.
But a NASCAR T-shirt.
Now,
What do you like?
cute.
You wearing a shirt with? I thought it had a
This is
nuclear
band
explosion
shirt.
on it.
It's got a carousel on it.
Okay, I thought it was a nuclear
It
explosion.
looks vaguely like a nuclear explosion.
What's the band?
They're called All Under Heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like an indie band.
You never heard
Like
of
he's-
them.
yeah.
Yeah, they're indie. You've never heard of
Yeah,
them.
exactly.
Why don't you join the trend and wear yourself a hot dog shirt tomorrow?
I'll keep it in consideration.
You can make it.
You
can
are
make
the
it.
only single person on the show. You
Don't
could
ru-
easily.
embarrass
Oh,
roast
you think
the
I'll
poor-
meet somebody with my hot dog?
Maybe
Yeah.
it's a conversation starter. Maybe
Nice hot dog shirt.
Yeah, there
more
you go.
more appropriate for you to talk to a Gen Zer than any of us.
You want to talk about the songs of the summer?
Hey,
There you go.
better that Alex Jones shirt you rocked a couple months,
yeah,
years
I guess
ago.
Hot dog won't get me kicked out of a bar.
that's women repellent. Ashley Frasca says there's better news in Clayton County.
We're watching a crash on 75 South past Terra Boulevard, 1941. Just cleared from the left lanes, so all lanes are back open there. Slow back at I-285, though, but stick with it. They're headed into Morrow. Travel advisory continues on the south side, getting into Fairburn. About 3 or 4 miles of slow traffic, a rollover crash. They're cleaning it up on 85 northbound, just past Sonoy Road, which is exit number 61. Delays begin as you come up from Collinsworth Road. And then a little slow on the west side perimeter, 285 north and south, ramping on to I-20 westbound, headed out to Fulton Industrial Boulevard. Updating the northeast, it's Kobe Dawkins.
And 85 northbound still dealing with some trouble right at Pleasantdale Road, exit 96. It's a crash. It blocks at least one right lane, causing some delays past Chamblee Tucker Road. And then also some better news in Hall County. I-95 northbound past Friendship Road, exit 8. That rollover crash has cleared and all lanes are back open. However, tough delays remain back to 20. You can avoid it by taking Highway 13 as an alternate. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any H system maker and model. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSV.
Is your old garage door a real clunker? Overhead Door Company of Atlanta is paying cash for your clunkers now. They'll haul away your old garage door and give you instant credit towards the new insulated doors. $200 for the first garage door and $100 for each additional door. Get $200 cash for your old entry door too. It's cashed for clunkers now at Overhead Door Company of Atlanta. Convenient, free in-home estimates. Schedule online at overheaddooratlanta.com or call 404 USA Door.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
With 5 miles of private beach and endless outdoor activities, Sea Island is summer at its best. Book today at seaisland.com/summer and enjoy 30% off August stays plus a $250 resort credit. Terms and conditions apply.
Mom and Dad seem different after a European-style holiday on MSC Cruises.
Call us Cloud and Yvette.
The ship had restaurants, shops, and nightlife.
La Galleria.
And of course, American touches like an aqua park and a sweets shop.
American je ne sais quoi.
Mom, you're from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Kevin.
Book now and save up to 30% off, plus kids sale free. MSC Cruises. Let's holiday. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, could be picked up as soon as the next day. No title, no problem. Go to carsforkids.org today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
News, weather,
Traffic.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 6 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by the Lloyd Advisory Group. Our top local story, Fulton County is sued by its own sheriff. The lawsuit claims county purchasing ordinances get in the way of the sheriff doing his job.
In a statement to WSB, Fulton County Sheriff Pat Labatt says the commission has ignored, obstructed, or delayed essential public safety requests, including those surrounding repairs at the troubled Rice Street Jail. Labatt's attorney, Chris Balch, says the budget oversight is unconstitutional because the sheriff is supposed to be independent.
Once that budget is allocated, how and where that money is spent is up to the constitutional officer and not to the controls of the local government.
A spokesperson for the county declined to comment on pending litigation. Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
87 degrees in Atlanta. We may be done with rain for a while. Now comes the heat. How hot will it get this weekend? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. A suspect's arrested after a teenager is shot multiple times outside a skating rink in Clayton County.
3 minors, including the 14-year-old victim, were being picked up at the Skate Zone skating rink on Mount Zion Road. The Clayton County Police Department says once they got in the car, the suspect fired multiple shots at them, hitting the victim in the chest, shoulder, and forearm. That teen was taken to the hospital and is in stable condition. Shortly after, a 911 caller reported seeing the suspect running through a wooded area on Maddox Road. Police responded and quickly arrested the suspect after a foot chase. No word on a motive. Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
A DeKalb County teen is fighting for his life after a shooting in a Lithonian neighborhood. Jeff Short, who lives nearby, tells Channel 2 Action News it's heartbreaking.
Bullets don't have no name on it. A spray bullet could have went anywhere.
Another neighbor says he and his fiancée heard 2 rounds of gunshots around 2 this morning. Police say the shooting on Briar Knoll Road may have started as a fight. No suspects are in custody yet. A man and woman are arrested after a woman's body is found in Covington. The Newton County Sheriff's Office identifies the victim today as 46-year-old Irma Valdez. Caitlin Jett with the Sheriff's Office says the suspects are both facing murder charges.
The preliminary investigation into this incident determined that the suspects, Firmino and Abrego, were a couple.
The suspects apparently knew Valdez, who was reported missing from Conyers June 16th. Her body was discovered yesterday in some woods off Stevenson Road in Covington. All new at 6 o'clock, a Cherokee County man gets life in prison for domestic violence.
Larry Ray Holt was sentenced Thursday following his conviction in May that included kidnapping and cruelty to children after a child called 911 last July to report a fight in their Woodstock home. Deputies say when they got there, the 47-year-old Holt claimed everyone in the house was asleep, but one officer observed blood on the floor in the living room and upon entering the house found a woman badly injured. During sentencing, the DA emphasized how children are too often left traumatized in cases like this. Holt will be eligible for parole in 30 years. Tina Douglas, 95.5 WSB.
The White House gives an update today on when President Trump might make a decision on attacking Iran.
I have a message directly from the president, and I quote, "Based on the fact that there's a substantial chance of negotiations that may or may not take place with Iran in the near future, I will make my decision whether or not to go within the next 2 weeks."
Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says if there's a chance for diplomacy, the president will grab it. There's been wide speculation whether Trump will authorize the use of U.S. bunker-busting bombs to take out Iranian nuclear facilities. In an effort to raise awareness about sickle cell, today is International Community Awareness Day. Tabitha McGee with the Sickle Cell Foundation of Georgia says there is a drug and gene therapy to treat the disease, but there are side effects, and it's expensive.
Sickle cell doesn't mean that a person have a crisis every day. It doesn't mean they have one once a week. It just means that they may. And there is no hard, fast rule on when a crisis will occur.
About 1 out of every 365 black Americans develop the disease, and about 1 in 13 is born with it. It's now 6:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather. Triple team traffic begins with Ashley Frasca.
Looking a little better on the downtown connector, Bill. 75-85 northbound, though still crowded between University Avenue and Freedom Parkway. Southbound, you're seeing a little bit of a crowd below Atlantic Station and 17th Street. We've had a travel advisory on the south side in Fairburn. Truck crash cleanup in the 2 right lanes of 85 north past Sonoy Road. That's exit number 61, about 3 or 4 miles of slow traffic. Use Highway 29. And now a new crash on 285 eastbound past Riverdale Road. That looks to be in a couple of right lanes. Updating the ride in the north northeast. It's Kobe Dawkins.
And we're still seeing slow rides on I-25 east and westbound as you approach I-85. That's Spaghetti Junction due to a crash on I-85 northbound at Pleasantdale Road, exit 96. Right lane blocked there. And then also in Hall County, I-985 northbound. Earlier rollover crash has cleared just past Friendship Road, exit 8. Delays continue to stretch to Beaufort Drive, but they are slowly improving. From the Corey Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official air conditioning of Atlanta. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Partly cloudy, breezy this evening as a frontal boundary passes through. Lows tonight in the upper 60s, low 70s. Some areas of fog or low cloud cover for tomorrow morning. Then sunshine for tomorrow afternoon, high 91. Staying dry with sunny skies both Saturday and Sunday. Morning lows in the 70s, daytime highs in the low to mid 90s. Heating up on Monday, mostly sunny, high 95. Potentially reaching the mid to upper 90s by the middle of next week.
80 in Sandy Springs and Canton. It's 81 in Peachtree City. More news at 6:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
You made it. It's hour 4 of the Von Hessler Doctrine. The man over there behind the other glass, Bill Caiaccio, letting us know with the 4 fingers that are up. Did you hear the weather report? It's going to be in the 90s next week.
I heard about it. Finally, I think this weekend's going to be pretty much rain-free, too, which is so nice to hear.
I know. I think I would rather have rain every day than have it be 90 every day.
Ooh, you're insane. I want the bring on the heat.
If it's the dry heat, I'll take the dry heat. I don't
want dry heat.
Yeah, I don't like the humidity and everything, but man, oh man, I can't take it. I can't take it. It's too hot.
See, I like humidity, and I think
you're a summer guy.
That's true.
Why don't you go live in New Orleans?
Because I'm an ATLian. This is where I was born, where I was raised, Northside Hospital. Now, I couldn't imagine myself living in a different city.
Orlando would be perfect for you.
I'm sure it would be.
Hot, humid, no beach, beautiful, and Disney everywhere.
Hey, we've got the lake here though. We got the lake.
Well,
it's nice.
I wish we got lake effect snow off of that lake. Wouldn't that be great? Just to have.
Because it's not a real lake.
I know it isn't, but I'm just saying that it would be nice to have.
It's man-made.
Wait a second.
4 seasons.
What makes it not a real lake?
Well, it is a real lake, but it is a man-made lake.
Correct.
It's a man-made lake.
And women, they helped make it.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know.
I'm sure.
I don't think so. They weren't allowed to make lakes back then.
No women are allowed to operate shovels or heavy machinery.
They had to get their father's permission to build lakes.
Can I help you build your lake?
No, you.
All right, I'll go back to the sewing club.
I think that there is some insane stat in the state of Georgia where there are no natural lakes in the state of Georgia.
There aren't.
Which that's nuts. Like when you think about all the rivers and all the ponds and streams.
Well,
all
ponds aren't lakes.
I know. It's just a crazy
Well,
thing.
real lakes are made from like glaciers, right? Like melting glaciers, or at least like moving glaciers through the.
Yeah, maybe they left.
I haven't read up on my lake knowledge in a while. I'd have to check.
Well, Jared, I am very versed in lake.
She's the lake lady.
They do have to be filled by other sources of water. Did you look it up?
No natural lakes.
Okay,
I'm correct.
George questioned you with his eyes. I could see he didn't.
George looked it up, and now it's official because a man.
Well, exactly.
Great. Sounds great.
But hey, go get your shovel and make a new lake.
I can't. My
father's
dead, and my brother said no.
Okay.
The next thing to look up, George, is what
As it should be.
What constitutes a lake? What makes it a lake compared to just a gigantic pond?
I'm on it.
Well, first of all, a pond is round.
That's right. And
And that
usually
ain't-
in a neighborhood or something.
And that ain't been disputed, ever. And there's frogs in ponds.
True. There are frogs in lakes, though.
All right, George, you got the answer?
Yeah, it's pretty vague. Body
All right.
of standing, relatively still water, generally larger than a pond.
Okay.
Surrounded by land and not connected to the ocean.
Yes, okay. Well, that's
Generally,
great. Now,
though.
what is a sea?
We'll get to the bottom of every
You keep working
body
on
of
that.
water.
I would ask ChatGPT. Do we have any more trending stories?
We do. This is something I teased earlier. Beware of the toxic foot-long worms that are invading the United States.
They're coming.
They're coming. You better
They're
watch
at your
door. Here's what I
How you
have.
doing? It's a foot-long worm here.
No, you can't come in.
Yeah, I just I didn't feel like slithering under your door. I just thought maybe
I got your DoorDash.
You might let
Can you
me in.
open the door?
Yeah, hey, I left it out in the carport. Here's
I
your
didn't want you to leave
bathroom.
in the carport. Let me open the door and tell you where to leave it.
Yeah, don't pick me up. Don't pick me up because my skin will eat your flesh, and if you cut me in half, they'll grow 6 different worms.
Yeah, these things are nasty. These hammerhead worms, they're from Asia. They're an invasive species.
Thanks a lot.
And,
Of course they are. Gosh.
And the biggest thing
right.
the biggest thing
Eco-terrorism.
the biggest mistake that people make with them is they think that if they cut them in half or cut them into pieces that it kills them.
Yeah.
In reality, when you do that, if you cut into 4 pieces, it turns into 4 different hammerhead worms.
It's like
Duh,
a Hydra.
that's how worms do.
Not all worms.
Really? I thought it was all worms did like that.
I don't
Check on
think
that,
so.
George. Do all worms?
He's busy trying
How
to
many of
Worms
those are
at
lakes?
lakes that aren't ponds.
look
Yeah,
up
the
the lake.
natural man-made lakes.
Look up the lake worm. Are there man-made worms? I don't know.
Probably.
Yeah, but this story, the headline from this is they're calling them the flesh-eating worms and
Yes.
things like that.
Oh, okay.
They don't do that. They have a toxic thing on their skin or in their saliva or whatever that can irritate your skin. That doesn't mean it's going to rot your flesh.
Yeah, they like spit on you.
But here's okay. This is the fourth in a line of Hey,
buddy. You got any more chaw?
All right. You got the brown stink bug, which I don't know why they call them that because they're gray. The Joro spiders and the murder hornets. And now the latest wonderful creature from Asia to make its way to the United States and spread everywhere is this worm. Now, they say don't do that, but they did give you a convoluted way of getting rid of them. It's like, go get a bag, put gloves on and put them in the bag, and then pour acid in the bag and da-da-da, shake it up. Just use your foot.
Just smash them?
Step on them, grind them into this.
Squish 'em?
Yeah, you
squish
may
'em.
not have killed the entire thing.
Oh,
though.
believe me, when I step on a bug, I
You're
kill
not
it.
gonna you're not gonna smash like squish a worm into the cement and make like a million new worms.
Oh, wait a minute.
Like,
Breaking.
every little
breaking.
molecule of this makes more worms.
Breaking. Ashley Frasca wanted to remind me that don't forget the spotted lanternfly. That's another one.
Yeah, that one's
Yeah.
invasive as well too.
But they're kind of cute.
They're
There's
so
that
pretty,
ant.
which is upsetting.
Remember the ant we talked about a couple weeks ago too? The little
Little Betty?
It's
me, Aunt Betty.
There she is. Yeah, she came here.
Coming to visit.
She fell off of a produce cart that was shipped here from China.
Oh my goodness, it was quite a ride, but I'm here now.
All right,
I'll
Betty.
sleep on your couch.
Don't cut her in half or you'll get 4 more Bettys.
the Asian needle ant, another Asian invasive species. There, that's the one that we talked about. That's
This is all propaganda
The-
made by the government for us to hate Asian things.
No, nobody hates Asian things. It's just that
Apparently,
hey,
the
hey,
ant.
these
the-
are all here. Hey,
hey, the ant, the wasp,
Okay.
something else probably.
That's not a wasp. It's a hornet.
TikTok.
the hammerhead worm. We've got all these
The
things.
worms.
All these bugs. Thank you, free global trade. This is why we're now. And then we have the rivers are filled up with those horrible snakehead fish. And then there's. Oh, they are. Have you ever? There's
What's a snakehead fish?
snakehead fish is from Asia, and it's
There you
it's
go.
infested our rivers. And when you go out fishing or on a boat, they all jump out of the vibrations from the boat make them jump out and slap you in the face.
What?
Yeah, I'm not kidding. You don't believe Jared's looking at me like I'm
I'm
making
like,
it up.
what are you talking about? I've been fishing and I have never had that happen before.
They're not here yet.
Oh, where are they?
They're up north in the northeast and in the central plains, not
they-
the
can
central
they stay
plains,
up
but
there?
the
Breaking
Midwest.
news.
It's not breaking news. They've been around for a long time.
Look out! They're coming for
the
you.
snake fish are coming.
It's the head of a snake and the body of a fish.
But I do, yeah. I do believe, though, the best thing to do, if you see one of these on the ground, is not to go get gloves and a bag and put them in there and put salt on them, whatever. Step on the damn thing, squish it, make sure the whole thing's ground up, and then
How do you
you're done.
know? What's the difference between like a regular earthworm and this?
Oh, well,
They
this
have a flat head.
it looks like a hammerhead shark. It
Yeah.
has like a hammerhead on top.
Ew, that's
it's,
so
The
gross.
bad thing about
disgusting.
the
Kill
worst
it with
part about
fire.
these is they kill regular earthworms, and earthworms are essential and very important. So if you see one of
If
these
they're so
worms,
essential,
kill 'em.
why are they so dumb? I mean,
They're not dumb.
Yeah, they're so stupid. Earthworms are so stupid.
Why would they? Why do they need to be smart?
Anytime it rains, they always go on the concrete. They
Yeah.
always go on the pavement
To get wet.
You think they would learn that oh look, hey, Phil didn't come back. I
They're
need to probably not.
sacrificing themselves for the robins.
Well, they don't have,
Brains.
What?
Yeah, they don't have.
What do they have?
Frontal lobe or anything.
Yeah, they're
They're
not
like-
really good
They
at
have
discerning.
names and future
Well,
plans.
I figured if I'm an earthworm, right, and I'm living in an earthworm community,
Uh-huh.
I'm like, okay, Phil didn't come back. All right, he obviously
no,
like
there is no Phil. There is no comeback. There's no
Ralph?
concept of any of this.
I don't think Ralph didn't come back either. They went over to the concrete over there, the pavement. That doesn't seem like a good place to go. I think I would be the smartest earthworm in the community.
Well, yeah, but until you get put on a hook and thrown into a lake where a fish just rips you in half while the human yanks the fish
I
out.
think, honestly, that might be a better way to go than dying on the concrete. Again, every time it rains, the earthworms, so stupid, always going out.
George, look up why that happens during the break.
It's because of
Will do.
man-made lakes.
I'm thinking we use the Asian worm to catch the Asian fish, and then we can use that to squash the Asian bug.
What about the Asian ant?
Kill like a few Asian ants. We can, I think you could smash an ant with a
We
fish.
need an Asian ant eater for that.
We do.
So
You could take the dead fish, put it on the sidewalk, and then the ants will come to eat the fish.
Yeah.
And then you kill the ants. You follow them back to their home.
Yeah.
And then you pour gasoline in their home.
Okay.
And then you light it on fire.
Guys, breaking news. Asian beavers are showing up in ponds all over Georgia.
Don't set me up for a joke I can't do.
Yeah, come on, Jerry.
All right, Ashley Frasca is checking the ride into Gwinnett County.
You're going to encounter a couple of trouble spots trying to roll out of Brookhaven. The latest crash, 85 north past Shallowford Road. That just happened in the second lane from the left. The trouble at Pleasantdale has cleared on 85 north. It was a stalled tractor trailer in part of the right lane. Looking pretty good up to Swanee, but then 985 northbound, some delays continue. That earlier crash past Friendship Road is back in a right lane as it's trying to clear. And live on the jam cam, we have new trouble in the left lane on the outer loop. It's a crash on 285 northbound at Lawrenceville Highway. Checking the south side with an update, it's Kobe Dawkins.
In 85 northbound, tracking some better news in Fairburn. 85 northbound just past Sonoya Road, exit 61. Crash cleanup now fully off to the right, so those delays getting into Union City should start to improve. But we're also dealing with a travel advisory in Clayton County, 285 eastbound, the outer loop at Riverdale Road, exit 60. It's another crash, blocks 2 right lanes. You can avoid that by taking Forest Parkway as an alternate. And traffic brought to you by Georgia Commute Options. With Georgia Commute Options, you can get more out of every mile, earn prizes, gift cards, and other cool deals when you switch from driving alone to a cleaner trip. More at mygco.com. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
If you have the WSB radio app.
If you have the WSB
All
app.
the notifications you need.
If you have the WSB app.
All the local and breaking news alerts you need.
Breaking news in Cobb County.
All in one place.
We'll send out an alert on the WSB app.
The 95.5 WSB app.
Download it from your app store today.
The big focus in America today is on your health, and more people looking beyond pills and steroids and surgery. Hey, it's Mark Aaron for QC Kinetics. At QC Kinetics, they've been on the cutting edge of this medical revolution since 2018. Using regenerative medicine, they have helped tens of thousands of people get lasting joint pain relief using natural treatments that harness your body's own healing power. The truth is, regenerative medicine used to be an alternative treatment. Now it's mainstream, and QC Kinetics is the nation's leader. They're well-respected protocols include potent and powerful cellular-level treatments to revitalize and restore damaged joint tissue. They're not masking the pain. They're going after the very source of it. Yes, you can say goodbye to that chronic pain and live your best life. Learn more about this revolutionary treatment and get a free consultation. Call QC Kinetics now, 770-285-8026, 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
With 5 miles of private beach and endless outdoor activities, Sea Island is summer at its best. Book today at seaisland.com/summer and enjoy 30% off August stays plus a $250 resort credit. Terms and conditions apply.
Dave Baker, host of the Home Fix It Show for Beaver Toyota of Cumming. Looking for a new truck and looking for a great deal? Of course you are. Well, I have a great deal on the Tundra for you, and the only place you're going to find it, the only place you're going to hear about it is right here. Go to beavertoyotacumming.com/Dave's Deals and save money on your new Toyota Tundra. It's that easy. beavertoyotacumming.com/Dave's Deals. The Toyota Tundra from Beaver Toyota of Cumming is the official truck of the Home Fix-It Show.
Is thinning hair or receding hairline making you self-conscious? Stop feeling embarrassed about thinning hair and start looking and feeling your best with Hair Grow by New Nordic. Available online at Amazon, Walmart.com, and NewNordicUSA.com, or in stores at your local CVS.
Visit my friends at Tara Fine Jewelry Company in Beaufort. This is Scott Slade. They specialize in exquisite handcrafted fine jewelry and natural mined diamonds, never mass-produced. It's where I've been doing business for over 25 years. Tara Fine Jewelry Company in Beaufort.
All right, we're done with the invasive species story of the day. What else do we have?
Well, I saw from Mattel they're bringing open AI tech to children's toys. Watch out. ChatGPT is going to be in your Barbie doll. It's going to be in everything. But they promise, though, guys, they promise that they will only focus on their AI technologies on 13 and up. So doesn't that make you feel good? Doesn't that make Autumn, you especially, with all the your kids and the toys and everything like that? Don't you think that that's a nice
Do kids
promise?
play with Mattel toys, Autumn? That's my question.
Well, my kids are are past playing with toys. They're on
Yes.
their headsets, their VR, their iPads, stuff like that. But I mean,
I'm curious.
it depends. What kind of, is it just like the little doll or something might answer you properly or something?
Yeah, that's what I'm curious about. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, that's exactly what they wanted to do. They
Well,
wanted
that kind of rules. Like as a kid, don't you think that'd be awesome?
but it's collecting data on your kids.
money.
Yeah, I mean that's what the cartoon, commercials during cartoons do anyway. If you're
Yeah.
watching cable,
Yeah.
Tell your mommy to get a different kind of yogurt.
Pay the subscription fee to hear my next answer.
Yeah, that'll be
Yeah, you're gonna get a lot of
yeah.
that. You're right, George.
Press my nose to subscribe.
well, I already get that kind of thing because they want to spend like $5 on zeros and ones, like through a game.
Yeah.
Like, well, I need a special. If I do this, then I'll get a rare.
In order for Barbie to do that move, pay this much.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what it will be.
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
There was a story that we
I
didn't
ain't
get
paying.
to in the conspiracy news desk where these people are getting kind of roped into the AI. The AI is convincing them that there's someone special, and that this one gentleman was convinced that he was kind of Neo in the Matrix, and that he was using the AI to break out of the Matrix and find out secrets. So now it's got
The
me
AI
thinking,
convinced him of this.
the AI. So it was
Sounds like somebody else on the other line.
It was alleging that they had put an update in April that was kind of made it so that the AI would puff you up and make you feel good, but it really went overboard and was like really sycophantic and like
That's
made people
ridiculous.
think that they were like a Christ figure or something.
You
like
can
that.
fly. Jump off the building. I'll show you how.
But it makes me think, is your doll gonna like convince your daughter that she is a real princess or something?
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, if it means, as we alluded to before, if it means spending more money with Mattel or spending it with any more of these companies that are going to do it, then absolutely.
Yeah,
G.I. Joe, join the army.
You can see why they would want it to do that, to make you feel good about using it and feel good every time you go to it, and it tells you all these great things about you.
Yeah, but that's what your imagination is for.
Yeah, right.
Seriously, that's what your imagination is for.
Do you think at some point kids will lose their imagination?
I think if they played with only things like that, yeah. But I think kids go outside and they use their imaginations.
They do, and kids are.
I've seen
kids
it
are all
because I have a
kind of
kid.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, and they're all different. Like Pete was much better at imagination play, where Ellie wasn't, and she was for a while, but then she like quickly grew out of it, where Pete could do it for longer.
Right.
It's just different types of brains.
And back in the 70s, when I was aware of things, you really had to have an imagination because there wasn't a lot on TV.
Yeah.
You didn't have VHS tapes or DVDs or streaming or, whatever evolved out of that. And if you wanted to listen to records, maybe you had 5 and you played them on your little crappy record player.
But after 5,
But you read a lot. I mean, I read tons.
I bet. And after I'm sure after you played those 5 records over and over and over again, you're probably like, oh, I don't want to hear this anymore.
Oh no, when you're a kid, you want to hear it over and over.
Yeah.
Again. Yeah. When you have a kid, Jared, you'll find out. I want to hear Mr. Mistopheles for the 18th time on the way to school.
I remember on a vacation, I had a Weird Al CD, and I kept asking, and my aunt and my uncle were like, "All right, that's enough."
How many times did they let you play
I'm
it?
sure it was all week until like the last couple days.
I got the 45 for Disco Duck by Rick Dees. Some of you out there will know what I'm talking about. It was a novelty song that went to #1. Rick Dees was a disc jockey in, I think it was Tennessee, Memphis maybe. And then he went on to L.A., whatever, it doesn't matter. But he had the song. It was Disco Duck.
I remember.
I had the 45 of that when it came out, and I played it so much. One day I found it broken.
Oh, whoopsie.
And my mom said, I don't know what happened.
Oh, you know damn well what happened.
Well, I do now. Of course she broke it.
You said Gil's got earworms that he just loves to play over and over.
Oh, yeah, but it's usually in the car because that's when we mostly listen to music. And he has to see the picture on the Apple iPlay, whatever they call it.
Yeah, the CarPlay.
The CarPlay. He has to see the image of it. If he can't, like if I have a map up, he's like, get rid of the map. I want to see the picture. I want to see the song.
That's interesting. I wonder why he's drawn to that. I wasn't, like, for example, when I would
But we
have
didn't have
ear-
that when you were a kid.
But I mean, I remember like looking at like the CD case and stuff. But
Yeah.
I guess like I wouldn't hold it in the car. To your point, though.
Yeah. I don't know why, because it's there, I guess, and he's just used to it. But he wants to see it. He wants to see the two eyes on the Cats soundtrack while we're driving.
Oh,
it.
sure.
And he thinks it's cool. So I'm like, all right, I'll do whatever you need.
I just I wonder, looking into the future though, if people will start slowly losing their imagination if we're constantly
Not me.
bombarded with AI and technology like that. Because I remember like some of my best memories were creating scenarios like I'd be out like building a fort and I'm like, oh, I'm trying to defend off this rival gang by making this fortress out in the woods, and it was just a great, easier time. And I feel like
now the AI robot can build the fortress for you.
Seriously, yeah. So
I think, Jared, what you might be falling into maybe is that thing of if things aren't the same as they were for me as a kid, then they're going to be worse.
Yeah.
Or there's going to be something that is lost.
I think that.
And yeah, of course, we all do. I think it's natural. But in reality, other things happen for them. You know, maybe maybe they don't use their imagination as much, but there are other things that they do that were just not available to you as a kid that our kids will grow up and say, oh, the kids these days don't have a VR or whatever. Do you know what I
They
mean?
don't have
Like,
the chip in their head that'll let them fly. Losers. Ashley Frasca says there are troubles on 285.
Multi-vehicle crash on the south side perimeter, live on the Jam Cam 3. Right lanes are knocked out on 285 eastbound just past Riverdale Road. So seeing those delays as you ramp off of I-85 from the south side. Clear trouble on 285 north at Lawrenceville Highway. That moved off to the side. And on the west side perimeter, a little slow on 285 north and south, ramping on to I-20 westbound. Tracking that trouble that's lingering in Fairburn, Kobe Dawkins.
And those rides are slowly improving. 85 northbound past Sonoya Road, exit 61. Crash cleanup remains off to the right, so stay to the left if you can. And traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any H-System maker model. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Well, I bet it is safe to say you are sick and tired of home services companies that don't show up on time, don't get it right, ghost you then when you need them later. Hey, it's Chris Chandler. I don't have to worry about any of that because I only trust TE Certified Electrical Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. TE Certified is a well-oiled machine with the highest level of communication and follow-up. They're on time, friendly, and fully stocked.
TE Certified, we love your home.
I'm fixing to tell you something that the insurance industry does not want you to ever hear. Bullies often delay and deny. I see them sitting on premiums paid and making money and dragging it out for as long as they can. Many times, we're forced to take them to court. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Their high-paid lobbyists are on a mission to make sure that at trial, jurors are not allowed to learn that the at-fault party has insurance, and in some cases, lots of it. I can think of no case in all my years where there was no insurance for the at-fault party. So let's fight back. It's all these bullies understand. Tell everybody you know the truth. If you've been injured in a car crash or hurt at a store or business, visit forthepeople.com. We're here 24/7. It's that easy. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Morgan & Morgan Atlanta, 191 Peachtree Street, Atlanta, Georgia. Dial # law. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Cancer upends your life. We're doing all we can to change that. At Winship Cancer Institute of Emory University, we're reimagining the care experience to ease the burden of cancer. With experts in your cancer and the research, trials, and treatments you can only get here. All so you can focus on what matters most, the best chance of living a full life. Winship Cancer Institute of Emory University. Cancer care designed around you and your life. EmoryHealthcare.org/Winship.
There's a new optimism in the air, and we think investors like you might have the best year ever. Hello, I'm Brant Frost, founder of First Liberty Building and Loan. Last year, we opened up our First Liberty Notes program to Main Street investors just like you, and the response has been just incredible. Everyday folks from all walks of life have enjoyed 8 to 13% interest rates while helping to fuel the growth of small businesses right here at home. If you're a qualified investor and have a minimum of $25,000, you too could be earning 8 to 13% interest rates. We'd love to have you join our First Liberty family today. We believe this is going to be a special year and a great year. We've got the projects. Now we need partners like you. Go to FirstLibertyGA.com and see if our First Liberty notes are right for you. Go to FirstLibertyGA.com. That's FirstLibertyGA.com.
First Liberty notes are not obligations of or guaranteed by any financial institution and are not secured by any collateral. They are not FDIC insured or guaranteed by any government agency. You could lose money. Purchasers must verify their SEC accredited investor status. Securities are not being offered in any jurisdiction in which it is unlawful.
WSB Atlanta, WSBB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 6:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate. Our top story, President Trump gives a timeline today on possible military action against Iran.
The president has repeatedly stated Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. But whether the U.S. will take direct action against Iran?
I will make my decision whether or not to go within the next 2 weeks.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt reading a statement from the president and adding Iran poses a serious threat.
Iran has all that it needs to achieve a nuclear weapon.
Saying it would take only a couple of weeks to do that once given the go-ahead from Iran's supreme leader. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, Washington.
As President Trump considers possible military action, Georgia Congressman Rich McCormick says he hopes it doesn't come to that.
If Israel can take care of the job, by all means, let Israel take care of the job, even if we have to supply the weapons to do so. I'd rather not be involved directly.
He calls the posturing by the regime in Iran very alarming. It is 85 degrees in Atlanta. The stormy weather may be over for a while, but now brace for a heat wave. Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards is coming up. Summer officially arrives tomorrow, and right on cue, we are about to have a heat wave in Metro Atlanta. Dr. Ashley Brule at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta says it's important to prepare your kids for the brutal heat if they have to be outside.
Not overdressing, light layers, light colors, things like that will be helpful.
She says try to time any outdoor activities in the early morning or evenings and watch for signs of heat stroke like drowsiness, confusion, nausea, and vomiting. Fulton County Sheriff Pat Labatt sues county commissioners. He claims purchasing ordinances passed last year get in the way of him doing his job. The complaint alleges the county has ignored, obstructed, or delayed requests for essential items. Labatt's attorney, Chris Balch, tells WSB the sheriff is supposed to be independent.
What the Board of Commissioners is trying to do is usurp the sheriff's state constitutional authority to perform those duties to which he was sworn into office and elected by the citizens of Fulton County.
The county is not commenting on pending litigation. After a rash of AED thefts, MARTA is reassuring passengers emergency help is still just a heartbeat away.
MARTA once had publicly accessible automated external defibrillators in all 38 train stations, but thefts of the devices led MARTA to move AEDs in 21 stations to more secure spots.
That may be a break room, a staff room.
Stephanie Fisher with MARTA says fears of losing critical time during a heart attack looking for staff to get the machine are unfounded.
They would very likely alert a station agent or MARTA police officer anyway.
Fisher says the worst scenario is to need a public AED and find out it's been stolen. Steve Summers, 95.5 WSB.
Some all-time highs in the latest job numbers in Georgia.
For the first time in almost a year, Georgia's unemployment rate fell, dropping a tenth of a point in May to 3.5%. And that's according to state labor officials who say the rate had held steady at 3.6%. Georgia jobs total hit an all-time high of 4,988,000, with three sectors seeing record unemployment: financial activities, healthcare and social assistance, and government. Overall, Georgia's unemployment rate is now 0.7 lower than the national mark. Judd Hickenbotham, 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta-based Delta tops a new list of the best airlines.
They were still the most reliable on-time airline in America.
The Points Guy founder and CEO Brian Kelly says the rankings are based on reliability, passenger experience, cost and reach, and loyalty programs. United is second on the list, followed by Southwest. A new report ranks Atlanta near the bottom when it comes to the safest cities for drivers. Atlanta number 189 out of 200 cities on Allstate's annual list. The insurance company analyzed collision data and finds the average driver in Atlanta will experience an accident about every 6 years. Allstate says Brownsville, Texas is the safest city for drivers. The most dangerous is Boston. It's now 6:34. Time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. And Triple Team traffic begins now with Ashley Frasca.
Bill, we've had a lingering crash on the south side in Fairburn where a couple of hours ago a truck carrying logs overturned on 85 North past Sonoy Road, exit number 61. That is finally on the shoulder. Everybody using all those lanes, they are open. The ride improving. No longer any need for an alternate route there. Once you get up to the southwest perimeter, though, 285 eastbound, we had a crash in the right lanes past Riverdale Road. That also has been moved to the shoulder. Improving conditions, but still a crowd in downtown. Kobe Dawkins.
And that's correct. 7585 northbound, seeing a little bit of brake lights starting at Langford Parkway, just getting past Freedom Parkway. And southbound rides, you're slow starting at 17th Street, getting to I-20. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Partly cloudy, breezy this evening as a frontal boundary passes through. Lows tonight in the upper 60s, low 70s. Some areas of fog or low cloud cover for tomorrow morning. Then sunshine for tomorrow afternoon, high 91. Staying dry with sunny skies both Saturday and Sunday. Morning lows in the 70s, daytime highs in the low to mid 90s. Heating up on Monday, mostly sunny, high 95, potentially reaching the mid to upper 90s by the middle of next week.
81 right now in Noonan. It's 84 in Midtown Atlanta and 80 in Dunwoody. More news at 7 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
What if you could build a six-figure retirement income with almost half the money saved? You heard that right. Get a discount on your retirement, creating a six-figure income with 40% less than traditional 401ks and mutual funds. Hi, I'm Brett Kitchen, best-selling author and executive producer of the award-winning documentary called The Retirement Deception. In this film, we traveled over 20,000 miles interviewing real Americans who've retired successfully with a great lifestyle and peace of mind. They share their stories on how they get more retirement income with the same dollars saved, and the money is never at risk if the market crashes. That's right. If the market crashes 30%, you lose nothing. Even the super wealthy are shifting money to this new strategy because it increases their retirement income or can allow them to stop working years sooner. So if you're over 50 and want a bigger, better retirement with less money saved, call to talk to a specialist and get a free copy of this brand new film at 1-800-689-4242. This is a $30 value, but when you call today, you get it completely free. I'll even cover shipping and handling, no credit card required. So don't delay. Call right now, 1-800-689-4242. That's 1-800-689-4242. Again, 1-800-689-4242.
When everyone in the family wants something different from this year's vacation, there's only one thing to do. Plan for Pigeon Forge. From gorgeous mountain views, shows, and shopping for leisure lovers to coasters, a 200-foot swing, and hundreds more rides for adventure seekers. Plus Dollywood's epic array of fun. There's plenty of variety for the whole family, all in one place. Unique experiences, quality time, and memories for years to come. Find your personal favorites. Plan your getaway at mypigeonforge.com.
The following is a paid commercial announcement.
Americans love using their credit cards, the most secure and hassle-free way to pay. But D.C. politicians want to change that with the Durbin-Marshall credit card bill. This bill lets corporate megastores pick how your credit card is processed, allowing them to use untested payment networks that jeopardize your data security and rewards. Corporate megastores will make more money, and you pay the price. Tell Congress to guard your card, because Americans lose when politicians choose. Learn more at guardyourcard.com. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
Yeah, keep it in your wallet. I sent you guys a text during the commercial break because a listener found out by going to Grok that there are possibly some man-made lakes right here in our beautiful state of Georgia.
Gemini says
You mean
no.
natural lakes?
Yes, that's what I meant.
Gemini says no. Georgia does not have any natural lakes. All of the lakes in Georgia are man-made reservoirs created by damming rivers.
I've heard that and said that for decades.
Me too.
You
I
have?
remember learning in my Georgia history class. It's one of those weird facts.
Well,
that
I guess
sticks.
Grok is just going to have to be
This list, I
George.
mean, it's like partially natural features here and there, half man-made. I don't see a whole lot of straight-up man-made
All right,
lakes
so
on this
if a
list.
woman gets breast implants, is she still a woman?
A little
Hang on a
man-made.
second. That is
All right, so
that's
if
not a fair
swamp-
comparison.
Well, I'm just saying, you can add to it. You can put man-made things into a smaller lake and make it a bigger lake. Does that not mean
Is
it's a
she
natural lake?
al-natural? I don't know.
We're done talking about it. I would say that's a very bad frame reference, but you get what I'm saying. And then Grok ends up saying, and thank you to Dan, our listener who sent us this.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Exact
Thank you.
numbers of
Thanks,
natural
Dan.
exact numbers
You're
of
wrong.
natural lakes are hard to pin down due to varying conditions, e.g., ponds versus lakes. But the coastal plain has many small, naturally formed bodies of water. So I'll go with Grok.
I'm going with Gemini.
I don't like Gemini. They wouldn't tell me anything about the election last year.
Why don't you just Google it?
I'm going with Autumn.
Google?
Whatever
Yay!
Adam says.
700 different ads. I found it. All right, what are we going to do the rest of the show, Jared? I'm kind of at a loss.
Well, I've got a bunch of stories that are left over from the headline hopper here. Let's start with this first one. Let's just go on and put this one out because a lot of people thought that Hulk Hogan was on his deathbed.
I didn't even hear about this. So what is it? What is the story? What's the background story?
So there were rumors that Hulk Hogan was on his deathbed. His brother and family members were being called to
not gonna make it, brother.
to say their goodbyes, but that's not true. That is bogus.
Did he stop taking his vitamins?
I don't know about his vitamins, but he is at the hospital for neck and back issues.
He's had He's had back and neck issues for the last 3 decades.
Yeah. So he's
pills. Yeah, but he's also all those injuries from the wrestling.
Right, but then you get addicted to pills.
Mm-hmm.
All of this speculation.
Not me, brother. When I invented the WWE,
Have you ever known that he's notorious for lying?
Yeah, I've
there are
heard that.
tons
and,
of
stealing a bunch of stuff.
Hulk
right?
Hogan?
I don't know about what do you mean stealing?
Oh, I mean like stealing
other people's stories.
Yeah, like hijacking it, even though he said he wouldn't, stuff like that.
Yeah, there are a lot of supercuts of different people mashed up on YouTube of him telling lies and making things up. And of course, why can't I even think of his name? There's one guy he was in the WWE for years, and he was in the league in Nashville, and he loves pointing out what a liar Hulk Hogan is. I'm just at a loss. I can't think of his name right now.
It's funny. You think of Hulk Hogan as one of the figures of the sport. Like,
he is, but he's still a BSer.
I did not realize that.
That whole sport kind of.
Yeah, it's all full of it.
Full of it. I mean, they're athletes.
Right. Yeah, no, they are athletes, of course, but
I don't watch it anymore.
It's a fitting career for somebody that's going to embellish.
The important thing here is that at least Hulk Hogan is going to be okay. The speculation started when Bubba the Love Sponge put it out there that he was on his deathbed and that family members were showing up.
He's still friends with that guy?
Apparently they're still friends. So
that guy's still working?
Apparently.
He is. He's on, I think
How old is he?
Well, who, Bubba the Love Sponge?
Yeah.
George? I don't know. I can't look things up while we're on air, but he's still in radio, I believe. He did leave radio because he did a lot of gross stuff, and I think he got fired. But then he went to satellite, worked for Howard Stern for a long time, and I think he is back in radio.
He's 59.
Yeah. Does he still work in radio?
I'm assuming that, because he said he went on air, so I'm assuming that's...
Says he does Florida Man Radio.
Florida Man Radio. Florida Man.
That old original tag.
I'm just happy to hear though that he's going to be okay, and
Are you, Jared?
Are you really?
I am. You know,
You're happy to hear that?
I don't. Too many times.
Even if he hated him, he would say that.
Too many times we have been on the air and we have had a beloved celebrity die, and
we don't hear about it because Eric won't talk about it.
And
why don't we talk about celebrities?
My whole thing is, it's good to know that one is actually not going to pass away. That's one of the hard things.
Today.
Yeah, today, yeah. You guys are just tone deaf to it now. That's
tone
what it
deaf.
is.
I love Hulk Hogan. I loved him in the '80s. I think he's pretty cool. I like the whole NWO era at the end of the WCW, and then when they came over when they went out of business because AOL didn't want to deal with wrestling. Then when they came in merged with WWE, it kind of got corny. And I wouldn't ever want to watch him wrestle now. It'd be like watching Ric Flair now.
I mean, remember during the convention with Trump, he kind of struggled to rip. Wasn't it a shirt that he ripped for Trump, or was it a flat? I can't remember. What did he rip?
He used to rip his shirt off.
I think it was his shirt that he ripped in the middle of the Republican convention.
I got arthritis, brother.
Yeah. So too many times I get notifications and we find out about a celebrity dying. He is not dying. I wanted to make sure that we got that out there.
Well, rest in peace, Lou Christie, who did pass away yesterday, and I'm sure Jared knows who that is.
Oh, 100%. Absolutely.
George, do you know who Lou Christie is?
Nope.
Autumn?
I don't.
He sings a song called Lightning is Striking Again.
Oh.
So a lot of people know that song.
I can't stop.
Yeah, that one.
I can't stop without lightning. Yeah.
Rest in peace, Lou Christie.
Our next headline that we haven't gotten to, this is important here. We should have brought this up with Dr. Joe yesterday. It is a study about why those that are over 60 years old should have 4 cups of coffee a day.
Do you think he'd agree with that?
I think Dr. Joe would not agree with that because he doesn't like caffeine at all. But it makes sense. I mean, if it gets
why does it say that?
So the crux of it is if you have more coffee, the caffeine gets you moving more,
Yes.
and when you move your body and you're in your 60s, that's a good thing.
It's also good for your brain, but you have to have fat in it.
Right.
For it to be more beneficial to your brain. So that's why people were doing that thing a couple years ago with the butter or the coconut.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And then you would infuse it somehow, and then I did that a couple times. There was a name for it.
Bulletproof coffee.
Yeah, that. And I would do that before the show in the morning when we were on in the morning, and then like 2 hours in,
yeah, I think
You'd crash, you'd spike it, and then crash.
yeah, the caffeine
definitely.
the caffeine crash is real, but I think with this study, it's funny the way they point it, the way it's written is as if it's the coffee that's doing something. It's really the caffeine that's getting these older Americans to move. Get older Americans to move their bodies when they typically don't want to move their bodies.
What about a giant Red Bull with taurine in it?
I'm sure coffee's probably better.
And coffee tastes good, so that's why I
Yeah.
like coffee better.
I'm not as I've gotten older, I have started to shift away from the energy drinks. I used to love Monster energy drinks, but now
They taste so bad.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would drink them other than I want this caffeine and I don't like
I
coffee.
like the sugar-free baby bowls.
All of them to me just taste like soap.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan of them anymore. I used to like them, but now I've definitely pushed away.
Plus, there's a hidden code on the Monster can if you look at
That's
it, Chris.
right.
It's 666.
The devil.
Does it really,
George? I love looking at George when I say these things that I've seen because he's like, "Yep."
When we come back, I want to tell you about there's an update on the viral Metro Atlanta Burger King grad. He has announced his college choice. This is a good story. I heard Mark Aram talking about this a couple weeks ago. So after we check
all right,
traffic
buddy.
with,
Thank you, Jared.
with Ashley, I'll give you the details on where he is choosing to go to college and a couple more stories that we haven't gotten to yet.
All right. Ashley Frasca says, trouble in downtown.
Things are actually getting better now on the downtown connector northbound, so we're thankful for that. Just on and off the brakes before and after I-20, and moving better connector southbound through Midtown, passing 14th and 10th Streets. Large tree fell over an hour ago. Northside Drive has been shut down in both directions at Arden Road there in northwest Atlanta. And things improving through Fairburn. Earlier rollover crash clearing on the shoulder, almost gone now. 85 northbound past Sonoy Road. Give us the update on I-85 getting home into Gwinnett County. Kobe Dawkins.
Well, I'm tracking some better news. 85 northbound near Chamblee Tucker Road, exit 94. Crash has officially cleared. And also watching your rides getting into Gwinnett County looking lighter than normal due to the holiday. Minor delays as you leave I-285 getting past Jimmy Carter Boulevard. And this report is sponsored by Ameris Bank. At Ameris Bank, they believe in your business and they see it as their business to help you succeed. Learn more at amerisbank.com. Ameris Bank, fiercely yours. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
When news breaks,
Israel strikes Iran's nuclear sites and military leaders while Iran counters with drones.
We've got it covered. The president encourages Iran to, quote, make a deal before there is nothing left and save what was once known as the Iranian Empire.
Tune in often for the latest.
If there are any of these groups in the United States, I can pretty much guarantee you they've been infiltrated by the FBI.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's breaking news station.
Trust is not just a word, it's an experience. When your home needs service, you can trust TE certified electrical, plumbing, heating, and cooling. Hey, it's Chris Chandler. TE is the company I trust to fix any problem once and for all. Their 5-star customer experience means easy online scheduling, friendly technicians, and a lifetime workmanship warranty, so I can just sit back and relax.
TE certified, we love your home.
How easy is it to save energy and money in 30 seconds? Let's count the ways. Power down unused devices. Swap out traditional bulbs for LEDs. Adjust your thermostat for the season. Change your air filter. Move furniture away from your vents. And turn off the lights when you leave a room. Georgia Power's more than just your power company. We're your saving sidekick. Get started at georgiapower.com/energy efficiency today. Ready, set, save.
With 5 miles of private beach and endless outdoor activities, Sea Island is summer at its best. Book today at seaisland.com/summer and enjoy 30% off August stays plus a $250 resort credit. Terms and conditions apply.
The big focus in America today is on your health, and more people looking beyond pills and steroids and surgery. Hey, it's Mark Aaron for QC Kinetics. At QC Kinetics, they've been on the cutting edge of this medical revolution since 2018. Using regenerative medicine, they have helped tens of thousands of people get lasting joint pain relief using natural treatments that harness your body's own healing power. The truth is, regenerative medicine used to be an alternative treatment. Now it's mainstream, and QC Kinetics is the nation's leader. They're well-respected protocols include potent and powerful cellular-level treatments to revitalize and restore damaged joint tissue. They're not masking the pain. They're going after the very source of it. Yes, you can say goodbye to that chronic pain and live your best life. Learn more about this revolutionary treatment and get a free consultation. Call QC Kinetics now. 770-285-8026. 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026.
Listen up, because women have long waited for the world to recognize the importance of our health.
Northside Hospital goes beyond "we hear you" to "we're out here with you," because women deserve more than open ears.
They deserve open doors, and 1 ounce of action is worth 1,000 words.
Northside is rolling up our sleeves and getting to work for you.
This is a house call. Heard. Learn more at northside.com/heard.
Greg is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Hi, I'm Greg. I'm not an actor. I'm just a regular person. 8 years ago, I just didn't feel like I was on my game. I started taking Prevagen, and I want people to know that Prevagen has worked for me. Give it a try. I want it to help you just like it has helped me.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
If you are 50 or older, it is recommended that you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia, a potentially serious bacterial lung disease that can disrupt your life for weeks. If you're an adult 19 to 49 with certain underlying medical conditions like asthma, diabetes, chronic heart disease, or COPD, vaccination is also recommended. Talk to your doctor about vaccination today and learn more at lung.org/protectyourself. Furnished by the American Lung Association in collaboration with Pfizer.
Hey, I got something to tell you right now. You want to know what that is?
What is it, Tim? What is it?
Hey, if you missed any part of the show, don't worry about it. You can grab the podcast version of the Von Haessler Doctrine every single day, a couple hours after the show is finished. Go to the WSB Radio app and stream it, or you can download it from your favorite podcatcher. Also, Jared and I each do a show every Saturday. This week is an encore presentation of a show I did last year with legendary radio broadcaster Phil Hendry. What do you have coming up on? Oh, that's at 7 p.m. What do you have coming up on the nightcap?
Oh, I will have the latest news of the night, Saturday night from 11 to midnight. Again, the world, according to Jared. We'll see what's going on with the craziness in this world.
It's a Hannity sandwich. Tim first and Jared on top.
That's right. That's right. Hannity's the meat, and we are the buns, and that's 11.
Cream.
Put a little mayonnaise on that for me. We're also on social media. You can follow me on X and TikTok. That handle is at Tim Andrews here. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's at Timstagram here.
And I am at Jared Yamamoto on all the different socials out there. You can look me up TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, you name it.
Truth Social.
All the different places. I guess I do have
Blue Sky.
Technically, I have a Truth Social. I haven't made a Blue Sky yet.
Gab.
And you're reminding me.
Carrier pigeon.
For some reason, when you search my name on TikTok, I come up first with no numbers, but I'm Jared Yamamoto 5 on TikTok. I don't know why that is. Why there's 4 other ones in front of me, but
I wonder why that is. George, where's your social media? You never seem to share that.
I've got one George Viewer, and it's Instagram.
George Viewer.
Yep.
What about the other one I know of? You don't want that one?
George's burner account.
Yes.
Autumn, do you have any? You just share your TikTok.
Yeah, I'm just AutoPritz everywhere.
I'm just AutoPritz.
I'm even autopritz.com, which is my trivia website.
Oh, wow. Hey, can you play trivia on the site?
No, but I was thinking of trying to do something where you could, I don't know, something. Yeah, sure. Eventually. Keep checking.
Okay, thank you. Any more stories? Thank you, guys.
Real quick, too, I wanted to get this in. I forgot to bring this up earlier. My buddy Matt, who is a diehard listener to the show, we were talking about the 2025 Song of the Year.
Yeah.
You guys notably did not know any of the songs that were brought up. I knew
because they all stink.
Basically all of them. I stand by Sabrina Carpenter and Kendrick Lamar. I think that they're going to be the winners for this year. But for Artist of the Year, Matt does bring up that Moonlight should be in the category for Artist of the Year. This DJ.
Who's that?
Okay, so this DJ, guys, he's incredible. Like, he's gotten big on TikTok. TikTok is actually
English Nick is a good DJ.
What made English Nick's a great DJ.
Yeah.
Now this DJ Moonlight, he has gotten big because he takes house and country songs, well-known house well-known country and classic rock songs, and makes them house songs, and people use them in their videos on TikTok. Like the most famous one is Freebird. He's got a remix of Freebird, and
if you're not tired of it enough already,
and it's a clever.
Yeah, when's he gonna do Hotel California?
He probably does have a Hotel California.
Here's the genius of doing that, though, is he gets all the love, and it gets shared over and over again on TikTok. I'm sure that makes him some money, but the moon doesn't make its own light. So right there, I question his honesty.
Yes. And the last story, I want to end on some good news here. Michael Baker. He went viral for working his Burger King shift after graduation, on his graduation night, rather.
Instead of partying?
Instead of partying.
Good for him.
It was a really cool story. From the metro area, he received over $200,000 in donations for the college of his choice.
Awesome.
He has chosen to go to Gwinnett Technical College, and he's going to study auto mechanics. So congratulations.
That's where I got my associate's degree.
Hey, look at that. There we go.
That's awesome. I mean, because that's something he can actually learn and make a lot of money from.
Trade is a really smart thing to get into.
Yes, it is.
It's a really, really cool story. And again, he went viral, I want to say 3 weeks ago for it. And
good for him. Congratulations.
He showed up to do his Burger King shift in his cap and gown, Tim. It was a really, really
That's
cool
pretty
thing.
cool.
And congratulations to him. And he can use that $200,000 towards Gwinnett Technical College.
I got McDonald's drive-thru on my graduation night and threw up later because I drank too much. But I worked at McDonald's. Glad it didn't go viral. That music says that we are done for the day, and we are obligated to get out of here. But the great radio continues. Alan Sanders is filling in tonight for Shelley Winter. We will be back with you tomorrow. Something.